make me sick. I already know. And that's why he up here, Ron. That's why he looking like he looking. Oh, my God, free agency is passed. What are we going to do? We haven't done anything. We're just sitting on our hands. Okay, you're not sitting on your hands, John. What was priority number one, John? This offseason.
Have we done it yet?
Okay, I'm about to explain it to you right now. What's priority number one this offseason?
It's to get a big.
Okay, now, so the Portland Trailblazers gave the NBA a gift by eating DeAndre Ayton's contract. Not sure you know this, but he doesn't clear waivers until tomorrow, which means you can't sign him until tomorrow. So relax. You getting your gift. You just ain't getting it when you want it. How about that?
Chill.
Relax,
chill,
brother.
Chill. This is the thing. There's so much holes in this roster.
Look at this shit here.
We still need point. Okay. But I've been saying this all year. I'm not one of the guys that's been saying, "Oh, the Lakers are going to the finals." I've been saying all fucking year that we have still major holes in this roster. I've been saying it. I've been called a fake Laker fan all year because I'm saying there's holes in the roster. If we're not fixing the holes, what are we doing? The entire West is getting better. The entire West is getting better. The Rockets are a top 3 team in the NBA.
Yes, they are.
Look at the Spurs. 100%. Look at the Mavericks. They're all really 100%. Good teams. If we still 100%. Have holes in the roster, what are we doing? We're sitting on our hands. Right. What are we doing?
So, priority number one.
I'm not trying to hear, oh, DeAndre Ayton's coming to LA. DeAndre Ayton's coming to LA. Great. We still have holes in the roster. There's still holes in the roster. And I tried to stay calm. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to take a day. I'm going to relax. I'm going to sleep on it. No, this is awful. They're talking about, oh, we're waiting till 2027 to bring in another star. What do you mean? What do you mean another star? You have Luka Doncic and LeBron James right now. Luka Doncic is not a rookie. He's 26 years old. He doesn't deserve this. He just went through, 5-6 years until he got a really good team built around him? With PJ and Derek Lively and Kyrie and Derek Jones Jr., bringing in Clay, bringing in Najee Marshall to what? To do what now? Maxi Kleber pick and roll? That's what we're doing in LA?
No, that's what we're doing. Maxi Kleber. You're gonna have DeAndre Ayton, right? You're gonna have DeAndre Ayton. You're gonna have James.
DeAndre Ayton pick and pop.
You're gonna have the. I understand your frustration because you're a Laker fan, and I understand how Laker fans are. You're gonna have DeAndre Ayton. You're gonna have James. You're gonna have Luka. You're going to have Rui. I understand losing Finney Smith. Okay, I get that part. I understand losing Finney Smith. You still got Rui in the fold, though. Okay? You still got Rui in the fold. Yes, you still got Rui in the fold. With having Rui in the fold, what are the other holes outside of the 5 spot? Because I know that you got a problem with your bench, right? Dalton Connect's going to get better. Dalton Connect is not coming back the same guy that he was last year.
I agree with that. I think Dalton can play better.
This is the thing. What he has, what he does not have, what he lacks, we need. We need point of attack defense. We need defense. You can smirk all you want. We need defense.
I'm not even smirking at that, Diesel. I'm not even smirking at that. I want to know, Chill, why are you so sure that the Lakers are getting DeAndre Ayton? First question. Second question, why are you coddling this spoiled brat? Like, chill. This is one of those kids right here that count their Christmas presents. Like, John, you know what I'm saying? This is one of those kids that count their Christmas presents.
I'm gonna let you
26, Mom. What the hell? You know what I'm saying?
But you know what's funny? For the start of the school year, you walked outside. You was mad because your mom woke you up early. It was foggy outside. Ma, I still could have slept for an extra 15 minutes. No, honey, just come outside. I hate when she fucking does this. You go outside, walk out the double doors, Chill, big ass house.
Big ass French doors.
You look across the way and you look into the driveway.
It was a that's been built this high.
Hold on, John. You see what I'm saying? You
have an expectation that's been built this high. I don't.
You just got Luka Doncic.
You walk outside. It's the big Chill. It's the first day of school. It's a big red bow on a G-Wagon. An all red G-Wagon.
The expectation
chill.
is up here.
Chill.
The
They
expectation is
just
up
got
here.
an all-red G-Wagon for the start of school, not for Christmas,
And if
not
you
for your
don't
birthday.
take care of it, what's
For the
gonna happen?
start of school, you just got Luka Doncic.
You got Luka.
You got Luka
That's
Doncic.
You
fantastic.
just got
Oh,
Luka.
now
You
that's
get a G-Wagon,
fantastic.
Which,
you
by
have
the way,
to
got
take
dropped
care
on
of
your
it.
door.
You
Like,
have
you
to
It
didn't
got
take
dropped
care
on
of
your
it. You have to
doorstep.
get new tires. You have to get the tires rotated. You have to keep it
There's
updated.
nothing
on
wrong with
its
this
new
car,
link.
John. Don't do that. Don't do that, John.
What?
There's nothing wrong with this car. In fact, it got like 15,000 miles on it.
Obviously, there's something wrong
That's
with
it.
the damn car, Chill. Did we not watch Game 5?
Then
When
buy
we
a
were
Corolla.
all-
Buy a Corolla and just push.
I'm not, nah.
You got
I'm the crazy one for being upset that my team wants to wait till 2027 to go get another star.
John, I
I'm
think
the
this is
crazy
nonsense,
one.
to be honest
I'm
with you.
wrong
I-
for asking for my team to fill out the
John,
roster
there's no
with
way you
competent
believe that,
players
John.
so we can go.
Chill, he got Beamer, Benz, and Bentley problems, and he's crying about it. Like you got Beamer, Benz, and Bentley problems.
John,
Relax,
there's no way
man.
you
Y'all
believe
will be okay. You got
y'all really
Luka.
gonna sit on this thing.
Because I
for
knew-
2
I
more
knew-
summers. There's no way you think that, John. That
Hmm?
you think that y'all gonna sit on this thing for 2 more summers to wait to get a star. There's no way you think that. That was
No,
speculation.
I'm not putting anything past.
I ain't buying that. No.
And
I'm not buying
Austin
that.
Reeves, Austin Reeves is a great player.
We spent 2 years playing iMessage games with DeJounte Murray. I'm not putting anything past LA. I'm not putting anything past LA. We're sitting here playing fucking iMessage games with DeAndre Ayton. We need to fill out the roster. That's what we need to do.
Fill out the roster.
That's what we need to
Your
do.
issue is a
Everybody's
point of-
getting better, Chill. Everybody's getting
100%.
better.
I get that part that everybody's getting better. I do get that part. Minnesota bagged Julius Randle, right? Minnesota signed Nas Reed, right? They got him. They end up losing Neil Alexander Walker. Okay. Your issue is the point of attack defender. Who in free agency are you bagging that you saw yesterday that works on your crew as a point of attack defender? Go.
Shit,
That's a
anybody.
good question.
If our point
Okay,
of attack,
so nobody
don't do that.
Okay, so nobody.
I'm taking time to look at the free agency pool. I'm looking at the free
So with
agency
that being
pool.
said, John. So with that being said, let's
Miles
get back
Turner
to
just went to the Bucks.
What?
We up.
I told y'all yesterday that was a good move. Oh wait, no, I said DeAndre Ayton. No, I said DeAndre Ayton. I said DeAndre Ayton. My bad.
Yeah,
My
Miles
bad.
Turner just went to the Bucks.
We back. Hey, John,
Yeah, my bad,
y'all
my
can take
bad.
DeAndre Ayton. We ain't want him. We back.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
can you guys
yeah.
stop yelling
you
about
have,
the
you
Lakers?
have Dorian Finney, not Dorian Finney-Smith, Torian Prince, Doc Rivers, and Darvin Ham.
Can we get back to the
Wait,
conversation?
how y'all like
John
about the Miles
and I will
Turner
have a
thing though?
conversation.
Is that cool?
Okay,
Y'all
let-
cool with that move?
He's
I
better
like
than
them
Brooke.
out.
He's
Yeah, I
way
like
better
them
than
out.
Brooke.
Well, Brooks
So-
gone, so
He went to
Yeah,
the Bucks.
it's a major replacement. For 4 years, 107. So about 26.
That's it?
26, 27.
I was
-ish.
yeah. That's
Whoa.
kind of wild too, Ron. Yeah, I don't.
So
I
he
don't know
wanted
if
to
I
get
love
up out
that
of
number.
Indiana then, or did they
You don't
just
think
not have
27? You don't think 26, 27 million is good value for Miles
the-
Turner?
Yeah, I just would have.
So-
I
so a
would
lot of
expect him to
freaking
get a
money.
little more.
Yeah,
We just made
Why?
a championship run. I'm one of the best.
You
I'm-
just
I'm one of-
slandered his finals performance.
I
like,
did.
Right.
I
2 days.
did.
That's-
That's why.
hey,
That's why he didn't get as much as you thought he was gonna get, Ron, because he shot 16%.
That's why Ty Jerome only got 28. You seen what he did against the Pacers?
Yeah, but I mean, up to that point, it's just one series though. Up to that point, Miles was he shot 40% in the playoffs. He was one of the best shooters. On top of that, I'm a starting center on a finals team that went to game 7.
Yeah, he folded.
But I mean, that's
I feel like 26,
That's solid-
27
that's
is
solid
fair
money.
for Miles. Yeah, I feel like it's fair for Miles Turner personally.
Yeah, I like that.
I think it's
signing a
great
lot.
for the Bucks. Yeah, I think it's great for the Bucks.
that's amazing.
I don't think Miles Turner is like I always say. I think the theory of Miles Turner is better than Miles Turner, but I
theory
think
of
I think
thought
the
of
real
it
Miles
is
Turner is
better
still
than
really
that.
valuable. He still fits that archetype. You have that stretch big next to Giannis, opening up the lane, can block shots, all of that good stuff. He's more mobile than Brook at this point. So yeah, I think it's a really good move. Not gonna
So,
call
uh,
it
so-
contenders or anything.
real
So
quick,
the Bucks have
real
made some
quick.
good moves in the last day.
With Giannis, when Giannis played that little stretch where Damian Lillard was out, they had him running like the point role where he was playing with the ball in his hand, and they would do really high screening rolls and they would space the floor a lot. During that stretch, the Bucks were one of the most efficient 3-point shooting teams with high volume. They're a really good 3-point shooting team. They have a lot of really good assets to shoot the three. So I think that offense could be really good. I still would want to get them a real point guard. Again, I don't know who's left in free agency at the moment, But I think there's still the move for another real ball handler in Milwaukee. But I really like the signing for Miles Turner. It opens up the floor. Again, the things that Mars said, just more mobile, can play in the pick and roll, can be a lob threat, can space the floor, things of that nature.
So as you were saying, John, okay, so you clearly got an issue with the makeup of your boys and the fact that you aren't doing anything. So there isn't a point of attack defender that you like right now. There isn't one that's available for trade, which would explain why you haven't traded for anybody. Because priority number one is the 5 spot. So, okay, you're going to shore up the 5 spot. You're going to get DeAndre Ayton in the fold because that's been a gift to the NBA, and you're going to end up bagging him. With you bagging him, okay, now you got your 5. You got Rui, you got Jake LaRavia, who, I mean, I don't know what Jake LaRavia can bring you, but I do think that he can bring you some valuable minutes at the 4 spot. I do think that I think that's a dirty work guy. I think that's a power forward that can help you. Okay, you got Austin Reeves coming back. In addition to Austin Reeves coming back, I'm going to say it again. Dalton Connect's going to get better. I'm confident that Dalton Connect's not going to be the same player that he was last season. Right?
So Jake's more of a 3 than a 4, though.
Yeah, he really stretched the floor out. He plays a little bit of defense too, Ox. That's what you were saying.
So, yeah, I like Jake. I like Jake.
Did you guys know Jake LaRavia is younger than Dalton Connect?
Nah,
I did not know that.
Yeah,
no.
I found that out yesterday when I saw he signed.
plays like 23.
And I'm gonna and
nearly 24, but Dalton's already 24. So
to your point, and I know that this is probably not a good idea, but hear me out on this for a second, guys. The Knicks end up.
John don't want to talk about it no more.
I don't want to be all over. I don't want to be all over the place. But I got a theory. Terry Rozier. There was an investigation with him gambling. Is that correct? This was a year. This was in January.
I'm gonna hear where this is going.
Yeah, there was an investigation with him in January. Well, he got cleared of this investigation. Is that correct? So he's off the. So he's done. I have to believe. I got to give Malik Beasley the benefit of the doubt that he's not this dizzy. That he can't be this dizzy. This was last year that this was going on. That the allegations. With that being said, by the time this thing is cleared up, all the money's going to be gone. With Malik Beasley being the sharpshooter that he is, playing for a contract, he can walk through your front door for a bucket of extra crispy and a 6-pack. How do you feel about Malik Beasley, who just left all of this money on the table?
I mean, I would like Malik Beasley in LA. He's already been there, and I don't know if he would want to come back to LA.
Yeah, he was
okay. So let's take the Lakers off the table because I'm one of those people. Like when the Knicks signed Jordan Clarkson, it was a gamble, and it was a gamble for me, but I would have waited. And here's why I would have waited. Because I think that you could have got Malik Beasley once these allegations are cleared up. I think you could have got Malik Beasley for free instead of Jordan.
Did you see the videos? Did you see what that fool was out there doing? I'm not waiting on him. Okay.
For free though, I'm waiting on him and I'm waiting on the table.
He might want to take a deal. Chill. He gonna blow trial. I ain't gonna lie. I don't got much faith in when I yesterday we talked about it, I gave him the benefit of the doubt. I seen the videos last night.
It's bad because I ain't see it.
It's bad.
Bro,
you could clearly tell.
I mean, I can't. I don't know. I'm not the biggest believer in just coincidence after coincidence after coincidence. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. It just without the videos I seen. The videos I seen. It's just too much temptation. Chill. It's too much temptation.
In Milwaukee on a playoff team, it just doesn't make sense. And he's got a contract year coming up. Why would I do something dumb like that?
Maybe
make some
bread.
bread.
I don't know. Like,
what kind of bread are we talking about, Mars? Like a couple $1,000.
I don't know. I'm not on his fancy page. I don't know how much he was making.
Not a couple $1,000. You know how much money he got? It could be anywhere to how much money he got.
When you putting 15 bands on these things, it's coming back as 50, 60. You know,
I turned $5 in the 350. So what you think he turned 5 bands into? 50 bands.
So my thing is chill. I can't say for sure that he's guilty, chill. But what I will say is that I'm not gonna not sign somebody hoping that Malik's available. because that didn't look too good. But I don't know.
Hey, well, with that being said, Chills, somebody's gonna get a nice little Malik Beasley be Alexis.
When Orlando get
Somebody
him.
gonna get a nice little Alexis for the first day of school and be happy about it.
Malik Beasley's Alexis.
Yeah,
I think he walks
Is he
through the
not?
front door for free. And I understand you. I understand your concerns. I get them. But I'm giving him I know that when he was in Minnesota, he had a deal on the table for like $60 million. Then he got the gun charge, but he was young, and he was dumb, So I like to think that he'd grown from that. And to play in Milwaukee, on that Milwaukee team, that was a playoff team, and then I got a contract year coming up. I mean, I'm thinking to myself,
he was in Detroit, Chill.
23-24. This was last season.
Oh, so this is all from last season?
This was last season, 23-24. This was in Milwaukee. Yes. When he was in Milwaukee. Not this season that just passed.
Yeah, the one that happened before.
Yeah, in 23-24.
The investigation is all from that year?
Yes, in Milwaukee.
Oh, damn.
So with that, I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt here that you ain't that slow. Nah. I mean, I've done dumb things before, but considering what's in front of me, I got a contract extension. I'm on a playoff team. I'm playing with a really good player in Giannis. Why would I jeopardize $10,000, $20,000 for $60-70 million? I'm not that slow.
The Bucks are waiving Dame to afford Miles Turner.
Waiving him?
Damn.
So they're basically just eating his contract?
Yeah, they're stretching. According to Shams, they're stretching his remaining $113 million across multiple years to afford Miles Turner. So anyone who asks how can they afford that, that's how they can afford Miles Turner.
I love it.
So one more thing.
I mean, everybody getting a center but the Lakers.
So basically, here we go.
Thank you, real talk. I could have used you 10 minutes ago.
We got double trouble on aisle 3.
Real talk. You got your 5 man. You just can't get him until tomorrow. Tomorrow, we're going to have this conversation when breaking news, DeAndre Ayton signs with the Los Angeles Lakers for 2 years.
Well, that does kind of confirm that because the biggest comp was the Bucks, apparently. So.
Yes, and they got their 5 man. So
would y'all rather have Miles Turner over DeAndre Ayton?
Yeah.
Depends what team I am.
For the Lakers.
For the Lakers, I'd rather have Miles Turner.
All right, y'all. Well, it is day 1 of free agency. This is one of the best days of the year as a basketball fan. We are going to talk about every single move that has happened in the last 24 hours since free agency hit. Obviously, we talked a little bit about Malik Beasley. Obviously, we've talked about DeAndre Ayton. We won't know until, you said he clears waivers tomorrow, Chill?
Tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
We just talked about Miles Turner signing with the Bucks. Chat, y'all let me know about that. But before we get into any moves with players going anywhere, it was also a trade last night, the Nuggets and the Nets. We definitely got to talk about that. Good thing Swiper's not here. He might pop up, though. But I want to talk to you guys about the richest contract in NBA history. MVP, scoring champ, finals MVP, NBA champion, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander just re-upped with OKC, a 4-year for $285 million contract. Fellas, how are we feeling about this? Much deserved, in my opinion.
Well, it was less dough than he could have gotten. And he took less dough, I think, to open up for more dough for Jalen Williams and for Chet to keep this thing going. I mean, they bring back everybody from last year. They bring them back again this season. So barring any injury, Oklahoma City should be the favorites. And I think Shai looks at this whole situation in Oklahoma City like this is where he wants to be. This is his best opportunity to win. This is where his best opportunity to make the most money. And he's happy with where he is. So, and I think that money that he left on the table for those other guys, I think that he's going to be able to make that back. We see Shai in AT&T commercials and things like that. So that stuff's going to be there anyway, but he is going to be able to make up for that dough. I like it. I do. I like it a lot.
Now, he's making $71 million a year. I think he'll be just fine. I think his quality of life is firmly stable.
Real talk. What am I going to do? $71 million. God damn.
I know.
In Oklahoma City, too. No, I'm not in Miami. I'm not in New York. I'm not in LA.
He basically a billionaire.
He's
basically a billionaire. I mean, obviously deserved the contract. You know what I'm saying? Had a historic season, just won a championship. like Chill said, he didn't even take the most amount. I think he could have waited like another year and got offered even a crazier contract.
What it would
So
have been a 5-year,
yeah, 5 year, like
around the same
350.
money per year.
3 something, a little bit higher.
Yeah, what
Yeah,
360? Because
Yeah,
it got to be more
350.
than Jalen Brown's if it's the richest.
350.
yeah. So
Would it have been 350 or would it have been because the cap's raised since Jalen Brown got it?
It would have been in the neighborhood of 350, 350,
Yeah.
360, something like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, they did. I mean, well-deserved contract. Not really much to be said about that. One of the best players in the league, and Oklahoma. He's playing his season in Oklahoma, man. That's what he's doing.
He could buy the whole city.
Shit, if he wanted to.
Yeah, shout out SGA for real. Once again, how Real Talk said, just much deserved. OKC's doing what they're supposed to do. Shea's doing what they're supposed to do. They gear back up to go back and do it again next year. From here, where y'all want to go? It's so many different places that we could go. There was a lot of signings. Chill, talk to us. What you got?
I like what Nikhil Alexander Walker. I'm liking that move to Atlanta. That makes up for that makes up for losing Karis LeVert. I like what they're doing in Atlanta, man. The fact that they lost Clinton Capella, but they gained KP with having Trey still in the fold, and Trey comes off the books next year, which I'm going to say this because I'm foreshadowing. Trey comes off the books next year. My target number one next year, Ron, is if I'm Atlanta, I'm going after Ant. I'm pushing all my chips to the front of the table, and I'm going after Ant. 100% I am. Next season, you got I can move Dyson Daniels to the 3. I'll figure something out with this roster, but I'm going after Ant Edwards. But as of right now, the way that this roster is put together with Trae Young at the 1, Dyson at the 2, Risha Shea at the 3, Jalen Johnson at the 4, and KP at the 5. And now you got guys to supplement coming off the bench. I like what they're doing in Atlanta. Absolutely. And Minnesota had already made it clear that with signing Julius Randle to the $100 million deal that they signed him to, and then signing Naz Reid, because they were going to have to pick between both Naz Reid and Nikhil Alexander Walker. We couldn't have both of them because it would have been too much bread. So they had to pick between the two, and they clearly chose Naz Reid, who I do think he fits better in Minnesota than Nikhil Alexander Walker does. But I think Alexander Walker fits really well in Atlanta as a rotation guy. So I like what they're doing in Atlanta.
They also signed, what's his name? Luke Kennard as well.
Yeah, man. Yeah, there. Go ahead, John.
The fact that they can keep a 2 next to Trey that can play at the point of attack, I think is very valuable. I think one of the things that I would look at this Atlanta team, one is the health. I think that's going to be something that's very important. Jalen Johnson was somebody that couldn't finish back-to-back seasons. Kristaps Porzingis is somebody you always have to worry about with his health as well. And another thing I would think about is going after Chris Paul in free agency so he can be your lead guard off the bench, and he doesn't necessarily hurt the team when he's on the floor. He can still play in a pick and roll. He can make pocket passes. He can make kick outs, transition passes. So where you can keep that decision maker on the floor because you have a multitude of play finishers around Trae Young, whether it's Zachary Risha in the corner. He fills lanes well in transition. KP as a pick and popper, a mismatch attacker, or Jalen Johnson as a lob threat. So if you keep a guy like CP3 on the floor that can play in that type of system in the pick and roll and can make those type of reads, I think that would be a lot better as well.
You said CP3?
Mm-hmm.
You know what he's narrowed his destinations.
He is.
I
still go after him.
He said he wants to stay close to his home in LA. So he literally said either, like, he's narrowed it down to 2 options. He either said the Suns or he said the Clippers.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so
I mean that would be a good move though. Yes, it's yeah.
I would like CP3 in Atlanta. I think Atlanta can make the ECF this year, with the Eastern Conference kind of being wide open with these 2 moves. Again,
you think that real talk?
Yeah, they're still losing to
Atlanta.
They're still losing to Orlando.
No, stop.
Are we still sleeping on Cleveland? Are we still sleeping on Cleveland?
Snoring, everybody.
Yeah, I was about to say
said they can. I didn't say they will. I said it's a possibility. I'm not saying they're the favorite. I'm just saying they can.
Okay, I'm with you. My fault. So, like, Eastern Conference hierarchy, right? We just seen the Bucks what they've done. Miles Turner, Gary Trent, KPJ. We've just seen them wave Dame, for example.
Throwing
Boston, we don't know what
KPJ
they
in
got
there
going
as
on.
wild.
That's their best point guard. That's their best point guard.
He can
Not
play,
wild.
yo. He can play. Contrary
So
to popular belief,
he can. He's talented. Cleveland's obviously getting Lonzo, and then hopefully healthy Garland, Mitchell, etc. What does the Knicks? What does the top 4 of the East look like? Who are the 4 best teams in the East in you guys' opinion?
I think
Cavs, Knicks, Hawks, Magic. That's my 4. I think if Philly is healthy,
in
they
that
can sneak
order.
in there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was gonna say Philly being disrespected, but it's cool.
Would that be my order? I don't know yet. I would have to think
Mine.
on that a little bit more, but I think that's my 4. If Philly is a little bit more healthy, I think they can go in there, but I just don't trust the health.
No, you had it right. It's New York, Cleveland, Atlanta, and Orlando.
I think those are the 4. I think those are the
you
4.
guys
I think
see
Milwaukee isn't done. But those are my 4 right now.
I got if we're doing it in order, I think the Cavs are going to win the most regular season games. However, I just think the best team in the East still right now is Orlando. So I'll go Orlando, Cavs, Knicks, Atlanta, probably in the yeah.
Y'all not ready for Paulo 28, 10, and 5. I'm telling you, y'all not ready.
I'm still not. Of those teams, though, the one I'm unsure of the most is Atlanta. And Atlanta would be the team that I would be considering to move out for Detroit.
Why is that? Why do you have concerns about Atlanta?
I just don't really. I'm just not sure about him. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not really too sure about. And with that being said, Trey has taken a team that I think is less talented than this one to the Eastern Conference
It's the
Finals.
best team he ever been on. This team.
But that was, I mean, that had a lot to do with Ben Simmons folding. So I don't know, but I just with that being said, it's not so much that I think Atlanta's not as good. I just want to put some respect on Detroit. And of those 4 teams, I think Detroit probably could get with Atlanta. I don't think Detroit could get with the other 3.
I feel like Atlanta need another creator. That's the last thing. I think everything else they've done around Trey has been perfect. But you need. I heard John D say Chris Paul. I don't know, but they need some. Not only in the minutes where Trey's not on the court, but I think for the most part we're probably beyond the point where you could just have one person create all of your offense, and that's what Atlanta is going to be asking Trey to do, unless you're anticipating a Jalen Johnson jump, which I think is. Absolutely,
he was all right though as a like he's that point guard level, but
he
does
the
some
half
things.
Court, you're asking him to create for others. In transition, he's a great, but in the half court, just
So you don't like the combination of him and Dyson, because Dyson is like a secondary playmaker. He's not, you're not going to run your offense to him, but he'll make connective reads. He'll get in the paint. He can make some passes and stuff. Jalen Johnson as well. Nickeil Alexander-Walker. You don't like that trifecta next to him? You don't think they could supplement?
I think you need some more. You need some advantage creation. You got Dyson who can play off of Trey's advantages. He's a smart player. Nickeil's in that same vein. Jalen Johnson in the half court is in that same vein. But you need someone who can collapse a defense and make reads. You need someone who can get paint touches whenever they want. Like, I don't know who that player is. I don't know if
D'Angelo Russell.
Karis LeVert. No, he's gone now. Karis LeVert was doing that for them last year. Karis LeVert was that extra advantage.
They already had.
They just lost him to Detroit. He went to Detroit.
Yeah,
big move for Detroit, by the way. I think that's a great move.
That's
the only thing they're missing. I don't know who that is. I mean, Dame just got waived. Maybe you are gearing up for 2027. I don't know, but like something that would be my goal.
D'Angelo Russell, but he's in Dallas, so.
Mars, who's a better look on the Atlanta roster? Would you have rather kept Karis, or do you like Nickeil better due to the things he does?
Damn, they're so different. Probably Nickeil, because I think if you're gonna build a roster around Trae Young, you need as much length and defense and versatility as possible, and I think Atlanta have gone with that. And I think Nickeil this year did show that he can have the ball in his hands somewhat. And then the outside shooting, I think, is more consistent. And then the point of attack defense is really, really good. So I still think Nickeil's skill set is probably more valuable for the Hawks. But ideally, I would have had both. Like best case scenario, I would have had both of them. I just don't think that's possible. Well, obviously, I don't think it was possible.
I don't know if
All
they
right.
need much of a just real quick, Ron.
Well, go ahead.
I don't
You
know
got
if
it.
they I don't know if they need too much more of like advantage creation, more so than just like a definitive score, or like a score on volume that is definitively better than Trae Young at that. Because like I'm kind of starting to compare them, or like I'm seeing like some parallels that they can have with like Indiana, and I do think that Indiana, Holly's kind of the main playmaker, and then there's others that can, do it a little bit, but they're mostly like playing out of closeouts and stuff like that. But then they do have like this one mismatch guy in Siakam that they can go to, and he can reliably score the ball consistently when he gets mismatches. That can potentially be a Jalen Johnson or even a Porzingis, if he can stay healthy. So that'll be interesting. I do agree that they could use one, but I think there are ways and avenues around that problem this year if they can figure that out.
I think Ricochet got a little more to the show. I don't know if he's going to show it this year. I don't know if he's going to unlock that treasure chest that he may have this year, but anywhere from next year to 3 to 4 years down the line, he's going to be a real good player.
Well, what kind of style of play, Ron, are we looking at in Atlanta? So you got Ricochet, who's an athlete. You got Jalen Johnson, who's their best athlete, right? You got KP, who's a stop and pop big, who can also speed up the offense because of his ability to protect the rim and shot block, right? You got Dyson Daniels, who can also. So in terms of offensively, what kind of style of play are we looking at in Atlanta? I think that this team plays faster this season coming up. I think that I'm looking at a faster team. I think I'm looking at a team that's more in transition. I think that I'm looking at a team I don't think that there's a lot of ball movement, but I do think that there's more quick hits with this team. Now, when the game slows down, that's when it gets tricky. You do have your advantage creator in Trae. You do have your downhill guy in Trae. You got your guy who can open up the floor in Trae. And I do think you got a good box player in Jalen Johnson and a mid-post player in Jalen Johnson. I think you got that. But I'm thinking of, but what I'm thinking about particularly, I'm thinking about the style of play in Atlanta. And I think that their advantage is going to be playing fast.
Chill, they were third in pace last year. Yep. So I expect them to keep that up. But y'all, there was a trade made last night. The Denver Nuggets acquired Cam Johnson. And then they turned around, for Michael Porter Jr., and then they turned around and signed Bruce Brown. And now we have a Denver representative up here to speak on that move. What's good, Swiper?
What's going on, y'all?
What's up, panelist of the year?
Hey, yo, what's up?
My question is, Swiper, with this move, why didn't you guys do this at the trade deadline? Why this was something that we've been talking about all year long. Why did this take so long?
Well, thank you. One of the things that I heard, Chill, is that this might have happened literally yesterday, as in, the Nets have been looking for real assets for the last 2 years, but they weren't able to get anything for several different reasons because the asking price was crazy. I don't know if y'all remember, but the Memphis Grizzlies tried to make a trade for Cam Johnson. They offered like 2 first-round picks, assets, all that, but they just weren't ready to make that move. But I actually speculate, Chill, based on everything that I kind of gathered, it sounds like Jordi Fernandez had a little bit of a hand in this. Just simple as like him being there. One of the things about Michael Porter Jr. that's made him, for some people, possibly untradeable is the fact that his medicals might flare up and then he might not pass a physical. Mm-hmm. But what happened is that apparently, I think Jordi Fernandez basically gave the Nets look, he's good. He works harder than anybody else in the league, which I'll make an argument he might be the hardest worker just given his physical situation. He didn't really have a choice. And also, he takes care of himself to the best of his ability. And I think Jordi helped push it through. And so the 2032 unprotected first, I think, which is kind of the sweetener and the deal breaker, just to let everybody know we all on the same page. But honestly, man, I was shocked because the Nuggets front office, John Wallace, Ben Tenzer, the newly acquired vice presidents and GMs, and then obviously Josh Kroenke kind of serving as the president of basketball. This all happened, and they kept it under wraps. They didn't tell anybody anything. This is the opposite of Calvin Booth. We had a speculation Bruce Brown wanted to come back, but he was telling everybody in the mama that he wanted to come back. So everybody knew he wanted to come. But getting, obviously, Cam Johnson, I think, is a game changer. And the biggest deal is not even just the player, y'all. I think everybody kind of acknowledges that. It's really the fact that they got $17 million cheaper on their books, and then they get underneath even the first apron.
Oh, y'all under the first apron right now?
Yeah, they're under the first apron. They have access to a full MLE with $14.1 million, and they have a trade exception for $16.8 million they can use to take on a larger contract without giving any assets back.
You think y'all gonna make another move?
Yeah.
MLE?
I mean, they'll. So I know they're talking to Al Horford. Another name that I'm hearing about is Duncan Robinson. So there's a few players that they could charge that up for. Chris Paul, like they want another ball handler. There's another name they could throw out for a higher deal, like a 1 year, $9 million deal, $8 million deal, something like that. They did talk to Yabusele. I don't know if they wanted to give him a second year.
He just signed.
To the Knicks.
Yeah,
he
went
to the Knicks. Yeah, I think that's a great move for the Knicks.
Really good move. Really good move.
But I don't know if they wanted to give him that second year. But I'm saying that Al Horford, I know they're higher on his list, so maybe we'll find out today. But I think I said it last night, Ron. If they get Al Horford, I'm probably going to swear them back as the best team in the league. I just think versatility-wise, I think they would have everything they need at that point, given they have Bruce and stuff back with the young boy development as well. So honestly, it was just all around good move, Ron. I mean, it's just really, really savvy navigating. But I want to really give credit to John Wallace. He came over from the Wolves. I think this had his handprint all over it.
Yeah, I think the Nuggets are gotten a lot better. They've gotten a lot better with these signings. Cam Johnson is an elite relocator, elite shooter, somebody that can play off Jokic perfectly. You bring in Bruce Brown, who was somebody that was so helpful to your 2023 run. And to your point, bring Al Horford. I said this on Twitter. If I'm the Nuggets, I'd be doing anything possible to go get Al Horford. Go get somebody that's still very competent at his age, at his size, can play within a system, can keep the Nuggets afloat when Jokic isn't on the floor, whether that's offensively or defensively. The Nuggets are dangerous. They're dangerous right now, and I think they're one move away.
And the fact that you guys were able to save that kind of money, I mean, that's a big deal. To get below the first apron, I mean, that's a big deal. And to be able to, considering what else do you need? I mean, you'll get Aaron Gordon back healthy, right? In addition to getting Aaron Gordon back healthy, Cam Johnson has had some issues. He's had ankle issues recently, but I still think that he's got some great years ahead of him. He's 28, 29 years old. So I think he's got another 4 or 5 years. He's got another 4 or 5 years at this level at minimum. So I think that'll be good. Plus, you still got Joker in his prime. Jamal Murray will be back ready. So with the amount of space that you have in terms of your bread, I think that this helps the Denver Nuggets.
I think Al Horford makes Jokic so much better too.
Even at 40 years old, Ox. I mean,
Yeah,
if we being honest, we ain't trolling. We being honest. How much? Why does Al Horford at 40 years? Like we being honest. I know how you feel about Al Horford. Al Horford is not what he used to be, Ox. So why does he make Joker?
I know he's not what he used to be.
Okay, so at 40, so at 39 years old, why does he make Joker better? What does he do to make Joker better at 39 years old?
Because you got another thinker out there with Jokic. Like Al Horford thinks the game of basketball. He goes to the right spot. He's gonna be in the correct spots on offense and defense, just to open the game up some more for Jokic. You know what I'm saying? That's all. No big deal. It's not, it's not nothing super deep. It's just, he's a good basketball player. He knows where to be. He knows how to open up the floor for Jokic on offense and defense. You know what I'm saying? And he still plays good defense. Even for his age, he still plays good defense. So he can help out in that aspect too. You can see lineups with him. I don't know how often, but you might see some lineups with Jokic, Al, and AG on the floor together. You know what I'm saying? So I like that one for them.
Yeah, they shoot the ball well with. I mean, Al shoots the ball well enough nowadays, and then with Aaron Gordon now being the three, if that is who he is now, we'll have to see. That 1 year. I mean, teams will still test that out. They got better. I don't know.
They haven't got Al Horford yet, just because Swiper said that they first in line, or he's at the top of their list.
All I said was that they're in discussion.
Is he though? I mean, because the Warriors in line for Al Horford too.
Everybody's in line for Al Horford.
Okay.
I don't know how much better I think Denver is. I mean, I think they got better. Of course you don't though, bro. No, but no, because I'm not fanning out like you are right now. I don't
No,
know
did
how
you-
much
did
of
you-
an
did you
upgrade.
just see
I don't
what
know
you were
how
clapping
much
at?
of
You
an
were-
upgrade
you were
Cam
clapping
Johnson
and
is
twerking for your
from
Lakers
Michael Porter
yesterday when they
Jr.
weren't doing anything.
It's an upgrade. It's an upgrade. Swiping my headphone is out. I can't hear you. They upgraded, right? They upgraded for sure from Michael Porter Jr. to Cam Johnson, but I don't know how much, to what degree.
Why do y'all think that's an upgrade though?
Because that's rude.
Why do y'all
You don't think that's an upgrade? Oh well,
No.
I think he's a better player. Now, dude, I think there are. I think he's a better passer, better. You know what I'm saying? It's some slight upgrades. I do think that they lose some rebounding with swapping Cam and Michael.
You
Porter
lose
Jr.
50% from the field at 19 a game, damn near.
What about
better
defense?
score? You can argue that
What
he's a
about
better
putting the
scorer.
ball on the floor?
I think Cam Johnson also is probably a better POA. Not probably, he is. A better
Yeah, he
POA than
is.
Michael
But
Porter
I
Jr.
mean, I get it. My whole thing with that is like Michael Porter Jr. got you a championship too. Like, you know what I mean? Like he was a big part of their championship. So to just throw him away and then just to feel like, oh, Cam Johnson, we upgrading, and it's like maybe like Michael Porter Jr. take a lot of pressure off the Denver Nuggets when he make those tough shots that people complain about. That take pressure off of him. You need somebody that bust your ass off of making tough shots sometimes. And I don't even give a shit about them saying tough shots. 50% from the field is crazy, considering the shots that he take. It's crazy. So,
well, I think they're taking a gamble that from because I think Jordan through February 1st, I think Cam was at like 19 and a half, like 67 true shooting, and I think he was shooting 50-40, but it dropped. I think he had some things that kind of affected that over the rest of the season. I think they're assuming that if he plays in a much better offense, especially more on schedule offense,
that's what I agree with you.
Yeah,
they assuming, but his 19 come from a much less offense. Like for me, it's backwards. For me, it's backwards. Like for Michael Porter Jr. to go from 18 a game at 50%, and then he end up going to Brooklyn, I can assume he's going to get more. I can assume that he's going to score more. For Cam Johnson, to me, his at 19, 18 a game, I can assume that's probably going to drop considering how he got it. That's what I'm saying. Because the roles
Jokic is going to make his life easy?
Yeah, it's going to be easier, but I don't know if it's going to be easier to where you're going to spoon feed him 20 a game. I don't know if that's the deal.
Jokic makes everybody's life easier. That's the reason.
Yeah, but even the second best scorer on their team, he get it. Joker make his life easy, but even Murray get it on his own too, though. Like that's what I'm saying. Like I think you looking for more of Jokic to pass it to Cam Johnson, and he's going to probably catch and shoot, make his shots, whatever. I'm not saying it's going to be a downfall of the Denver Nuggets. I just think the players are pretty much equal. You're getting a better defender, but I think the value of Michael Porter Jr., I'm just really high on his value to take pressure off of.
I think it's the
Murray
drop.
and Jokic.
I think it's the drop between the big thing, Jordan, is the drop between 38 million and salary 21, and then I think the players they can add to the roster because of them. You know what I mean? So I think it's like the roster as a whole is going to get better, even if like you would say like it's a flatline trade in some way between Cam and MPJ. It's not MPJ's fault. But also MPJ too. I would say he showed in the playoffs, even in the title run, he really struggled versus certain kinds of teams. Cam Johnson is a better creator, and I think being a better all around defender will help schematically too. You know what I mean? So I think I have no bad word to say about MPJ at all. I think it's just more situational that if he wasn't making the money he was making, then I think that he would possibly still be there. But that's not
hurt. If he weren't hurt in the playoffs,
yeah. I mean, but if he wasn't hurt in the playoff, but also too, if he, Porter just like they said, I have no complaints about him. The dude had 3 back surgeries, and he's, like I said, one of the hardest workers in the league. I really, it's just the money in the situation. I think it was just time for the core to kind of be split up.
The Cam Johnson move isn't the move I'm like question. It's like getting Bruce Brown. I get they won a championship with him, but how big of a deal is that for real? I'm gonna have to see it. I'm sorry.
He is one of them players you got to see though. Real talk. He one of them players.
You saw it though. I mean,
we see.
Yeah, but we saw it in 2023.
We saw it 3 years ago.
That's what I'm saying.
That was 2 years
we
ago.
saw it in 2023.
Okay, it was 2 years ago.
Years old. Yeah.
Okay, right. And the stuff that he did 2 years ago, he can still do that. Like it's not like This is a transition
I'm
between.
not disagreeing with that. I agree. He can still do it. I
He
think
can
so.
still.
I'm not saying he can't, but I'm just saying I would like to see it. He hasn't played much basketball in the past 2 years.
Okay,
Yeah,
he
but
hasn't
Bruce,
played much
Bruce Brown
basketball.
played like a Caruso role. It's not like they asking Bruce Brown to come in like Cam Johnson and shoot 40% from three and do all of this. Or you're coming in to play.
I think that's what he did
stir
for
things
Denver.
up.
I think he did shoot 40% from three.
He did shoot very good that year, but
Bruce
that
Brown
wasn't the
did.
primary source of his value. The primary source of his value was him being a Swiss Army knife. Remember, he was locking up D-Lo.
He really a
making
four. He really a
plays,
four.
running the floor. Like he
Oh,
did
Mark,
a
don't
little
do
bit of
that.
everything.
Locking up D'Lo.
D-Lo going. I know I don't want to switch it, but I'm gonna say this right now because I'll be having my up and down takes about D'Angelo Russell. Until Kyrie come back, don't be surprised if D'Lo average about 18 to 20.
Hey, Jordan, say it one more time. They ain't
Jordan,
hit you in the back, Jordan. They didn't hit you in
Until
the back.
Kyrie
One more time.
Irving come back, don't be surprised if D'Lo average about 18 to 20. This
Watch out,
average
yo.
offense is perfect for him. I'm talking
out.
about.
I've been saying the
perfect.
same thing up here, Jordan. I've been saying the same thing. D-Lo finna cook over there in Dallas.
Watch out. They ain't hit y'all dudes in the
Yeah,
back.
bro. This offense is perfect for him. You're gonna see him. You're gonna see how good he is as a passer too, and you're gonna see how good he is as a scorer. Because Anthony Davis is probably he's their best player, probably their best scorer too. But D'Angelo Russell with him in that pick and roll, also with Cooper Flag, with PJ Washington on that wing, Derek Lively, Gafford. Them is the weapons that you want to see with D'Angelo Russell, not that bullshit ass Luka Doncic shit. And I change my mind about Luka every year though, because I'm talking shit about Luka now, but in the season, I'm gonna be praising Luka. But I don't want to see D'Lo with LeBron, which is Luka 2.0 or 1.5. I don't give a shit how y'all want to put it, but I don't want to see that. I want to see D'Lo primary ball handler D'Angelo Russell. That's what I want to see.
I think it's possible you're right, but I watched D'Lo in Brooklyn and he sucked. So
yeah, but Mars, 20 games.
Yeah, that's fine. That's why I said. That's why I said what you said may be right. Like I'm not saying you're wrong because I think D'Lo is really talented, but I also watched him suck in Brooklyn. So like,
I did too. I watched him suck.
Right, he made that game winner against the Rockets. That was the only time he decided to play well. But yeah, I think D'Lo. I mean, Real Talk was the one who put it out there. I think D'Lo's cool. 2 years, 13. Is that what you got? Was it something like that?
Yeah.
I think that's cheap
Good
for
contract.
what D'Lo brings.
Yeah.
That's cheap for what D'Lo brings. So I think it's good for Dallas, especially while Kyrie's gone. So
Hey,
he
hey,
can play off
Moss.
of Kyrie too.
He was
just while I'm here, yo, I think what happened to Dame is ridiculous, y'all.
Oh man, that's horrible. I couldn't believe that. But shit, the
Mark, I
Rockets
think
might as
that's
well sign him.
ridiculous, y'all.
Shit, the Rockets might as well get him though. We might as well stash him
Anybody
for
might
him
as well
for a
get
year.
him. Yeah, just let him sit on the bench and heal.
Why do you think that though,
Yeah,
Swiper?
why?
Because he's still getting all his money.
Yeah, but I think the thing is like, well, I don't know if he getting up, but we'll see. If he agreed to all his money come back. Sure, I don't know what the.
Doesn't he have to?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you can't waive him and say, hey,
Yeah,
we're
yeah,
but
cutting
I
you and
think-
we're not giving you your
That's
contract.
not the way that works.
But I think it's not even just the money, y'all. I think when you're with an organization too. Now, hopefully he gets signed soon. Like it's just the medical team that like is helping you through the injury when you first get injured. The training staff is helping you. Like it's just a bunch of stuff. Your family's there. He moved to Milwaukee. Now you got to find a new place to live amid all this stuff. I think for me, it's just more so like Dame came there with a mission that he wanted to obviously help Giannis win a title. And I think that not just falling short, but then the injury derailing it. But then also, I just think like when you commit to an organization as a player, like he committed to it, being in a situation now where everybody's just kind of like in a situation where you just release him, like he's gone. You know what I mean? Like that just seems harsh for me, but I understand like some of y'all might feel differently. But I was just really, really, really shocked to see that. Really
From a
shocked. To see that.
financial standpoint,
So
from
what
a
the fuck
financial
is? Oh, go ahead, Chill.
from a financial standpoint, they're looking at it like we got a 35-year-old. He's going to be 35 in July, right? He's going to be 35 this month. From a financial standpoint, what can we do to save money? Because again, Milwaukee is one of those markets where things can get expensive really fast. So what can we do to save money? We don't know if Dame's going to be back and at the same level that we need him to play at. We literally just had this conversation about Kawhi Leonard yesterday. If Dame Lillard is on this Milwaukee Bucks roster, he's not on this Bucks roster to just be there. He's on this Bucks roster to be Dame time. That's what he's there for. And Milwaukee is looking at him like, can he still be Dame time at 36 years old at $55 million? Or can we take this money that we have with him and basically finance him for the rest of the time and open up money where we can get better at the 5 spot, which they did with Miles Turner, and shore up the 2 guard spot? Because to your point, Mars, are they going to lose
Drew Holiday back?
That's what I'm saying. Are they going to lose Gary Trent? Because if they lose
But
Gary
they
Trent,
just got him back, so
They got him back, yeah.
But they need goddamn Drew Holiday back shit or something.
They ain't back to
I
court.
mean,
fellas, I'm
it
about
may
to
have been
step in.
harsh, but it was the rain. I mean,
I'm
it
about to
is what
step
it
in
is.
right now, y'all, because we about to get into the last 10 minutes of the hour. And for the last 10 minutes of the hour, you guys are running the offense. You guys are running the show. You guys are calling the plays because it's crunch time chats. So let's go ahead and get into it. The first super chat that I got is from Hunter. Hunter said, Calvin Booth will pay for the sins he has committed against my franchise. Tenzer and Wallace FC, we here.
that's interesting. I mean, they did win the NBA championship 2 years ago, and
Why y'all still blaming Calvin Booth?
yeah, I mean, I
No, because Calvin.
don't get that.
I mean, I don't. Calvin Booth, like, he helped make the trade that was already aligned. Like, Connolly and them had already laid that out. I think they're talking about everything else that's happened since then. With really the discord that exists between him and Malone started with Booth, and then all the other stuff that happened, and trading away the 2nd round pick for Reggie Jackson and signing Dario Saric and just a bunch of nonsense. And also too, like, getting rid of all the veterans, not signing veterans, because he only wanted the young players to play. Because he 100% bought into this mentality. I think there are just several things that he just didn't do at a fundamental level. And plus, honestly, he had a horrible relationship. Purportedly, did not maintain a working relationship with people in the front office. Was very isolated with stuff he was doing. So I think it's a long list of things that I think he could have done better overall as a leader.
I wonder where this Calvin Booth, Mike Malone thing started in terms of the riff. I wonder where it started, because it couldn't have been. He got hired by him. Is that was Mike Malone Calvin Booth's guy?
No,
I think it started with Russell Westbrook, right?
No. Booth got hired. Malone already been there for 8 years.
Because Malone been there since 2015, 2016, right? So
14,
15. I'm sorry. So Calvin Booth got the job in what, 18?
No. Calvin Booth got the job the year they won a championship in college.
So in 23?
23. Yeah.
Wasn't he there though? But wasn't he already there?
Yeah, he was. But he was like an assistant to.
Okay,
Connolly.
I knew he was there. I knew I wasn't going crazy. I knew he was there. I got it.
No longer Gabe said one of the biggest crimes is Curry not having a good 7-footer to play with. Honestly, thank God. He'll be sitting on 7 rings right now.
KD 6'11". Okay. Interesting.
DeMarcus
Good
Cousins?
big. I mean, Kevon Looney was a good big.
Kevon Looney 6'9", so he definitely not 7.
Hey, he is 6'9" Kevin Durant. What you mean though?
Yeah, but I mean, you say he ain't had no good 7-footers, and he played with Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
Sound like a pretty good 7-footer to me. So
He got 2 championships out the deal.
but if he means like a legit big, then yeah, I guess.
The next super chat again is from No Longer Gabe. No Longer said Jalen Suggs and the Magic are killing Atlanta in a 7-game series, by the way.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie.
Killing is a stretch.
The Hawks
Killing
might
is a stretch.
bust their ass 4-2. That's what's crazy.
They could beat him.
I don't see that happening.
Porzingis, Jalen Johnson, Ricochet. That's a good ass lineup. I ain't gonna lie.
But they can
Ricochet and
guard at
Porzingis
every
in the
position.
same lineup. That's some good shit right there.
And they
Atlanta
can
beat
guard
them
every
for
one of
sure.
those players.
I need Trey to fully invest in the playmaking stuff. Just the scoring.
I think he
is
got
just-
talent now to do it. I think,
Last year wasn't enough.
yeah, he got.
No, I'm not saying he needs to pass more, and I'm saying Trey just like maybe the scoring ain't for everyone. Like maybe you don't need to be trying to score as much. But also on the flip side, maybe it's a Clint Capella was clogging the lane and Trey couldn't really score effectively, and now you got a popping big or a stretch big. Maybe Trey can be more efficient. I don't know. It could go either way, but I might need to. I don't know. Trey might need to not try to score so much.
Trae Young is reclaiming his spot as a top 5 PG next year. I will say.
Reclaim it.
You don't need to reclaim it.
I mean, for me, he don't need to reclaim it, but for others, you know.
Oh, he's top 5 to you?
Hell yeah.
I'm really high on Trae Young. Trae Young is
top
one of
3
the
to me.
best passers, playmakers
Talk
in
that talk, Jordan.
the association.
he top 3 to me, but I've been,
Top
you
that
know,
talk.
I've been on,
Top 3 is
I've been
crazy.
on that with Trey though. I've been on
Top
that.
He's
3
better.
is
He's
crazy.
better than Steph.
Yeah, we
Luka,
been on that with
Shea,
Trey.
Steph,
You
Brunson.
know, but like I said, I
Mars, we
don't
had this
consider Luka-
conversation. He thought that he's in the same conversation with Magic. You remember that?
Yeah, I remember that. I did.
Okay.
First of all, you misconstrued my words. I said just as good.
Okay,
I
so
didn't
in the
say
same
better.
conversation.
Same thing.
Same
No, I
conversation.
didn't say better. I said just as good. Meaning some days he could be better, some days he could be worse.
Which means that I'm in a conversation with this dude.
Oh yeah,
I
he
might
in the
not-
conversation. Oh yeah, he in the
Unbelievable.
conversation.
So
That's for
this is-
sure.
this- okay,
Everything
just
is a
wanted to make sure
conversation.
No, Trey's nice. Trey's
Chill, I want you to know I'm on game 3 of Magic Johnson. I'm still not moved.
What game did you watch?
What game did we
yesterday?
watch? We watched and this is a game he had like 20 assists. It was 89 against the Suns.
That was best player in the league.
I seen someone leave a comment about Magic against the Suns. Called you an idiot. Said Magic was averaging like a triple double against the Suns and stuff.
I don't. I mean, has he watched the game, bro? I mean, Magic in transition, demon, half court, it gets sketchy. I'm not gonna lie. Demon.
Mars,
in
what's your
transition, though.
what's your issue outside of I'm gonna rephrase the question.
What did I do? Smooth too? What the hell I do to you?
Let me rephrase the question, because I think all of your issues with Trae Young stem from him being small. I don't think that this would be a problem if he was 6'4", 6'5". I think
Yeah,
we'd be having.
he'd score better if he was 6'4".
That's what I'm
Right.
saying. And I think I just answered my own question because I'm trying to figure out, because I got issues with his shot selection. I've always had issues with his shot selection, but him being small compounds that. So I think I just answered my own question.
Yeah, but basketball is a sport where if you're bigger, it tends to be an advantage. If Trey was 6'4", 6'5", the exact same player, I think he'd be better. It's just, I think that's just how it goes. And if Trey was 6'8", 6'9", we're talking about, oh my God, this is the best player in the league. So I think Trey said something to that effect. He said if I was 6'8", 6'9", he said he would be the best player in the world. Now, I'm not saying he would be, but like he'd be a lot better just because he's bigger. I think the big reason why Trey struggles as a finisher around the rim is because of his size. I think a big reason why Trey relies on his floater so much is because of his size. I think a big reason why Trey shoots so many deep threes is because he's so small, he can't really get his shot off without it having to be from deeper range.
You can cut that out now, though.
Yeah, like, and that's what I'm saying. Like, those are the things I'm saying, like, need to be cut out. And I think Trey's one of the few who are like 87% of what he does is based out of pick and roll. And like the league seems to be, as like a collective, seems to be just decreasing his pick and roll usage. And Trey's is all like all-time high. So there's some concerns there. And then it's like, just in terms of matchups, like, that's why I said Orlando could beat them, but I think they could beat Orlando. Like, Orlando got a lot of size. And if Trey's your only creator, like, you got Jalen Suggs guarding you, then you got Franz in the gaps, Jonathan Isaac when he plays, Desmond Bane is going to be around. Like, that's a lot of people to throw at Trey. And it's like, you're asking him to create all of your offense. Like, it's concerning. But Trey is really good. I think he's the top 4 passer in the league.
Yo,
Like,
this is
he's a special passer. So
finally
Denver is acquiring Jonas Valanciunas. So
for Dario Saric.
Yeah,
they found one of the 4 defenders worse than
Hey,
Jokic.
Ron, just
Yeah,
like you
okay.
said, they ain't got Al Horford. They ain't got Al Horford. So
No, this
Not
is
to
a
worry about that
trade.
anymore.
So they're
Not to worry about that one anymore.
So they're no. They're absorbing. I think they're absorbing Val in the trade exception they got, and they're just flipping Sarge out to clear that bench spot. So they should still have either their full MLE or most of their MLE money available, and they're just subbing out rotational players. So yeah, whatever. As long as they got Sarge, respectfully.
Big
No.
after
As long as
getting Valanciunas.
they get Sarge out the building, I think that's a double win. for
So
me.
is
you
Valanciunas,
don't like Sarge, I know
Valanciunas your
that.
backup center now?
So we
that what
got
it is?
Dario.
Yeah,
Yep.
y'all got Dark.
Super dark.
Hey, you know what? I know I came late, but did we talk about the best team in the NBA yet?
Hey, hold up, Jordan. Before we get into that, we still got.
Oh, he wants us to talk
it's-
about
Jordan
Houston.
derailed.
No, we go get there. We got a couple
we
more
go.
super chats
Yeah,
though,
we
and then we
gotta
gonna go
get
ahead. We go get there. I promise you. Shamar Trusty said, "How do y'all feel about the Lakers drafting? I think Adu. I don't want to butcher his name. How you say his name? Real talk. Adu Theory.
All I know is a dude.
Theoro, I
The
think.
last name,
Theoro.
I don't know yet. But
I think
I
it's
love
Theoro,
Arkansas,
but I don't
right?
know for sure.
Yeah, he
With
went to
with
Arkansas.
Yeah.
I
Lefty.
love the pick. He and with our lack of athleticism, he needs
Real
to
talk,
be
what
a
do you think he
viable
gonna do,
player
though?
this year. What he
Real
gonna
talk, what do you
do?
think he gonna do?
I
He gonna
think
play
he can
defense
be,
and run.
he
He
can be
gonna sit his
Luka's
ass
new.
on the bench.
No, he's not. No, he is not. No, he's not. He's gonna be Luka's new Derrick Jones Jr. Either this year or next year. That's the plan. That's
You know
the
what I
mold of
noticed?
player that
Real
he can
talk.
hopefully be.
You know what I noticed, and I'm
What's
gonna
up?
include you in there because you a Lakers fan.
Mm-hmm.
Lakers fans and Luka fans are some of the most optimistic people on the planet, boy. Y'all are so optimistic.
Oh, you
not
must have
high
missed
on
John
Buddy?
D's rant. Yeah, you must have missed John D's rant at the beginning. That was the
No, I
opposite
didn't.
of optimism. Yeah, that was the
Yeah,
opposite.
but god damn, boy. Anybody that the Lakers get and that
Oh, you
Luka
right. You
get,
right. Yeah.
they y'all overhyped it. I'm seeing somebody tell me Jake LaRavia is nice. He's nice. Oh my god.
Jake, all right though.
He alright until he played
He
for the
cool.
Lakers. You know what? To play for the Lakers, you either gotta be exceptional, but you can't be alright because that alright turn to trash.
Man,
Me saying he can be Derrick Jones Jr. is like that. That's not possible for him.
Did I not just
look
not,
at
not
you.
just
Look at
not
real
just
talk.
30 seconds
Oh my
ago?
God.
Did I not just say Jordan hear Jordan say, "Can we talk about the best team in the
Best
NBA?
team in the league.
What were the additions
But
that you
I'm
guys
being
got?
unreasonable.
But to be fair, it was a super chat. To be fair, it was a super chat. To be fair, it was a super chat.
Kevin Durant off the rip, that's number one. That's a hell of an addition.
Is Kevin Durant better than a Dude Theoro though?
Yeah, what? We even
That's
question.
a good question.
No, it
That's a
ain't.
good question.
Jake LaRavia plus a Dude Theoro?
Man, hell
Stacks
no.
up.
No, hell no, bro. This is what I'm talking about, though. Watch when the Lakers play. I told y'all mid-season when they acquired Luka, I was the biggest Laker hater. I don't know what I'm talking about. I said, you Lakers fans gonna get y'all ass let down. And I don't want to hear no excuses. We start bringing up stats that don't even mean nothing when one of the other two play or this play, and I'm like, what the fuck are we talking about? Soon as the playoffs come, we gonna cook. We gonna do this, and then y'all get y'all ass bounced, and now y'all gotta fix this and fix that. And who knew Jake LaRavia was gonna be the answer to all y'all problems? I had no idea. Thank the Lakers.
Nobody is saying that Jake LaRavia is the answer to all of our problems. Nobody is saying that.
That would have looked like.
Nobody
Who
is saying
knew?
that.
Who knew?
Most Laker
we
fans
had
right
to
now are highly upset with the Laker front office.
That was
Highly
your first
upset.
signing. You mean to tell me y'all
I
first
know it was our first
priority
signing.
of free agency was Jake LaRavia? Who knew we had to get him off the board, Chill? Who knew everybody's big board had Jake LaRavia circled number one?
I did not
Who
know
knew?
that.
I had no idea. I had no idea.
I did not know that.
Man, the Lakers got a steal with Jake LaRavia.
I
Real
can't
talk.
even make fun of your team because that's my second team.
Real talk.
And because they're doing a hell of a job. That's
Yeah,
why.
they're doing a hell of a
They're
job.
doing a hell of a job.
You
It's
didn't
almost
tell
like
me
someone
you-
said Dorian Finney-Smith was going to the Rockets, by the way.
Wait, Jordan, are you
You
trolling?
did
about the
say
Lakers
that.
and Jake
You said
LaRavia?
that.
Oh, I'm definitely trolling with the Lakers.
Oh, I'm
with
about
Jake
to say,
LaRavia.
because I was listening and I was like, wait a minute.
No, I'm definitely trolling. Swiper.
Now
who knew-
DeAndre Ayton going to the Pacers too, probably?
Hey, Swiper.
Hey,
Wait,
who
what?
knew-
Hey, look, Jordan, they're going to be Drew Eubanks and LeBron.
hey, Swiper, who knew the Lakers fans waited hours after the free agency to start to get Jake LaRavia? I had no idea that's what we was doing. Oh my God, I can't
Well, I
wait.
think
DeAndre Ayton.
they didn't
Jake
know
LaRavia.
that DFS was going to get that kind of money. And again, per reports, shout out to my dog. Apparently, they were behind the scenes trying to crash Dorian's trade value by saying his knees were bad and all that. Or his ankles.
I'm gonna tell you
were
something.
bad.
Fake news. Fake
No,
news.
I talked
Fake
to Anthony. Anthony said he's standing on that. So I'm riding with.
You
I'm
talking about
going with
Anthony Irwin?
Yeah, I'm talking about the person that works.
Yeah,
in the
fake
organization.
news.
Yeah,
Again,
but
Oh, I thought he was
real-
talking about Davis.
Real
I'm
talk.
gonna tell
Real
you-
talk.
I'm gonna tell you some real news, Swiper. My homeboy training with Dorian in Dallas right now. We knew about that 2 days ago. 2 days ago.
Breaking news, Jordan.
Oh, you're not allowed to say that because that means
it
that
ain't-
Houston was negotiating
Hey,
before they
it
were
ain't-
allowed to. You're not allowed to say that.
tampering.
Yeah, you're not allowed to say that, Jordan. You're not allowed to say that.
Hey,
You better say you found out about that right when it was allowed to be.
2 hours ago.
I'm a liar. I'm a liar. I don't know nothing about that. I just
There you
lie.
go. There you go.
Hey,
There
Jordan,
you go.
just change your profile name on Twitter from Drenchman to Insider Man. Insider Man.
No.
Insider Man, bro.
Swiper.
You insider man?
I don't know.
Relax,
nothing about
Mars.
nothing.
Focus. Focus,
Hey,
Mars.
it's not even June anymore.
There you go. That's what I'm
Hey,
saying.
boys, June habits turn into July habits. But
Hey.
y'all, before we get into the Houston Rockets, Gary Harris just signed a 2-year deal to Milwaukee.
That's a great deal for them.
Yeah.
Great deal. He's a really good player for that
Man,
organization.
Gary Harris is pretty damn good. Why the Lakers couldn't get Gary Harris? Instead, they got Jake LaRavia.
Oh my goodness! Can we stop talking about the
No,
Lakers?
no, we cannot. You don't
Yeah,
own
we
the
can
Lakers.
actually.
You don't own the Lakers. You can't.
Any
tell
other
people to stop
time we
talking
don't.
about it.
Nobody want to talk about the Lakers. We out here struggling.
talk about you all the
Now
time.
everybody want to talk about the Lakers.
I
Real
love
talk.
talking about the Lakers.
Hey,
'Cause
real
I
talk.
love-
This
I
victim
love
thing
Lakers
don't look
worse
good on
than
you, real
Cowboy
talk. It don't
fans.
look good on you at all. It don't look good on you at all.
I'm not
Stop
being
being
no
a
victim. I'm saying I'm trying to keep the show of moving. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about the other teams that are doing well. There's
Gotta
no need
keep
to
it
talk about a
moving.
team that's not doing anything. Let's talk about the teams that's doing well.
Hey, we got to keep it moving. Who else did the Lakers sign? The Lakers didn't sign nobody else yet.
They signed Jake LaRavia. They're going to sign DeAndre Ayton tomorrow when he.
Ain't no
Chill.
chill.
We don't know that.
They're going to sign
Chill.
DeAndre Ayton tomorrow.
You
when he
mean to
clears
tell me
waivers.
everybody
Wait.
didn't make signings and trades and the Lakers' biggest one of
Wait,
the
yeah.
offseason
Wait, how,
is
the
Jake
Pacers got an
LaRavia?
opening at center. Chill. What you mean DeAndre Ayton going there?
Who's got
Bro,
opening that center?
the Pacers.
Okay, the Pacers have an opening that center, and so do the Lakers.
And got
The Pacers might actually be willing to pay DeAndre Ayton.
Yeah, and
Now,
what's
see,
the
that
better
might be the
situation,
difference
the
right
Lakers
there.
or the Pacers?
That might be.
And
the difference.
DeAndre Ayton's already agreed to go to the Pacers before.
And then
Hey,
Portland
the
ended
Pacers
up.
getting Roy
Portland
Hibbert
ended up.
back?
So
Portland ended
Pacers
up
getting Roy Hibbert
matching the
back?
deal. Yep.
shout out
That's
to
Roy
Roy
Hibbert.
Hibbert, man. I heard someone say Paul George. Roy Hibbert was a better defender than Paul George. That was cool. But that was a weird side note. I just said for no reason. But yeah, DeAndre Ayton
Trying
could
to
go
get
to
that
the
Yapper of
Pacers.
the year this year?
If they
No,
lose,
I heard
that-
someone say it. I heard someone say it, but yeah, that was a random. I don't know why I said that.
If the Lakers lose DeAndre Ayton, Rob Pelinka's getting
They
fired.
never had him to lose.
Hey,
Can't lose what you never
You've just
had.
been trying to speak it into existence.
I think
Mark,
that
my
Yeah,
TikTok
if they
is telling
don't
me
land
that
DeAndre,
if they don't
Ayton,
land him, he's getting
Luka
fired.
is gone.
Mark,
Luka's
my
not, bro.
TikTok is telling me
If
that
this is the off season to try to show Luka that hey, we can
now
try to
Luka's
build a
being
team
dramatic,
around
y'all.
you, and
Luka's
we
being
can't
dramatic.
land anybody.
No, he not.
Why would
Luka's
Luka leave?
gone, bro.
Why would he leave baddies and beaches? Number one, okay, you got the great life.
Doesn't he have a
great
wife
money.
and a kid?
That's not yes.
Yeah,
he already has
exactly.
family.
Exactly. But I'm
Just
saying,
put
but
it
Mark,
in
They
the
don't
it's
stop
just
nothing
a
now.
part
They
of
don't
the
stop
background.
nothing though. They don't
It's like
hey,
it's like,
they
no,
don't stop nothing, though.
Jordan. It's just the backdrop. That's what I'm saying. It's the backdrop to being a Lakers. That's all I'm saying.
Enjoy the backdrop in the summers.
No, that's what I'm saying. But look, here's the problem. Real talk. Luka, I think he could leave next year. He ain't leaving now. But look, by next year, y'all be better. I'm just saying this year, everything they thought would happen has gone the opposite for the Lakers so far. And I think Miles Turner, look, really, you really need to blame the Bucks. If the Bucks don't release and waive Damian Lillard, Miles Turner doesn't have the money to go there. But now they need a center, not just for next year, for this year, but for next year when Howley gets back. And Ayton is right now the best big on the market to do that. And you can get him for what, like $10 million a year? For 12?
No,
for
he
2 or
probably
3
gonna want
years?
more than that. He probably gonna want a good 15 to 18 a year.
I mean, whatever. I mean, the Pacers
LA
can do
got
it.
That's
MLE
cheaper than what they would have got
14.
him for a couple years back. So it all works out. I
Hey,
actually think
Mark.
Ayton will be good in Indiana. too.
Mars, I got a question because my TikTok is telling me that the Rockets is trying to trade Cam Whitmore. Did you see that?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
true.
they've been
That's
talking about
true,
that
too.
for a little minute. They've been.
Oh
floating
man,
around
I
and
hope
stuff.
not. I hope
You might, and he might get traded to Denver.
Why
too,
not,
bro.
You hope
Jordan?
not.
Why not, Jordan? Because I vividly remember
Or
you
you
sitting
got
up here.
everything, and you want Cam
Well, not only do they have everything, Ron, I vividly remember Jordan and I having a conversation about how Cam Whitmore just doesn't work in Houston. You made that
No.
clear.
Hold on. I said, first of all, he need to get his act together because the way he's acting, he would be out the league. But I've been on record saying this a lot of times. Once Jalen Green gone, that's Cam Whitmore. What did I say about Jalen Green? He's a 6 man, right?
You did
I
say
said
that he was a
right?
6
So what's
man.
Cam Whitmore? 6 man?
Yes, off the bench for now. That's what I want him. I want him to be explosive scorer, which I think he's a better scorer. I think he's a better player than Jalen Green, to be honest with you. But I want him off the bench in Jalen Green role. We couldn't put Jalen Green on the bench, so we got Cam Whitmore coming off the bench. That's what I
Cam
want.
Whitmore a better player than Jalen Green, as I can say to me. But
Hey,
okay.
man, they forced a lot of Jalen Green stuff, so I want us to force a lot
Oh
of
no,
Cam Whitmore.
I agree. Jalen Green got a lot of rope that Cam Whitmore just wouldn't be afforded. I agree.
Exactly.
And why did
Cam
he
Whitmore being better than Jalen Green is insane to me.
I don't
That's-
think
But I do agree that
That's what I'm
Jalen Green got way more opportunity than he probably deserved based on
so.
his
So do
play.
that same thing as a 6 man for Cam Whitmore.
Why does he have all
No, because
that
they're trying to
rope?
win a championship now.
That's what I'm saying. Why,
So
why
he's
did
not
Jalen
getting
Green-
an opportunity. It's tough. He's
We
just
still
not.
need a 6 man. Who's our sixth man?
Reed Shepherd.
No, I don't look at Reed
Reed
Shepherd as
Shepherd.
our sixth man.
Jabari Smith Jr. y'all 6 man.
Who?
No, Jabari
You
started.
crazy as
Dorian
hell.
coming off
Jabari
the bench.
smart.
Dorian
Jabari
coming off the bench.
Jabari started
Then Tari
started
man.
the 3.
But I think he's talking about like scoring punches.
I need a score. We need a rocket off the bench. No pun intended. We need somebody to come and go. And like Cam is that dude.
Fred at the
You
1,
always need one of them.
Men at the 2, Jabari at the 3, KD at the 4, Sengun at the 5. And then you got let's see.
Clint
I got
Capella.
Steven Adams. I got Steven Adams coming off the bench. I got Dorian Smith coming off the bench. I got Clint Capella coming off the bench. Cam Whitmore. Tari Eason. Y'all got 10 guys.
Reed Shepherd. Did you count Reed Shepherd?
I'm sorry, 11
I
guys.
gotta count Reed.
I'm counting Reed before I count Cam.
George starting.
You got 11
For sure,
guys.
no, but I'm guessing. Yes.
I think he for sure started. You don't pay a bench player 5 years.
Didn't he lose his starting job last year?
In the words
he got hurt.
In the words
And he
of
goes-
Mike,
Yeah, because
He
a man.
didn't get it
Yeah,
back.
a man. But that's because the only spot to take was a man.
Yeah. And
And
when they
then-
win it, you don't just put him back in like that.
Tari gonna take his spot again this year.
No. I don't think Tari. I think
I'm gonna be honest. Houston got like 12 guys, but like I don't think Clint Capella's gonna play that much. But
I think he will.
He
I don't
behind
think Steven Adams is gonna play that much into the playoffs.
yeah, I think it's gonna be a lot of just chopping and changing the backup big over the course
Yeah,
of the
I
season.
can see that. I can see
Like
But-
Steven Adams
but-
will play the first game of back to back, then Clint Capella will play the second. Like that's what I think.
But
will happen,
Mars,
like,
you got to understand too. The Rockets really like that double big lineup, so it gives them a little bit more with Clint Capella and Steven Adams. Even though the spacing is horrible, but it give them a
double
little
big
bit-
Capella and Adams instead of
Bro, you're gonna get
Adams
hella
and
rebound,
Sengun.
and then you can throw Jabari out there with KD, with maybe a Reed
Oh, so
Shepherd
you-
or another shooter, and Fred VanVleet. Bro, Jabari can get 7 rebounds a game too. We gonna clean up on the offensive glass for sure.
Yeah, the Rockets seem to be leaning fully into the things they did good last year. They're just trying to get better at those things,
At those
and then
things, that's what-
basically saying our half court scorer last year was Jalen Green.
And
Now
it's
imagine
Durant.
we have the best offensive rebounding team, one of the most versatile defense in the NBA, and our half court scorer is Kevin Durant.
That's
That
what I
seems to
think.
be the principle, which I understand the vision, but I do think you need a jump from Reed Shepherd. I think Reed Shepherd has to be
Yeah.
viable this year.
That's what they said too, though. They said they want to read a lot more. He gonna have a bigger role this year. So summer
'Cause
league is
they
very
need
important.
shoot. Yeah, summer league gonna be huge.
I mean,
they
him.
need some shooting. I think you probably want a Jabari jump, especially now that you've paid him. But
Hey, Jordan.
everything goes right. Houston, scary. I say that.
Hey, I wish you were here right now, Jordan.
Boy,
Hey, Jordan, I wish you were here right now, boy.
We're gonna be slapping a rebound all game. You ain't getting chill. We gonna lead the league. In
Houston might be the best rebounding team ever. I don't know who that currently
ever.
is, but Houston might be the best rebounding team ever. Like they have the possibility to do that.
Bro, the only small player.
Now I couldn't tell you who currently holds the title, but I'm like, they got really good rebounding at every position.
Bro, the only small player in the group is Fred VanVleet.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, Jabari 16.
And he got an IQ.
He
Just
needs
like,
16 and 6'11.
Yeah, I need a
same-
smaller defender than Hakeem. So
he got
like,
the
even though
same
he's
defense-
small,
that's what I was gonna say. Same defensive IQ as Hakeem, Mars. I mean, y'all are
higher, but
Jordan,
Hey,
why
man.
are they better than OKC now, though? Like to you, because to me, they still struggle to score against OKC, especially in
that was
half
last
court.
year. That was last year because we didn't have a Jalen Green. We forced a lot of shit with Jalen Green, which I was saying a lot of the time. I think the offense will look kind of the same, but like Mars said, we're trying to supplement what we did last year with Kevin Durant. You talking about more efficient, like, and I keep telling people this because this is where the conversations get weird for me when we talk about why the Rockets kept Fred VanVleet and not Jalen Green. Bro, it was a lot of games Jalen Green didn't finish the game. So the Rockets were comfortable without having a number one scorer playing. Like, without having him playing, they were comfortable with that. So this is why I think against Oklahoma City, we have the physicalness to pressure.
physicality.
Yeah, physicality. My bad. But
Physicalness is the word. Stop letting Mars do that to you.
No, that shit ain't no word. I might but we have the physicality to match Oklahoma City offensive power. Like, we can throw so many defenders at it, and especially throwing Dorian Finney-Smith. We can throw so many defenders at them, and we can beat them up on the offensive glass. We take away their offensive rebound and neutralize them by us getting we right there with him. Now it's gonna come down to the closers. It's gonna come down to can Shea. We already know Shea is a big time player. Cool, but let's go band for band with KD now. Go band for band with Fred VanVleet, Jabari Smith. We want that now. I think this is an equal matchup. I think the neutralizers
left it at
Hartenstein
KD for
and
real.
Chet and Hartenstein, we neutralize them with our bigs too and our forwards. Like, put Chet on Jabari. Put Chet on Jabari down the game. We stretched him out. Let's say Jabari goes small ball 5 too, and we run a lineup with, I don't know, Jabari at the 5, KD at the 4, Dorian Finney-Smith at the 3, Fred VanVleet in the men. We running.
That's a big.
Hey, I like that. I ain't gonna lie. I like that. And the reason, listen, Jordan, you're in such a great spot right now because I really like Houston. Like, I can't even say nothing. I can't even say that. I really like Houston, and I think
we running too, bro. We got so much talent.
Those are like the top 3 teams in the West right now, and I really like Houston, man. Dorian Finney-Smith is such a good player.
They got a
Really
better
good
chance to beat
outside
the Thunder, though. I
rim
can tell you that
protector, 3-point
much.
shooter, versatile defender. Jabari Smith is going to make another jump.
Bro, why do
Amen
people hate
Thompson
Jabari
isn't
Smith so
even
much?
Close to what he can be. Like, I think Amen is going to be a huge versatile tool for you guys next year. Playing in the dunker, playing in transition, cutting, being a screener. I think Amen's really good. I think
You're going to see that handles improve, by the way. You're going to see.
But
I've been seeing a man in the gym.
Now,
Yeah,
real talk. With the handle improving, right? With the handle improving, that means that I'm able to get downhill better. When I'm able to get downhill better, that means
that doesn't mean he's a point guard.
Wait a minute, Mars. As I
Let him
was
get you
saying,
with bars.
We know where he's going. I'm just saying.
As I'm saying, I'm able to get to the rim, and I'm able to get to the rim. I'm able to finish. When I'm able to finish, I'm attracting more of the defense. Now that means I can get off the peel. You know what that means more? Give him the ball more. How about that? Let him run the offense a little bit more. Just an idea. Just an idea.
Yeah, I got something to say too. I got 2 questions. Why do people hate Jabari so much? That's number 1. And number 2, Şengün is in a very weird spot, but the Rockets are in a great spot because let's say the first month of the season, Şengün just seemed to not fit quite, and they got to bench him sometimes like they did last year. We're gonna get some first round picks for Şengün or a superstar. Like,
I think
we're in an excellent spot.
I think that
go get Giannis.
because of where Jabari
Yeah, he's furious about this Dame decision.
I would have been on that. Giannis, Cam, or
the moment that
Şengün,
report
Cam
said
Reed.
Giannis don't like what they did to Dame, making the cool instantly, making the cool. We need to see what's going on.
Hey, bro, we in a great spot, bro. Şengün can either get us. He good for 2 first round picks. I can tell you that, if not 3. He good for 2. He good for 2 first round picks. So maybe we get a decent role player, or you know, we already got a big in Clint Capella because, like, I feel like I told Mars, like I said last night, the reason why they got Clint Capella, I think, is because if that's the direction. We talked about last year how Şengün may not be a championship center. Like, I think that's the direction you got to go because a lot of his offense is kind of bullshit. Now I want to see how it fits with KD. Like, I really want to see how that offense fits with KD.
I think Clint Capella is more insurance for Steven Adams if he can't stay on the floor. I think Steven Adams.
Steven don't play that many minutes for you to have.
I know, but like if he's not
I think Clint Capella is a chess piece, particularly for a team like the Lakers. Knowing you ain't getting no damn bigs. Yeah, point is, hey, Lakers, you ain't got no bigs. Trade deadline come around. Now we gonna hold you hostage over this Clint Capella. That's what hey, you want a big? We got Clint Capella. Yeah, you gonna have to empty whatever little Jake LaRavia.
Yeah. We ain't gonna have nothing to give you but Rui.
Hey, shit. There's a nice little number 77 over there. There's a nice little 77.
Hey, Bron said he wanted to play with KD. That's all I'm saying.
I'm just like, and I'm not saying it has to be the Lakers, but I think a big reason or a reason the Rockets went after Clint Capella is because they know the center market is thin. So if they have 3 centers, not only do they dominate the center battle, they also have a hot commodity. They have something that's valuable to the rest of the NBA. So where if they want to move Clint Capella at the deadline, there will be suitors because he can rebound, he can catch lobs, he can protect the rim. Now, if you ask him to do anything other than those things, he's not going to do it. But being able to do those 3 things is valuable in the NBA. So I think that's a reason why they went after Jordan. Still not a big fan of the move, but I think that would explain.
Şengün is the.
I think you low on Şengün, Jordan.
I'm not low on him. I
think
just
low
think
on
for what he
Şengün.
does, I think for what he does, man, you damn near got to build an offense around what he do.
I'm
You're
low on
not a
Şengün.
complimentary
Yeah,
piece.
I'm low.
But I
on
like
Şengün.
his talent. He's just not a complimentary piece to where you can plug and play. That's why I was, and this goes back into my Jabari Smith question, because I'm extremely high on Jabari Smith, and I've been high on him since the Rockets drafted him. I don't like, you know how Chelsea division with Jalen Green, and I didn't see that shit. I see long term with Jabari, like, bro, he's a special talent. Like, he's a very, very special talent.
The same thing about
I
Jabari
said
Smith.
last year, that's what I'm talking
Thank
about, Jabari. I said last year that I felt like those shots we was giving to Jalen Green, we probably should have gave him to Jabari. I feel like we should have designed a lot more for him because he's 6'11". He can shoot the ball really, really good. He can put it
I
on
don't
the
think you
floor.
can just I just don't think it's as simple as give Jabari the shots Jalen Green wants.
Yeah.
Because Jabari can't create his own shot. He
not those same type of shots. I'm saying like design shit so we can give it to Jabari a little bit more.
That's the issue though. Like you had to design so much for Jabari to get shots off. Jalen Green is really just high pick and roll. Like a lot of his offense was high pick and roll, or you'll come off zoom and stuff, and then like they have that ATO for Jalen Green coming to the baseline. He's gonna shoot that fadeaway jumper. Like everything else for Jalen Green was like he's bringing the ball up, initiating a pick and roll. Jabari, you have to draw something up either to get him a mismatch in the post, get him at the mid post, whatever, or you're drawing something up for a spot up, which I like, by the way. I like the face up stuff. I like the mid post stuff.
Sure.
But the issue with Jabari is that
like
he's kind of limited right now based on last year. That's really all he's limited to doing. So you like, it's not much flexibility.
Well, why is he limited to doing that, Mark?
Because he can't dribble the ball with his head up.
Other
Can't
people.
dribble
That's
right
why I
now.
think you.
Yeah.
They
So
were giving
Amen
shots-
and Jabari, two players who can't dribble, but Amen has shown more promise in my opinion. In that,
Amen definitely dribbles better than Jabari.
yeah,
but
Jabari
I don't
can't dribble
think
with
we
his head
need
up. Like it's just it's problematic.
We don't need Jabari to be hot sauce out there, man. Take Jabari back to his Auburn days where they got him.
Yeah, but he's not even comfortable doing 1-2 dribble pull-ups without picking up his dribble the moment someone digs. Like he's not comfortable with the ball in his hands. He's just
I
not.
watched a little bit of his film. He good at 1 or 2 dribble pull-ups. Now, when you get past 2 dribbles, that's when he struggle like a.
If
Like
help comes on that first or second dribble, he picking that dribble up instantly.
but that's why KD over there now, because KD gonna tell him, brother, you 6'11".
That's what, yeah. If you're projecting the growth, then yeah, like I'm
and what that sounds to me like is that sounds like quick hits. That sounds like coming up the screen, 1 dribble,
That's what
shot,
I want.
2 dribble shot,
Mhm.
get him in
Bruh.
transition,
Gonna
2
be
dribble
amazing.
pull up, or 2 dribble get right to the rim, stuff like that. That's what that sounds like with him.
He
That's
ain't
why I
even
was so
called a
high.
body yet.
That's why I was so high on him coming out. 1, I dug his
2.
athleticism. I was a huge fan of his athleticism. 2, and I think that enhanced his defense. I just didn't think that he got the opportunity. I just didn't think that he got the opportunity to show that. And now that with Ime and with KD, I think that that's going to get enhanced.
He didn't get the
I agree.
opportunity
I
to
think
show it.
Jabari's plans to have a really good year. I don't know
Jabari
what that
started
means, but-
79 games in his first year, played 31 minutes.
Jabari just wasn't that
He
good as a rookie.
started
Like, it just wasn't
76
that good.
games in his
Figured out
second
as a
year, played 32 minutes. He started 39 of the 57 games last year, played 30 minutes.
Right. Now,
Jabari has got 3 years to showcase himself. He
Mark,
just
okay,
has not
Ron,
been that good.
Yeah, but that
No,
went
Stop
from-
what?
that-
He has not been that
no,
good.
okay.
Joe,
first-
I think Jabari was good last year, but
I think he was too.
He's not been that good.
Okay,
He's
but
been all right.
yeah, I'm not as high on him offensively as Jordan and
He's
Chill.
not. He's
but-
not
I'm
trash.
high
Like
as
don't
hell
get me
on
wrong.
him.
He's not trash.
I'm on
He's
that
a good
diesel
young
like
player.
3 years ago.
And
Okay, so
he does have room to grow, Chill, but he's just not that.
okay. Well, first of all, we don't know that, Ron. Number 1, when he
We don't
first
know
got
that based on
no,
what
we
we've
don't.
seen.
No, we don't, Ron. Here's why we don't know that. Number 1, when he first got
Mister, the last 3 years tell us who you are.
100%. But here's the difference, Ron. How come you leaving out the fact that Steven Silas was there when he was starting and they have a clue what they were doing with him? And
that
then
was
we
his
move
rookie year, yeah, but he's
Right,
at
that was
Ime
his
for
rookie
2 of his
year.
3
And
years.
then we
He's at
move over
Ime
to
for
Ime
2 of his 3 years.
Udoka, who's
He made
using him
hard to adjust
differently,
to.
who's using him differently than they did when he was with Steven Silas. And then last year, now he's using them even more differently. Now this year we got a better team. We got Kevin Durant on the roster. They're probably going to play faster. Their defense is going to be better. He's going to be better as a scorer. He's going to be better as a ball handler. I'm not just assuming this because he has improved. So why am I ridiculous to think that he can't be better?
Hey, well, that nigga better get better quicker. Hey,
He got
quick,
better.
fast, quick,
He
fast,
got
in a
better
hurry.
last year.
He's
Hey,
been through with KD.
Kevin Durant is there.
He's worked out with KD
Hey,
before, and
you-
that
hey,
man
you-
still
you-
can't dribble. So
you-
I mean,
don't got time to play
not
because
for a
Kevin
whole
Durant-
season. He's
I
gonna
don't
be
get
living
this,
with
man.
KD.
Kevin
yeah,
KD
but
better take him out
I
of
think
his
there's
league,
something to be
man.
said that like Jabari, and to Jordan's question earlier about why do people hate Jabari. I'm not a Jabari hater. I don't think I am anyway. But a big reason why people seem to be lower on Jabari, in my opinion, is because he was advertised as something he's not.
That's what I was about to say.
Coming
He
into
got
the league, he was
drafted high.
advertised as Kevin Durant. and that was just wrong.
I didn't see
Yeah,
that.
I also did, but that's like a 6'11" guy who can shoot the hell out the ball. You're gonna get KD comps. Like that's just what happens.
I don't believe that. Kevin Durant is a guard, but
I agree, and so because he got wrongfully advertised as Kevin Durant,
yeah,
because of the limitations in his game, which I've illustrated, the dribbling, the ability to create your own shot, all of that stuff. When people look at him and then look at what Kevin Durant can do, it's like, what's this? I'm watching some guy who, like, everything he does is assisted. He's not even a movement shooter at this point. Like, he's not even comfortable coming off a screen and then shooting right away. Like, he has to shoot and then he'll jab off the screen and then he'll pull up. Like, he's a stationary shooter. Jabari's really good, but he hasn't even had the movement layer to his game yet. So, like, he's very limited in what you can run for him.
He can come off a curl a little bit, Mars. He can come off curls
in the mid range, yeah, but from three, not so much. Like he hasn't.
That's a very tough
he hasn't
shot.
layered his. I agree. He hasn't layered his game to the point. I agree.
Look easy, but
and that's the point when you get compared to Kevin Durant, and you see all of these limitations, which is fine for Jabari to have them. A, he's young, and B, Kevin Durant is one of the best players to ever exist. Like people end up being lower on you ultimately because of that. But if you compare, like, Rashard Lewis, I think, is a very good comp for Jabari Smith.
Very, very.
And when you look at him compared to that type, like, Rashard Lewis wasn't going to do much off the bounce. Rashard Lewis wasn't going to do much as a playmaker. Rashard Lewis, I think Jabari's a better defender than Rashard Lewis too. So, like, when you compare him to something more in his ilk, I think Jabari stands up and it's like he's a valuable piece, especially as like a versatile weapon. You got someone who can shoot the hell out of the ball, someone who can protect the rim secondarily, someone who can play in the mid-range, face up, abuse mismatches, all of that stuff, run the floor in transition. It's like Jabari is a compliment to someone or a compliment to your team is great. But I'm not with you in the fact of, oh yeah, give him more offensive opportunity. I don't think he hasn't shown me personally enough to where I would say he needs more usage. I think he's great doing what he does.
Well, and, to that point though, Mars, when I say that, I meant not now because you got Kevin Durant. But I was talking about last year. I was just talking about based on last year. Like I was already capped out on Jalen Green.
From the beginning, from preseason. Yeah, from preseason.
Yeah, 2 years. 2 years, I was capped out on it. Like, I saw that's the best I think Jalen Green can be. But that's why I was saying I wanted to get Jabari a little bit more of that action because I feel like you can kind of make a decision on what he is as a scorer rather than just trying to put him catch and shoot. And now we thinking of hypotheticals. What if Jabari do this? What if we would know had we tried that with Jabari. And that's what I was talking about when I said as a shooter. Now, I feel like Jabari has the potential, and some people might not like this because I know a lot of people high on him. Jabari can be a lower version of J-Dub, I think, for the Rockets. A lower version. And I'm talking about being able to get to a spot in the mid-range and just pull up. Like, if he can do that, obviously he's not going to be the sneaky handler as J-Dub, but if he can get to a spot consistently and show he can do that off the bounce, maybe two dribbles, bro, the Rockets in a great position. But you're going to need him to do that long term, especially Kevin Durant got maybe, 2 or 3 more years? We're going to need Jabari long term. If he stays a Rocket
22 years old,
for the 6 years that he got left, he got
Jordan,
6 years left
long term, but this year, I just don't see the avenue. You got Şengün, who's an all-star. You got the best scorer in the world for all intents and purposes. You got Fred VanVleet, who's still going to control the ball. He's still going to have the ball in his hands a lot. You got a Min Thompson, who's his time of possession is going to go up. Jabari Smith is going to be in the corner. He's going to be spotting up.
No, he's not going to be in the point. But all of those players compliment him because he's good.
Yeah, they compliment his spot up.
He's good out of closeouts. Maybe J-Dub is not the best comparison. What about OG? Maybe we go OG.
Yeah, I can see OG.
His offensive game? Sure. Because
I'm
thinking, I would like Jabari probably to be like a great player out of triple threat. That'll probably be his best avenue.
I think they got too much, real talk. I think they got too much offensive talent to allow Jabari to play out of triple threat. I think him holding the ball a little bit longer don't suit him well with the offense. Kevin Durant is going to do that, number one. Şengün is probably going to do that, number two. Fred VanVleet is going to handle the ball a lot more. So I don't think it's time for Jabari to hold it in triple threat and get a shot unless he's in a post. Now, if he's in a post. Yeah,
but that's kind of what I'm saying. As far as his self-creation, I don't really think he should be trying to do anything right now. Like you brought up J-Dub. I don't like getting to a spot mid-range. If he's getting to a spot, it's got it in the low mid
J-Dub
post, turn
game is
around,
simple, bro.
jab, one dribble, pull. Like that's getting to a shot for him right now.
Man,
Not
but J-Dub game is simple, real talk. Like J-Dub game, bro, as pretty as he make it look, that shit is simple, bro. J-Dub is probably one of the best shooters I've seen in the NBA. Get contact and shoot it off 2 feet. He got a 2-foot fade that is incredible.
He does do that. Yeah,
like, and I want Jabari to be able to do that. And I watched some film. He's done it. Just not enough. Just not enough.
You gotta have a
Why though? The question that I'm asking.
Why?
I'm asking why because
tough bag. That is a tough bag.
I don't even know what you're saying. Why too? I want to.
Let me make sure I'm following you dudes. So a swing through, or like with Jordan, not Jordan, with J-Dub, a swing through, bam, 2 feet, jump stop shot.
Yes,
That's not difficult. That's not difficult to do.
I feel like Jabari can do
That's shit that you learn in the 9th grade, right? A jab, jump stop shot. That's not difficult.
Like 74%, like 74% of the NBA don't play off 2 feet. So
I don't get that. Why? Like why?
Because the fundamentals have changed. But to be fair, Jabari may come from a rich basketball family, brother. He come from a good program. He got good fundamentals. I'm telling you, he can do it.
He really does.
He can do it.
I think we're on like. I'm not a big fan. Like Jabari's dimensions make him like very dangerous as a shooter, but the balance, the coordination type stuff, like it's great for a 6'11" guy. But Jabari gets knocked off balance the moment he meets resistance.
100%. And that's why I said he got
that's why I'm like Jordan. You saying a bump fade? Like if he do the bump, the ball.
Yeah, like being able to absorb a bump, then stay on 2 feet. And then be able to square yourself to the rim and shoot. Like, yeah, it's simple. Yeah, just do, like, no.
He might not, Mars. He might not have the bump though. J-Dub.
Well, it is simple, Mars.
J-Dub might not have.
Jabari, it's not simple for Jabari.
In theory, it's simple.
The principle is like, okay, well, just be able, like, core strength, all of that stuff. You absorb the bump. You remain on balance. You remain squared. The issue is, I watched Jabari absorb a bump, and next thing I know, he's stumbling. So
we seen that at Auburn though. Mars, he was soft in college.
Yeah, he was. But
I ain't say soft. I just think it's harder when you're 6'11".
I don't know if
I just think it's harder when you're 6'11".
But at Auburn, he was 100. He was soft. He was soft.
He was, but
I wasn't the biggest fan of Jabari.
Auburn. He was a damn good player.
I didn't say he wasn't good. I know a bunch of soft basketball players that get busy. You know what I'm saying? But it's just I'm kind of on the side of Jabari hasn't really produced what I think third overall pick supposed to produce. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
no, I don't like to say it that way because I'm also an advocate of, you know what I'm saying, pick what you need, and all lottery picks aren't going to be superstars. You know, I do believe that, but at the same time, I mean, he's getting replaced by a 40-year-old. You know what I'm saying? So it's clear that they need something.
Okay, first of all, 37. And second of all, it's Kevin Durant. Like, I mean, it's Kevin Durant.
37-year-old.
What makes you
I'm not
think
saying
that Jabari
he's not good.
playing
I'm
over
saying,
Dorian
like,
Finney-Smith?
Come on, man.
He's not.
I'm with you, Ron.
He's
I'm
not
with you on
playing
that.
over DFS.
I don't know if he just.
His ass for the smoothie coming off that bench.
122 million. How many bench players get paid 5 years? 122 million.
Jordan, I don't even know why you entertaining this. Why?
Yeah,
why
I think it's possible, but
So he's
I think
better than Dorian Finney-Smith?
That he's not
Yes,
starting.
Jabari's better
That is
than
a
Dorian Finney-Smith.
possibility.
I think Jabari's probably better.
Come on.
Yes.
You're stuck on
I can defend better
October
than you,
on
and I shoot better than you. The two things that are the most valuable.
25th on opening night in Houston, your starting small forward is Jabari Smith. That's your starting three-man.
5 years,
What the
122
hell are we
don't come
doing?
off the bench. I can tell you that right now. 5 years,
I
122
shoot
don't
better
come
than you, and I defend better than you.
He don't shoot better, and he probably don't even defend better.
Dorian Finney-Smith.
He probably does. He probably does,
especially at the three.
100%
He probably does defend better.
He don't shoot better than Jabari.
100% shoot
Yeah,
better.
he don't shoot better than Jabari.
I don't think.
Where is
All
this
I'm saying
Jabari
is the Rockets
shooting?
had a top two defense. The Rockets had a top two
figure out
defense.
this
When
Jabari
was
shooting.
there. When he left, they dropped.
His
But that
rookie
was already
season,
at
he
the
shot
four.
30% from three. Last season, or 2 seasons ago, he shot 36. Last season, he shot 35. In the playoffs, in 70 games, 20 minutes, shooting 3 threes a game, he shot 45. Is that what you guys are banking on? I'm banking on Jabari. Where is this Jabari shooting? I've never seen this Jabari shooting. It's a whole theoretical thing. In Auburn, I seen it.
35. 45 is damn good. What are we talking about?
Yeah, it's a 7. It's a 7 game.
7 games, and he came off the bench and played 20 minutes.
What is the? All right, since you want to do that, Ron, let's do it with Dorian Finney-Smith though.
He shot 41% last year.
He shot 40%.
He shot 41% last year.
Yeah, let's go to the playoffs though. What the hell? I'm looking at.
37.
He shot 41 in the playoffs with Brooklyn.
He
With
shot
Brooklyn.
4 games. You want to do that?
I'm talking about with the Lakers.
I'm saying no. He shot
That's
last
a
year.
5-game sample.
Last year he shot.
5-game sample size. He shot 37%.
I'm not looking at no playoff sample size though. I'm looking at full seasons of Dorian Finney-Smith. 39, 43, 41. 34.
Who's more of an impactful player though between the two? Like who's putting more impact on the basketball game? Whose fingerprints are on the game at the end?
Jabari.
I think at
depends
this
on what
point
you need.
it might be Dorian. The reason I think Jabari is a better shooter is because of all the mid-range stuff. But if Ron's talking about strictly about threes, then I get it. Yeah, but like when I hear shooting, I just think shooting a jump shot.
Right.
I also think that I don't know the numbers for this, but Dorian shoots a lot of spot ups in the corner. I don't know, I don't know the comparison between him and Jabari in that regard. So I do think that changes the equation a little bit. It's like saying PJ Tucker was a better shooter than Jabari Smith. I don't think he was. So there's nuance, I guess. But strictly 3-point shooting, I can understand saying DFS is a better shooter. Overall shooting, I would go with Jabari. And then defensively, I do think Dorian's a better defender than Jabari.
Right. Jabari gonna get in KD's way. More than Dorian or anyway. Like
I can't wait to see this KD shit.
I agree. I asked Mars this question.
Jabari gonna get in his way.
Chill, what's the issue?
I can't wait to see.
Right, quick, real talk. Chill. What's the issue?
Oh man, yo.
I'm saying that Jabari's gonna get in KD's way.
He's 100%
That's the
gonna get
issue?
his way.
So this.
Chill, you slowing down KD
Okay.
to accelerate Jabari? Is that what they're supposed to do?
No.
Hell no, get that little nigga.
You
out
got
the
you
way.
got a proven vet in Dorian Finney-Smith.
100% you do. So from listening to you dudes, the Rockets made a mistake extending him. That's what it sounds like to me.
He's making like 20. He's making like what?
That's what it sounds like to me.
23?
Stick with Finney-Smith. You got KD.
5 years.
You made a mistake extending this guy.
It's about
Because
22.
They
he's
don't
basically
really
gonna-
need Jabari.
That's what I'm saying, because it sounds like he's
Yeah, but
in the way.
22 million is
That's
great
what it sounds to
value
me
for
like.
what Jabari does.
Well,
22
too,
million
it's
is
good. It's good to have the kid, but you don't need him.
That's what it sounds like.
But
So,
he's good to have. He's a good basketball player. I'm not saying he's not a good basketball player.
Crazy.
They don't need him. They don't need him. They got Tari. They got KD. They got Dorian. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
They still got him.
short term. Houston don't need Jabari. Short term.
Right, that's all I'm saying.
But
Yeah,
it's a
I think
5-year
y'all
contract
need
for a
him.
reason.
Yeah.
Like 3 years from now, if Jabari develops and he's 25, you're gonna have Jabari Smith Jr. making 22 million. That will be a steal. Right now, is Jabari Smith better than Dorian Finney-Smith? Maybe not. Maybe he is. Maybe he's not. But it doesn't matter because in 2029, I can assure you he will be, and Jabari Smith will still be making like 23 million then. So it's a long-term deal for a reason. Not everything is so. Oh, if you're not better than him today, you're never gonna be better than him. Like, why'd you give him the contract?
Well, that's
Like,
what y'all
that's
saying
not the
to me
case.
all
Like,
the
we don't
time when
need
I
that
talk
to be the
about these
case.
guys developing, and I think Jabari Smith is going to develop, but that's not going to happen.
But that doesn't mean it's gonna happen next season.
The reason why that's not going to happen is because I'm listening to Ox tell me about Finney-Smith, and I'm listening to Ox tell me about KD. So he's clearly in the way of these guys. So how am I going to develop when I'm sitting behind both of these guys, and I'm going to turn into what you expect me to turn?
You don't
into?
gotta sit down and watch the whole game. You're gonna play, but
When am I
Jabari's
gonna play?
Jabari's gonna
I'm in the
play
way.
like
How am I
28,
gonna
29
play?
minutes a game.
I'm
Yeah,
not-
Jabari's
I'm
gonna be in the
KD.
rotation.
I'm in the
He's
way
gonna
of
be
Chill,
heavy.
don't be so dramatic. I'm not
I'm not
saying like the
dramatic.
kid need to sit on the
Okay,
bench. I'm just
So
saying like
so this is what you're telling me. I'm thinking about being a player, and I'm being a player, and the best scorer of the best scorer that we have in KD, he's going to play. Is that correct?
Yes, of course.
Dorian Finney-Smith, who you think is better than me, he's also going to be on the floor. Is that correct?
Yes, he's gonna play.
Okay, so with these guys there, I'm clearly in the way. How do I fit into this dynamic?
You can
You
run
just-
Dorian, KD,
20
and
minutes
Jabari
ago,
all
you
for
just
the
said
seven.
Houston has 10 guys.
11, Mars, not 10, 11.
So that means 11 guys, 10 guys are gonna play.
Okay, so once again, with the development that you are expecting from me, how am I going to develop when I'm in the way of these two guys who you clearly brought on to win right now? How am I going to develop into what you think I'm supposed to develop into?
By playing.
When am I going to play? I'm in the way of these guys.
Jabari Smith is going to
Like,
play.
He's
Jabari
gonna
Smith.
start.
48 minutes is a lot of
Jabari
basketball.
Smith is going to play more than 25 minutes a game next year.
So I'm not in the way then.
No, he's not in the way.
Yeah,
That's
you
not
can
play
that's
25
not
minutes and still
bullshit.
be in the way.
And he's a
No,
good
no, 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 no.
No, he is
I
not
think
in the way.
I'm
saying
genuinely
on the
confused
court-
at what's the
Bro,
discussion right now.
if the Lakers got Jabari Smith, the conversation would be different.
always
Oh
talk
my
about
God.
that.
All are you bringing up the Lakers
No,
for?
y'all
He
would
like
be
the Lakers more than he like
Oh my
Houston.
God.
Why did you do this?
Hey, real talk. He want
worry
us,
about
bro.
it on
He
your
want us,
side.
bro. He want us.
Damn,
He
John
wanna
D,
talk
that's
about
how you
us.
know we always number one. We always top of the
God, he go to sleep thinking about us.
Bro,
Put them on the list for no reason.
I'm
Like,
telling
what are
y'all
we
right
doing,
now,
bro?
if the Lakers if the Lakers got
See what I
Jabari
mean?
Smith,
Real talk.
you know they would be talking about LeBron
And
and
he's still
Jabari Smith
doing
in the
it.
corner. They would
He's
come
still
up with some
doing it.
shit.
And
Jabari
it's like the
Smith
best
is
part about
the
it is
best
neither one of us
45-degree
is the fan that
deep
he
corner
described.
shot in the NBA. But since he
I
played
I don't
for
know
the
what
Rockets,
fan you're describing.
Right.
but since he
Jordan,
played
but
for the
that's
Rockets,
a whole different situation, though. So it's like I get what you're trying to say, but it's a whole different situation compared to what the Rockets have. And it's just like
we were just
like-
the
like,
number 2 seed with Jabari Smith, and now all of a sudden he in a damn way.
That's what I'm trying
yeah,
to
with
Kevin
Jabari
Durant.
Smith, but
That's what I'm
but
trying to make
you
sense
was the
of.
number 2 seed because of Jabari Smith. With
So he didn't have nothing to do with that.
Ron,
I mean,
Ron,
he did.
listen,
he
Ron,
did.
He just said he wasn't the reason. He never said he
Yeah,
didn't
like
have a part
he
in it.
he
Ron, he was a
contributed,
big
but
reason though. Listen, the Rockets was I think top 2 in defense. Jabari goes hurt.
This
and
gonna
they
be a good
drop
point, yeah.
tremendously.
That's true.
So what are we talking about?
And that's with a
Jabari?
man in the lineup, by the way. First team all defense and Ben Thompson. The defense fell off a cliff without Jabari.
They should have.
I think they were like
So
they
what
felt
are we
they
talking
were
about?
like 11th in that stretch or something.
Yeah, they
Or
did.
like-
Did the
I
offense
said
improve?
when he came back.
Yeah, the
they
offense
should've
was actually way
been
better.
Oh,
subbing for Dylan
damn.
Yeah,
Brooks.
the offense was actually way better.
wow.
They should have been subbing him for Dylan Brooks when he came back. That was my
You
opinion.
should have been stubbing
I
his
don't
ass
think-
for
I don't-
Jalen Green. That's what they should have did. They should have had his
I
ass
don't-
come off the bench. Then the
I don't
offense would have
think-
really improved. I guarantee you, if they would have put Jalen Green as a 6 man, the Rockets would have had a top 5 offense in the NBA without the offensive
Ah,
rebound.
okay.
That's
Okay.
You getting 21 off the bench? Shit.
That's insane.
Shit.
I was wondering. I'm kind of with Ron though, for real. And then because when KD got moved to the Rockets, I asked Mars this question that day when we first came back. I was like, I don't know if because Jabari and KD are 2 4s, and then you're going to be asking one of them to play a 3. You get DFS, who, in my opinion, is a more capable 3 than the both of them. To me, it even like makes sense for him to start
Kevin Durant.
over Jabari at 3 and
Why
then
y'all
play
want to
KD
move
at the
KD
4.
old ass?
What's
to
the
4?
difference? What's the difference between a 3 and a 40 in the modern
Nothing.
NBA?
Nothing. The difference between a 2, 3, and a 4 really is not.
Yeah,
that
like,
much.
and this is
The
not
one
like
is the
I'm not
most
trying to have
important.
a position.
Yeah.
When you say this guy's a 3, this guy's a
Mhm.
4,
Mhm.
what's the difference?
To
I
me,
think
it means like the 2 and 3 are probably going to be guarding the other team's best perimeter players,
Okay,
and I don't want Jabari or KD doing that.
but you know who's gonna do that, right?
I know they have a men to do that. Yes, absolutely. He's going to.
But
But
it's
if
other
a
teams
team
with
has
multiple
if a
perimeter
team
players,
has
though.
multiple, I'm like, I don't want. Did y'all
So-
see
ain't
one
got
thing
that
that
many
stuck
that's
out?
gonna
One thing that
deceive
stuck
us
out
like
to me.
that.
Hold on. One thing that stuck out to me about Jabari Smith in that playoff series against Golden State, like he's very slow footed. Like he's not.
Yeah, he's put on weight. He's put on weight. So
He's
like
not quick.
he's become a
laterally
better
like
rim
he used to
protector,
be.
but the perimeter stuff is.
He's not quick as like he's not
11
quick enough laterally.
Yeah, he is 6. He's almost 7 foot.
I don't got to be that
Yeah,
quick.
yeah.
to be 6'11".
He has a good reason, but I'm saying.
Well,
He's
that
doesn't-
I got a
He does pick up a lot of
7'2"
space, too.
wingspan or some shit like that.
7'1", I think his wingspan 7'1".
That's
Yeah.
the real talk's point, though. You do got to be quick to guard guards. Like, for instance, if you guys play against, let's say Jabari Smith's in that starting lineup with KD, Amin, Fred, and Sengun. You guys play the Lakers. This is the easiest example.
Okay.
You have the three perimeter guys.
Amin's on
Name the
Luka.
3. Name the 3.
So Amin's on
Ready, you
Luka.
loading him up,
Now
bro.
who's guarding LeBron?
Fred is on Reeves, and then
now who's guarding LeBron?
Jabari.
That leaves Jabari.
Jabari probably, yeah.
Barbecue.
Or Dorian Finney-Smith.
Yeah, but you can even
Ron don't cook
switch-
anybody, but
Ron,
it's
we
like,
smoked the Lakers 4-0.
that's not the point I'm making.
But
though.
you can switch matchups. You can change the minutes. But like I don't think DFS is that great of an on-ball guy either. Personally,
Nah, he's all great off ball.
No, but
Yes.
he's better than them. He's better.
I think he's better than Jabari. Yes,
Mhm.
but I don't think he's that great of an on-ball guy either. I think what Houston is going to do. Houston have some of the best help principles in the NBA, and they had that last year, and now they've become the longest team in the NBA.
And Kevin Durant is a damn good defender too. Don't forget that, Mars. People
Everyone
sleep
in
on
that,
KD.
everyone they play. I'm trying to think. Is there an exception? Maybe Reed Shepherd. Maybe,
And Fred-
but even
and
he's
Fred Reed.
no, but you don't know where I'm going. But even Reed to some extent, because he's a smart defender. He's just physically limited. But everyone the Rockets play next year is a good defensive player. Now, Fred and Reed are the two who are limited in terms of the size and just physically. But everyone they play is a good defender. And then you compound that with Amen Thompson, elite size for his position, 6'7", 7-foot wingspan. Jabari, 6'10", 6'11", 7'1" wingspan. Şengün, 6'10", 6'11", 7-foot wingspan. Tari Eason, 6'7", 7'2" wingspan. KD, 6'11", 7'4" wingspan. Who else is on the team? Steven Adams is huge. Clint is huge. Like
huge.
The team is big as hell. Like
There we go.
the core is going to be
We
tiny.
keep him too.
Like Cam's 6'7", 6'8", 6'9" wingspan. Like
Mm-hmm.
that the court is going to be tiny when you play against the Rockets. So can Jabari contain in isolation on the perimeter? No, he's not the greatest. But when you have that much length behind you, like Jabari can press up into the ball. Jabari can press up.
Like you right.
No, he's
right.
gonna get beat, and you have all of that size behind you, and then you got all the ability to rotate behind. A men's mobile, Tari's mobile, Jabari in terms of straight line is mobile. Dorian Finney-Smith is mobile. Like it's gonna be hard to score on the Rockets. Like even if Jabari's not the greatest one-on-one isolation defender, it's gonna be hard.
And Mars, check this out too. Like what you like. Let's stay right where you are. What you just described. All that length and wingspan. Do you know how hard passes gonna be to get passes off against the team? So they're gonna force teams to score on them. Not, I'm gonna just drive, kick it to the court. That bullshit is out the window. Like you gonna have to make tough shots and make buckets on the Rockets. With the way Ime gonna coach them up, and I'm finna troll a little bit, but not really troll. Chill. Bring them weak ass Cavs and Donovan Mitchell down to Houston and watch what we do to his overrated ass. We gonna make Donovan Mitchell look horrible.
They not gonna make it to see him. But another thing that
I'm talking about in the regular season. We gonna play in regular season.
Hey, they got packed up last year too.
But I think gonna make it look horrible.
Yeah, I mean Houston, they locked in. But I think another thing that's important, like Houston have not copied, but like they've taken from like the OKC blueprint. Everyone can protect the rim. Everyone they play can protect the rim. Even Fred VanVleet. He's gonna get his swipe down blocks. Like he's down there. He's got amazing hands.
That shit is a steal. That's not a fucking block.
I think if you swipe down, it counts as a block. If you I don't know what it is.
If it's a side swipe, it's a steal. It's some shit.
So like that's how he gets blocked. So it's not like he's not meeting you up top. But like if Fred's down there, like he can still stop you from scoring. Men can protect the rim. Tari, Jabari, KD, Şengün, Steven Adams, Capella. Everyone they play can protect the rim. Like so, like whoever's if you play a
OKC are also better on ball defenders with that.
But I like the deflections.
Sure,
more.
I like the OKC are a faster defense. Like they have more speeds, but Houston are a bigger defense. Like they're just way bigger. So like that's their attempt to go in at it. And I think the biggest X factor for Houston is going to be the rebounding. They are going to kill you on the offensive glass. Everyone on Şengün, Steven Adams, Capella, Tari, Amen, like Jabari.
Don't forget Jay Sean Tate.
Oh, they do got Tate.
Real quick.
He's not playing.
Houston's going to dominate the possession battle. They're going to dominate it next year.
I think there are 3 teams that are going to be in the running for like best defense in the NBA, and that's OKC, Houston, and Dallas. I think all 3.
No Orlando love.
I thought definitely
in the West. In the West.
Okay, I'm with you.
Rockets gonna lead the league in deflections, though. I think I'm gonna call it.
I don't know. OKC, like
OKC
they got
when our arms
so
do
much
like
size
that,
and like versatility there for
getting
Dallas and Houston and OKC to where I can see multiple versatile lineups with Dallas having multiple bigs. They can run flag at the 4 and AD at the 5. They can do the double big with
D'Angelo Russell, a horrible defender, though, John D.
They can run like
they can run Coop up point.
Exactly.
They're
And
gonna
then
try
they
that
can
shit in
do
summer league, and that shit gonna be a wrap after
AD,
game
and
2.
Lively. They can put a men at the point of attack, and then have Bari, Tari, KD, and Clint Capella if you want to have them out there for the size and the rim protection. It's just so many versatile lineups that all three of these teams possess. I think, and then the narrative is nobody plays defense, but these defensive teams are like extremely talented. So it's gonna be fun to watch all three of those defenses.
Shit, I need to go.
I
I'm
do
so
think
excited for the
I'm
season. I'm about to go to training camp with their ass. I'm about to go follow their ass when they go on their little private training camp in the little, in about 2 weeks. You know how they do the team training camp shit? I need to go follow and see that shit. I can't wait.
I do
boy.
think-
I'm like, more excited.
I do think that because I'm thinking now about Ime and towards like later on in the season, and I'm kind of thinking with Jabari and KD, I wouldn't be surprised if Ime plays a lot of zone and
He
be
does
long.
the double big stuff. as
yeah,
well.
yeah.
That's a good.
He
that's a
can
good-
go zone a lot.
Are the Rockets
So
winning
yeah,
the NBA championship?
that might be
That's what it sounds
They
like.
have a chance. They have a chance.
Are the
but
Rockets winning the
They're
championship?
not my
They
favorites, but
definitely
they have a chance. They
Because
have
it
a
sounds like to me, with the defense that these guys have, with the versatility that they have, and more importantly, from everything I'm listening to you dudes tell me, more importantly, the depth. They got 10, 11 guys, and they got 10, 11 guys who do almost the same thing. Like, you don't really get a drop off from guys when somebody
I think
comes
that's
out of
what
the
they want.
lineup. Right. Now, don't get me wrong. I mean, you're going to get a drop off from KD when KD comes out of the lineup in terms of a bucket. I'm not going to argue that point. All right. So, sure. But just from everybody else, and just on the defensive end of the floor, you don't really get that much of a drop off. So, it sounds to me from listening to you guys that they could win the NBA championship.
They could. The concern is the spacing on offense.
Right.
And then how does Şengün fit into all of this?
And I
Those are
think
my
that when you
questions.
run up, and I feel like when you run up on teams that also can match your offense, right? I feel like when you run up on teams that can match your offense, like Denver, like Cleveland, right? Like Oklahoma City, where they got guys that can match your offense. And defensively, there isn't that much of a drop-off. Because I think defensively, Cleveland is going to be right back in the middle of it next year. Because you guys already know how I feel about Evan Mobley, and I feel about Jared Allen's ability to rim protect, right? So with that being said, you add Lonzo Ball to this lineup as a defender, and you add Lonzo Ball to this lineup as a defender and as a point of attack defender, particularly, and slowing down other teams' offense, I think he's going to be a terror for this.
How
crew.
many
The question is,
minutes Lonzo gonna play though?
not only that, Jordan. The question is
How many games?
How long am I going to be able to have him? How stable is he going to be? That's the question that I have with him. And if I can get stability from him, and if I can get him to stay on the floor, I think that we're going to have something serious in Cleveland. Like I said, I'm on record saying this. I'll say this from July 1st. I'll say it again in October when training camp opens up. I think the Cleveland Cavaliers are winning the NBA championship next year.
Fellas, we got to transition into the crunch time chats. At the end of every hour, we will be getting into super chats. So you guys send through these super chats. Let me know who you guys want us to talk about, which free agency signing or whatever the case may be. Let me know where you think guys should go. Let me know what moves you like. Let me know what moves you hate. Let me know what takes you like. Let me know what takes you hate. But we're going to start with Tupac Westside. Tupac said, real happy about D-Lo going to Dallas. Good shooter, and AD is at his best when he has a good playmaking point guard.
Can we get I understand the Luka logic, right? You just lost your favorite player. Would a championship or even a run to the championship, would it quiet some of that down? Because I think this Dallas team, if I'm being honest with you guys, if Irv would have stayed healthy and if Irv would have stayed healthy and Anthony Davis would have stayed healthy,
they would have got out the first round.
Not only get out the first round, I think that they right there at the end in the Western Conference Finals. I think that they have just as good a chance as anybody else.
This might be the best Dallas Mavericks team
they got the one pick. All that Luka stuff died down as soon as they got the one pick. So a championship.
They don't forget about Luka.
Died down the first game Anthony Davis played. That's when it died down.
Yeah, like literally everybody
He was dominating Houston.
That
Oh
shit
my
died.
god!
He was dominating.
AD was fucking hooping,
This
bro.
Dallas team, this is the best Mavericks team they've had probably since they championship team, bro. This is a solid freaking team. I'm talking about
Really good team.
Cooper Flag. I don't even want to name Cooper because he ain't played yet. But from Anthony Davis, Derek Lively, keeping Gafford, PJ Washington, keeping and then you add D'Angelo Russell to that. And
Klay
now we
Thompson,
talk about Cooper Flag at
Najee
6.
Marshall.
You got Najee Marshall, solid. Like, you talking
Don't
about
forget Brandon Williams.
Max Christie.
Yeah,
Max Christie.
Max
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 Christie.
Christie. Like,
Najee
bro,
Marshall.
this team.
They're
with
another
Jason-
team that's huge. Like they're a
It's
huge.
Boston,
they-
that's
they-
the conference is gonna be a nightmare next
this-
year.
Oh my
Mars,
God.
they have Dallas has the best front court.
It's gonna be a nightmare.
100%,
Western Conference.
100%.
Dallas has the
Yeah.
best front court in the league.
This
Yeah,
team
they
is
do.
solid, bro. Like, and then you're gonna add Kyrie Irving coming back, who he may not. He like it's gonna be hard him coming back from that injury, but they don't even need to rush him back. Like, let Kyrie get 20 games. What you see
In
max
this
of 20 games?
West, you think Dallas can tread water without Kyrie?
Yeah.
Like you think
With
As
D'Angelo
long as they
Russell,
stay
yes.
56,
With
as long as
D'Angelo
they stay
Russell,
56,
yes.
Kyrie coming back, shit, boy, you got.
because
It
remember
just-
AD.
it just
That means
depends.
AD has to stay healthy. Like we're banking
AD
with
can
Kyrie
play
out. You're
75
banking
games.
on AD staying healthy.
He can play
'Cause you
75.
can't afford to have
That,
neither one of them.
that depends on two things, Mars. That depends on how good is Coop. Is he that good right now to be
Yeah.
able to be impactful? And what version of D'Angelo Russell are we going to get? those
I
are
think
the
you're
two.
gonna
Those
get,
are
I
the
think you're
two
gonna get a
things.
real good version. I think you're
Well,
gonna get
what
19.
version? What
20
version are you? Okay, so when he was in Los Angeles with James, he led them in the long ball, right? So
Mhm.
that would help. That would help Dallas tremendously. When he was in
Absolutely.
Brooklyn,
But the way he
when-
did that, chill, the way he did it in the Lakers, I hated it. Like, I freaking hated it because I knew it was fake. I knew that shit was gonna be. I knew it was gonna come to some shit in the playoffs, or y'all gonna be like, "Oh, D'Angelo Russell ain't doing shit," and it's like, yeah, that's not his game. So like, I hated it. So like,
you think
I
he needed
feel
the
like-
ball more? Is that what the problem is?
I've said that. I said that
And
all
I feel
Yeah,
like
night.
D'Lo had the ball plenty.
he's been very passionate
Either,
about
but-
it.
Yeah,
He
but y'all
had
talking
the
about
ball
Brooklyn. Like,
plenty.
we can't talk about
Yeah, but
Brooklyn.
real talk. If Dallas can get the version of D'Lo that start playing before the trade deadline the other year, that to save himself from getting traded.
Yeah,
if
trade
they-
deadline D'Lo.
if they can get that D'Lo,
That's the
then,
top 10
all
points.
right, I can
D'Lo,
get with that D'Lo, but I'm not sure if this is what Jordan was saying. But to Jordan's point, I knew that shit wasn't gonna last. Like, I was watching, like,
That's
oh,
exactly
man.
what I was saying.
I'm like
That's
the
exactly what I was saying.
the fall off is gonna be terrible, and it
And the
was.
Lakers fans
You know
was
what I'm
gonna hate it. Just like I did the same shit when y'all got Luka. Oh my God. Bring Casual back up here because I ain't talked to him since.
Jordan go
All
5
right.
minutes without bringing up the Lakers.
Tell you,
child.
bro, it's like an addiction.
Hell no.
It's like
All
an
right, y'all.
addiction, bro.
We about to move on to the next chat from Mystical. Mystical said the Kings are by far the worst Ram franchise. This is worse than the Giddy trade.
No,
You
they're
talking
not.
about the Violent Trainers thing?
Because
No,
we
they're
traded J-Val. Y'all don't
No,
even
they're not.
like J-Val. Don't
Right.
act
Yeah,
like y'all like
I-
J-Val.
I-
Like,
I
no,
don't-
they're
I'm-
not.
Yeah, they don't.
Yeah, that's
The
obviously- I mean, I
Nuggets
think
went
that
and
has-
got the one big who's worse than Jokic on defense. I mean,
And
No,
that right there, that move right there. The only thing I see is that hopefully, that's just a sign that we're gearing up to make another move. You know what I'm saying? Like getting
Y'all
off
got one
of
of the best
J-Val.
point guards in the league. What the hell?
That's cool. I like Dennis. That's cool, but that's not nothing significant. Like I said, we got much bigger fish to fry. Like, I'm not even worried about nothing. Like,
Is DeMar
We
DeRozan
not.
coming back?
how I'm supposed to know? I don't know.
Oh shit! I thought you was Kings.
he don't work for the team. I mean,
Yeah,
I,
he do.
I don't know. I'm finding out like y'all finding out. I'm just watching
Hey,
the show.
Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan with Dennis Schroeder, who a dog, who a go-getter. When last time Dennis Schroeder missed the playoffs?
I don't know. He got traded so much. I can't even remember what team.
This is, by the way, this is his 10th game. By the way, this
That's
is
his
his 10th
14th
I don't
game.
even-
He on his Ish Smith time, and I don't remember the last time.
That means people want you.
And for the record, and for the
He
record,
didn't play in the playoffs in 2024. So
Who? What team he was on in 2024?
Brooklyn. He got traded to Brooklyn. So
Oh, that's some bullshit. They did it wrong.
For the
Jeez,
record,
if the tuna, when
That's
you make
some
a tuna
bullshit.
sandwich, if it's dry, you just put a little extra mustard and mayonnaise in that motherfucker. You'll be all right.
he's
If
out
it's
here
dry,
Hey,
doing tuna
shit.
sandwiches?
Dennis
Well, I'm just
in
saying, so we
Sacramento
got dry tuna.
is
I'm just
gonna
saying,
be
it'll be all right.
killing. Dennis gonna kill in Sacramento. That's what I
I'm
tell
with you,
I-
Ron. That's nasty, bro.
Is
Why
Dennis
you
playing in
too
Euro
good?
Cup
You
too?
too good for a tuna sandwich?
No,
Yeah.
mustard on
Dennis playing
tuna.
in
That
Euro
shit-
Cup?
I'm not, but I'm just not choosing to eat a tuna sandwich.
Hey,
we got
nasty as hell. Bleh.
It's a
y'all
limitless
gave him
world.
3 years, 45.
Put a. I don't know, bro. I don't know.
I think somebody said that in the chat. 3 years, 45. I'm like,
Yeah,
damn,
3 years,
Dennis-
45. He just signed that.
who's
Oh,
that?
Who, Dennis?
Dennis Schroeder. Yeah.
Y'all finna get
In
a killer
Sacramento?
in Dennis.
Yeah.
Y'all finna get a killer in Dennis then.
Yeah,
I mean, shit, I like Dennis. I just, I don't. That's not gonna change them. We need to make some significant changes. You know what I'm saying? When
I
we
mean,
do
y'all
that,
gotta either move Bonus, DeMar, or Zach, whichever one.
It's
Or
not
all of them.
DeMontis.
Clean
You know
house.
what I'm saying?
DeMar's the most likely.
It's DeMar. It's DeMar.
I ain't
man.
gonna lie, I would be moving
See,
Sabonis.
moving DeMar just opened up the offense a little more again, depending on depending on what Doug Christie trying to do. You know what I'm saying? We'll see what
I
happens.
don't know. I think moving Sabonis move the offense a little bit more. Ox.
All right,
Yeah,
y'all.
that don't make no sense. Keep going, Ron.
Be True 23 said the game isn't played on paper. We know, but looking at the roster on paper, it's hard for me to not say Philly is at least the second best team in the East. Even their depth is really solid.
Is you guys only concerned with Philly the health?
Yes.
100%, Morris.
That's the
Okay.
only concern.
Yeah, and I'm asking that for a reason. I'm not saying it's not a valid concern. I made that clear. So,
Well, and just play a PG.
yeah, if we could turn injuries off, are Philly the second best team in the East?
I think they can win the NBA
They might be the
championship.
first. They might be the
Yeah,
I
first.
think
team.
they can win the NBA championship.
It might be the best team in the East if they can turn.
I'm not gonna
injuries
say remove Joel Embiid. I'm saying like the roster around Joel Embiid. Do you guys think this roster is good enough?
I think he's good enough. I think he's good enough.
Both though.
No, I think the
I
roster's
think he's
solid.
good
You
enough, and I
got
think
Kelly,
this is an
Even with
amazing
the
roster
roster,
around.
Drummond,
I think he's that
Maxey,
good.
McCain, Kelly, Drummond, Maxey,
DJ.
McCain, Paul George,
VJ
Who else?
Edgecombe too. Like they just added him into the fold.
I'm not the biggest Kelly Oubre or Andre Drummond fan.
Yeah, I love
But-
Kelly Oubre. Well, shit,
Yeah, I'm
I'm a big
But
Kelly fan.
I do like this Philly roster. But those are my concerns. I think McCain. I think it's weird to say. I think people are underrating how good Jared McCain actually was.
Nah, he good as a
As a
motherfucker.
He was going to win the Rookie of the Year.
No, he was.
But
good.
like it's more like he would have won Rookie of the Year, but like Jared McCain was like legitimately really good.
Yeah, he was.
Like not just for a rookie, he's
I'm
really
not
good.
gonna argue that. Mhm.
Like
Starting
he
point guard
was
level.
genuinely a really good player. And I speak about it a lot. Rookies don't often come in and like contribute to winning right away. Like they can be talented. Like Stephon Castle is a good rookie. But like in comparison to the
Jared McCain good as a
NBA,
rookie.
like he actually wasn't like a good NBA. He wasn't a winning NBA player. Jared McCain was actively a good NBA player, not beyond being a rookie. Like, and he's coming back. He's such a smart player, moves well without the ball, shoots the hell out the ball, can play on the ball and off the ball. Defensively leaves quite a bit to be desired in terms of just athleticism, being able to stay in front and stuff.
Extremely
But
physical.
smart defender, competes crazy on defense. You add Tyrese Maxey, who I think
Damn, but they
has
still
grown
got
a
Quinn
lot.
Grimes, Mars.
Well, they're
They haven't
looking to bring
signed
him
him
back.
back
Yeah, he's restricted. They're looking to bring him back, but we don't know yet.
I don't know. I don't know if they bring him back.
Mars,
I don't know what the price
the Sixers need to take a page out of Portland and Milwaukee's book. You know what I'm saying? Get that nigga up out of there.
Who? Quinn Grimes.
Embiid? No,
Oh,
he's
Joel.
talking
He
about
talking about Joel.
Joel. It's time to let it go.
I don't
It's time
think
to let
Joel.
it go.
I don't know the league. I don't know everyone's value. This is pure, just I guess. I don't think people want to trade for Joel Embiid.
Not trade, just get him out of your facility, one way or another.
Oh,
I don't care how you gotta do it. Just get him gone. It's more real quick. It's more trouble. It's more trouble than it's worth. It's more trouble than it's worth.
No, it's not.
Ox, what do you think?
It's not. Okay, we go. They was just talking about breaking this nigga hip. Chill.
But they didn't. So take the positives.
That's the point.
Hey, what do y'all? I know. We looking at it.
We'll revisit this in April.
Look, we looking at it.
wait.
If Joel's playing like an MVP caliber player
I
next year,
can't wait to talk about this April. Whichever way it goes.
Real quick,
Look,
Jordan.
we're looking at this like a
Just
fan.
saying, bro.
Looking at this
Okay.
like a fan.
Kawhi fan, by the way.
By the way,
But all
by
right,
the
so
way,
okay, so did Kawhi? What's the so talk about the difference in Kawhi and Joel this season? Talk about that.
I heard enough. Kawhi fan, by the way.
No, man.
Kawhi fan, by the way.
Talk about that. Talk about that. Hold on. Talk about that real talk. Real talk. Talk about it, real talk. What's the difference between Kawhi and Joel this season? This season that just passed.
No,
Be for real.
Kawhi definitely played. What did he play more? I don't even.
He
How
played twice as
did
many
he play?
games, 19 to 37.
Okay.
Yeah, he
Okay.
kept his end of the bargain.
And actually played in the playoffs. I mean,
He
he got
congratulations.
sold by James Harden, which we talked about yesterday. But
Joel played in the
there.
playoffs last year. Joel played in the playoffs last year.
I'm talking about this most recent.
Of course, you're talking about this most recent. Yes, you
Yes,
are.
because y'all always want to talk about some 5 years ago shit to prove
The
the
same
point.
as
last year.
Keep it recent, please. Keep it recent.
I said last year.
Please keep it recent. It's just crazy. No, it's crazy. It's crazy, chill, because your hatred for Kawhi, your hatred for Kawhi and Kevin Durant is so evident. It's so evident when you talk about, oh, well, KD always breaks down. Remember when he rolled his ankle when he was warming up the last time in Phoenix?
Oh yeah.
Oh, well, he can't stay healthy. He's made of glass. Kawhi Leonard, he's made of glass. He hasn't played since 2019, the full season, this and that. But when it comes to Joel Embiid,
wait,
Hey,
Ox, you don't think
What?
it's ironic for you, of all people, to say Joel Embiid's more trouble than he's worth, while simultaneously being the Kawhi stan? Like, you don't think that's ironic?
I don't. The only reason I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why, Mars, because like I just mentioned, Kawhi played twice. Ron, we don't need to do this. I want to talk to Ron. I want to talk to Mars.
Yo,
and
yeah,
Chill.
you talking to Ron?
No, I don't want to talk to you. I want to talk to Mars and Chill. Could you fix it,
Speaking
please?
to the mic.
God, you suck.
But what I'm saying is, yeah, I don't think it's ironic, Mars, because the difference is Kawhi played twice as many games and was there for the playoffs. Joel Embiid, on the other hand, went to the Olympics with the baby on his leg, limping around up and down in France just so he can get a medal.
He
You know
wants
what
to
I'm
win
saying?
some shit.
And this is the and
But damn that medal. But Kawhi
yeah.
went home.
Yeah,
Jordan,
if you
Kawhi
want
went
to
home.
talk about the recent, if
But
you want to talk about
Hillary was
the
just twice
recent
as
stuff,
many,
I get
like,
it. But
Kawhi went home.
the
Why did
reason
you go
you,
home, Ox?
but the reason you think Joel
Because it
is
was
more
the right
trouble than
thing to
he's
do.
worth, the reason you think Joel's more trouble than he's worth is not just because of last year. It's because of the history of Joel Embiid. It's all
No,
adding up.
yes, the history added up. Mars, if Kawhi Leonard would have went to France, if Kawhi Leonard would have went to France and then played 16 games and was unable to perform, I would be on the same time like, what are y'all doing? I thought it was stupid. I was saying, y'all remember last playoffs? Last summer. I was saying it. What are they doing there? I wasn't only saying that about Joel. I was saying it about Kawhi too. I was keeping the same energy. So y'all don't act like I wasn't. Even before that, I was the one saying, damn, it might be time for Kawhi to hang him up. He proved me wrong. I could chill. I could play. I could rock.
So
But
Joel Embiid is not doing
So,
that.
if Joel plays next year, I don't know how many games.
Yeah,
Joel
shit,
plays.
if he's
Let's say 50. Let's say 50.
I'm gonna
Mars.
shut the fuck up.
okay.
Okay.
50 games.
Joel
Gotta be
Embiid
50
plays
chill.
50 games.
It's gonna be. They just.
You gotta play
If
38 games.
Joel had a roster that could make the playoffs with him only playing 35 games, like a certain someone does,
Exactly.
I'm sure that would be great.
Okay, well, that's not my problem. That's not my problem. Whose team is better? What I'm saying is this, Mars. If Joel Embiid plays 50 games this year and is available for the playoffs, I'm 100% wrong. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? But this is how I feel right now. I saw what he just did.
Okay.
He shouldn't have took his ass out to Paris. That's what he should have stayed home and got better.
I agree. I agree. I just don't think they should have let him play.
Fuck that
but,
gold medal.
like, I don't know why they brought him, but
that's all. I just think, you know what I'm saying, this process that's been going on for a decade and a half, I think it's old. I think it's played out. I think they need to let it go. I think they need to do the people of Philadelphia a service and just, man, get him out the way.
Hey,
You know what I'm
but
saying? Like,
Mars,
let that shit
I've
go.
said that. I've said that if you get the number 1 pick, then I'm ready to move off of Joel Embiid. But they
you
did.
got the number 3 pick.
Okay,
But
they
I mean,
didn't. Okay.
yeah, big
I-
drop off between.
Yeah, I was about to say
Yeah,
that,
for
Mars.
sure.
The number 3 and
No,
the
but
number
see,
1 pick are not the
this
same.
is what I was saying. Because remember, I said this a little bit ago. I said this like 3 weeks ago. I was like, now that you got the number 3 pick, I would have wanted to get a high ceiling guy like Ace Bailey, or try to trade and maybe get Dylan Harper. And the reason why I'm saying that is just because it's like Mars just mentioned how good Jared McCain is. Tyrese Maxey is young and is scoring 26 a game. You got your backcourt right there. You add another young player in, it's like now and then you go what you could potentially get back for Joel. Now, Mars is saying it's not a trade market for him, and I can see that. If it's not a trade market, then it's kind of like, I don't know if I want to just buy him out and just restart from there. But if I can get a package back for Joel, now it's like I got a young nucleus. Right now, as of now, they got VJ Edgecombe. So you got 3 guards. And you get something back for Joel. Now you got a building block to move forward.
How old is Justin Edwards?
Oh, Justin Edwards too?
20, 21.
Oh my God. He that young?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he was a one and done at Kentucky.
He nice. I like Justin. Justin.
21. He gonna be 22 in December. I was really high on Justin Edwards going into college, and then obviously things didn't really pan out. But I think you saw some of the talent he still has.
He looked like he'll be if he pans out, that'll be somebody that can legit go get it off the bounce on his own and can.
I like Ricky Council too.
Ricky nice. Ricky nice.
He turned himself into a better NBA player than I thought he was going to be. But Philly got too many goddamn guards.
They got a lot, and that's why I wouldn't have drafted BJ Edgecombe. That's why.
But BJ makes sense for them to me though, Ron. Because
should have dropped Malo.
I think McCain, especially if Embiid is still in the fold for real, I think McCain should come off the bench, and I think Tyrese and VJ probably should be the 1-2 starting guard.
How you?
I have to see VJ. I have to see VJ.
I think that's why I think the Celtics holding up with Quinn though, because I think VJ could be in that same like avenue of what Quinn Grimes is, like very athletic, can get down
that's what
shooting upside. I also think VJ can rebound, protect the rim, and play in the pick and roll. He has upside there. And that's just where I think the concerns come with Jared McCain and Tyrese Maxey backcourt is how is that defense going to look? Exactly. How is that defense going to look? And I'm not sitting here saying, John, VJ needs to be the guy from day one. I'm not saying VJ needs to be the guy from day one, but see what VJ can become because Jared McCain.
Well, Philly need him to be that guy, right? Because
I mean,
winning the championship, they need him to be like
100%.
Like, long term, I'm with you, but like this is the thing: it's hard to balance long term and short term goals. And like I said earlier, rookies coming in right away and being valuable to winning is rare. And asking VJ to start next season on a team that's trying to win a championship, that's tough. That's a tough thing to ask.
Yeah, that's very tough.
And that's not a knock on VJ's talent. I think he's a crazy athlete, really high motor, good defender, shooting upside like John D said, really good getting downhill. The handle is a work in progress, but like it's hard to ask that guy to start on a team that's trying to win. Like it's hard to ask.
Which you've already seen a young guy who contributed to winning early but got injured. So now you got another young guy coming in who is improving at all. And this young guy that you already have, he's going to come back better. He's healthy. Why am I not going with him? Plus with my young league guard. I
think they're going to go with McCain. I think they're going to go with McCain. Like I said, McCain is a talent, and he came in and he produced for Philly. But again, like the only concern I have with Tyrese Maxey and McCain as a backcourt is the defense. And I think that's what VJ is probably going to come in to do. Will he be that his rookie year? Maybe, maybe not. It's just what are we going to see in the future from him? Can he be that defender that we want him to be? That's where it's like there's a logjam there because Jared McCain is such a talented player. He relocates really well off Joel Embiid. He plays with a toughness, getting downhill and finishing through contact. Really good shot maker, really good off-ball player. My concern is the defense. That's my concern.
Another guy who plays off 2 feet. Shout out to John McCain. It's another small backcourt as well. That's another concern.
That's why I'm saying they need to start
McCain's like 6'3".
Yeah, McCain's 6'3". You got Tyrese like 6'2", 6'3". I don't like small backcourt.
Yeah, VJ's like 6'4", 6'5" in shoes. Yeah, 6'5" in shoes.
I thought he was bigger than that.
Yo, my thing is,
if he was 6'7",
he plays bigger than 6'4".
Yeah.
If VJ was 6'7",
I don't like small backcourts, but these two really can go. So it's like they're gonna make up for it on that offensive end in the pressure that they're gonna put on you. Tyrese Maxey's a transition demon. Jared McCain in transition. If he get a sliver of daylight, he's smacking that three. Both of them getting downhill. Both of them playmaking. Like I love them playing together.
Yeah, they're small.
It's just like
all I know is that I just got to the train station and this train looks great, but the train at the end, it's on fire. That's why I can't get on it. Nope, I can't get on this train.
It does. It's like Philly's an easy team to evaluate. Like I wanted to talk more than just Joel Embiid gets hurt because I feel like that's just I don't want to call it a cop out because like it's low hanging fruit for a reason. Yeah, it's low hanging fruit for a reason. Like you can't just ignore that big red flag. But I feel like there is something to be said about like the rest of Philly's roster, like doesn't normally get spoken about because it's all like, oh well, Joel's gonna be hurt anyway. But it's like they still got a good team. Like we should still talk about the roster. That's all that was.
Mars. So let's do that though, Mars. Let's talk about it because if McCain, I think McCain showed last year he was a good basketball player. He was playing really good basketball. Maxey's a good basketball player. Paul George is a good basketball player. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
Still to
if
this
they,
day.
if they,
Still.
yeah, he's still
over
a good basketball. He's nothing. He's not what he was in Indiana or OKC, but even he's still a good basketball player though. So it's like if they can do like what you said the Clippers did, if they can play without Joel, let him get healthy, and Joel can come to the come in March and be 75, 85%. That's dangerous. Like Joel Embiid is dope. It's just, can he be there? Like Joel Embiid's game is never up for question. Never up for question. It's just about are you available or not? So I'm with you on the fact that if they are healthy, I think they are a top team in the East for sure. 100%. They might if they're healthy for real, probably should be somebody's favorites. I don't know whose, but they should be somebody's favorites.
Mars.
Yeah,
I'll do it. Philly in 6.
Yeah, we already know.
All right, y'all. We're going to transition to another team in the East, courtesy of a super chat from No Longer Gabe. Chill. What you predict for Jalen Duren this year? I say 16 and 12.
16 and 12. That's an all-star in the East, and he's the most improved player in the game if he's doing that.
The East sucks. What the hell?
That's an all-star in the East. If he's 16 and 12, yeah. And he's most improved player. Yeah. No doubt about it. If you think about
if Jalen Duren makes 2 more dunks a game, he's an all-star.
He's not an all-star, Chill.
Really? If you think about if you okay, so
it depends on where the Detroit is in the standings. If they're like 1 or 2, then
I mean, yeah, it does depend on that.
Right.
He's not.
I mean, they possibly could be 1 or 2 though. By the way,
Jared Allen just missed the All-Star team, right? Jared Allen just missed the All-Star team, and think about the impact. If Jalen Duren is 16 and 12 in the glass cleaner, well, I think he averaged 11 rebounds last season. So if he's averaging 2 more buckets, how much that's impacting Detroit's offense, how much better that makes them, whether it's a lob threat, whether he's added something to his game, which we completely disregard, right? Completely throwing out that he might have added a left-handed floater a left-handed hook to his game or something on the box to his game over the summer. We don't know that yet, right? Because even though we have seen guys do that, I think that the thing I'm concerned with him more than the 16 and 12, I want to take the numbers off the table. I'd like to see a better defender. I'd like to see a guy defend better in the pick and roll. I'd like to see a guy defend better in drop. I'm not concerned with his ability to rebound. That's not what I'm bothered with it. That's not what I'm concerned with at all. I'm concerned with him switching. I'm concerned with him when he drops. I'm concerned with him when he's in pick and roll and he's chasing guys to the sideline and he gets beat. I'm concerned with stuff like that more than him going 16 and 12, because that 16 and 12 could be empty.
man, listen. If I'm Jalen Duren agent, I'm getting him the biggest barbecue endorsement deal on the planet. Boy, I put his ass in front of that damn barbecue pit. Boy, we'll sell out in 20 minutes. Boy, you can't tell me motherfucker like him can't barbecue. Boy, I'm telling you. That boy had them gloves on with that apron. Shit. Boy, we'd have sold 2 million damn barbecue pits. I'm telling you, boy. Commercial would be
so he the new George. He the new George for me.
Yeah, boy, commercial would be barbecue like Jalen Duren. And he'd come on the commercial looking all serious and shit. Like, man, shit, nah. It's either that or we'll have the best music group, period. Boy, I'll be putting them in the Temptations remake, all kind of shit, boy. That's a clean-cut dude, boy. He could be the face of barbecue land or some shit. I don't know, but I'm telling you, bro. But go ahead, Chill. You was going off. I just had to throw that in there. I just can't unsee it, Chill. Ever since I seen him, I can't unsee it. The man looked like he can throw down on the pit. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, so the thing that I was concerned with, and I'm just reiterating my point, that I'm concerned with his defense. That's what I want to see improve. I'm not as concerned about the 16 and 12 more than I am his ability to defend improving. That was one of the biggest problems that they had when they lost Isaiah Stewart. That was one of the biggest problems that they had in the
Cat
playoffs.
was killing him.
Yeah, that was one of the biggest.
His
problems
IQ is what bothers me.
Yeah.
He just spaces out mentally from time to time.
He makes plays where he like when he'll have a pick at the top of at the break where he'll have a pick and then he'll end up switching on a smaller guy, chase him to the corner, have him boxed up, and then foul him. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, D?
Yeah, he just sometimes just does things like maybe he just wasn't thinking. Like the playoffs was like a prime example of that. Some of those late game antics were just interesting. It's like you can't really afford that at that time. So like he's still young though. He'll be 22 next year.
Mm-hmm.
Like You got time to develop it. That's my biggest concern with him, alongside the defense and stuff.
DSG Piccolo sent through a super chat and said, Dame to PDX to rehab and mentor Scoot along with Drew? ? Also, off season means BS, but interesting takes. So fuck it. I'll say this. Shaden is the best guard finisher in the league.
Who's in that conversation?
Best guard finisher?
Yeah.
On a year-to-year basis?
A minute.
Donovan Mitchell.
So
SGA, Donovan Mitchell,
Fox,
SGA, Fox,
De'Aaron Fox,
Brunson. Let's see. James Harden, is he still in that conversation?
No, I don't think he ever was, but that's besides.
And we said Ant.
Anthony Edwards.
Nah.
There's no way we're not putting Anthony Edwards. How many bodies that he done caught this year, throwing dudes through the bucket. 100.
Y'all can say
y'all problem. Y'all think finishing in the paint, just dunking on folks.
Yeah,
no.
The ability to do that.
Yes.
Put you.
It
boosts you up a little more.
Shade is strong. I don't know what to tell you.
Shaden got it. I'm not saying replace Ant with Shaden, but
that's not exactly the separator between those two. Like they both gonna catch a body.
Irv. Is Irv still in that conversation? Even with him being hurt?
Sure. Yeah.
Well, right now I don't think he's doing layups.
Jamal Murray.
But with that,
no. Okay.
Shay.
You don't like Jamal
Shay?
Murray?
We didn't say Shay.
We say Shay.
We say
Yeah,
Shay. Is John in that conversation still?
man, John don't be finishing like that. John just be up there just doing shit that look good.
Nah, he do be finishing that shit.
He try no Jordan. He need to stop trying to dunk everything. He too light for that. Like you need to.
Oh, that's what he said though.
Finger
but that's what he said though. He said he wasn't gonna do that many dunks.
Yeah.
But he can't help himself.
Hit a goddamn.
I mean,
that's one time. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Real talk. See, he do that sometimes and get it off, and they're about, oh, he's. But then what about all the ones he tried to dunk, and you know you're not gonna get there. You weigh a buck 25. When you get in the air and somebody touch you, you stop. You just lose
the man jump off the trampoline. That shit is so hard for him. He can't help himself, dog. That man jumps so damn high.
No, you're right. That's what I'm saying, Jordan. He said he's not gonna try to dunk it. He can't help himself.
Yeah,
he can't help himself. He be up there.
Eat like so.
I think Tyrese Maxey's in this conversation too. I love Tyrese Maxey as a finisher at the rim.
Nice.
So
I'm mad at that.
How do we not say Giannis though?
We're talking about guards.
Okay.
No, we're just talking about guards. So
I was about to say because ain't no way.
But even in that super chat though, I'm curious because they're talking about Dame back to Portland and stuff, right? So chill. Is Dame is that chick that thought she was too good for you? She thought she was too good for you after spending some time with you. She thought she outgrew you. She left. And then messed her credit up, had a baby or two, and she running back to you. Okay, damaged goods with baggage.
Okay, first of all, I stuck with you through all the bullshit. Don't forget, when I first met you, you wasn't shit. Okay.
Yeah, and she outgrew.
And we ended up, and then we ended up building something. In the process of us, I ain't want to break up. Let's be clear about that. This was you. You were the one who said that we should break up. So I agreed, even though I didn't want to break up. So I end up going somewhere where I really didn't want to go. By the way, I got sent.
You got this nigga the job.
He didn't want to go. He didn't want to go play with Giannis.
No.
How y'all meet a girl that ain't shit though? That's my thing. Like, ain't no way I would meet a girl that ain't shit, and I'm just saying, like, oh,
he can't. She now coming back with baggage.
Yeah,
another nigga kid.
Man, hell no, I ain't gonna meet no
bad credit.
Wish I would, boy. Wish I would.
I meet a girl that ain't shit.
You want to push me out the door though? By the way, make sure you remember that.
Ain't shit for us. We ain't going
and
nowhere.
Even though we ain't getting back together, let's keep it a bean. We not getting back together, but just make sure that you own it. You don't want to push me out the door. I didn't want to break up. This was you. Man, you the one who did this. Chill. I didn't want to break up.
Chill.
I wanted to stay together. I wanted to work it out. You did.
No.
You told me that
he didn't want to work it out. He was ready. He was ready to go.
No. That's like them girls that they be asking me. You got kids? I be wanting to tell why we ain't gonna get past 2 weeks. So fuck they got to do with you. Like, be like,
mind your goddamn business.
What the fuck they got to do with you?
Do you have a job? You worried about me having kids. Do you have a job? That's my
Oh,
question. Do you have a
man.
job? What does your credit score look
Yeah,
like?
they
Do you
always
have a
talk about,
credit
do you
card
got
with your
kids?
name on it? Is
It
the
don't
account-
matter.
is the
You ain't
account
gonna
delinquent?
hear from me
What you
again.
talking
This
about?
shit is over with. 2 weeks, it's a wrap. What the fuck we talking about?
You need to worry about your motherfucking kids. Don't worry about
Yeah,
mine.
bro, I know, like, the fuck? I hate, bro. I can't stand there. Like, how do you just
Oh,
see a
shit.
future with me? I didn't say. I didn't. You notice I didn't ask you if you had a job, kids, car. I don't give a shit.
First of all,
This
Jordan, how
gonna
you-
be a doozy.
Jordan, you like we are. Hold on. What type of questions you ask? We at the hookah lounge. That's what you asking me.
Okay,
We not
first of all,
doing that.
Exactly.
first of all, JD,
They always talk about. I
be
didn't
clear
ask
about
if you
one
got a
thing.
boyfriend. I don't give a damn.
asking you. A chick ain't asking you these questions about the future unless you gave her the dope. That's the
Shit,
only
no.
reason why.
Chill.
If she
If I
wanna
don't
stick
even
around.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie.
where you
Nowadays,
work,
chill, they be
Sure, you
wanting
gave
to
her
know.
that diss?
They
Unless
be
you
wanting
gave
to
her the
know.
dope.
to me about my kids.
Sure,
So-
you put that diss
I don't give a shit if you got a job. I don't
unless you
care.
gave her the
It's
dope,
gonna be
there's no
over.
reason for her to ask me about what I'm doing. No.
Chill. If we've been talking for 2 or 3 days and I never asked where you work, where do you live? If all I asked was, do you live by yourself? How the fuck you ask me about my kids? What? This is over with. Yeah, no, that's done. That shit be blowing my mind. I'm telling you, when I hear that, I'll be like, I be wanting to say why real bad. I be wanting to say why. You know this is short tenure. I'm a contractor. That's all I am with you. I'm doing
Independent
contract.
contractor.
I'm an independent contractor.
Yeah, I'm sorry at $2.99. Y'all don't got no time for it.
That's
All right, y'all. Hunter sent through a super chat. It said, Ox, I'm so sorry for what you were about to watch when Sarge gets on that court.
Is he
Sarge
gonna play in
getting on the
Sacramento?
court?
I want.
That's what I was
I
about to
want-
say. Is he gonna play in Sacramento?
I don't know, but I want y'all to know I'm probably the biggest Dario Sarge fan in the world.
Oh
You know what I'm
shit!
saying? Like he not as good as he not as good as he used to be, but I used to really be a big Dario fan, especially when he was with the Suns.
Before he tore his ACL, before he tore his ACL in Phoenix.
Let's act like
Dario
let's
was
act like
cold.
Dario couldn't play. He was good.
It was Dario, and the other one was Nimia
Bielitsa.
Bielitsa. I like them too. Yeah.
Golden State, he could play.
No, when he was with us.
Yeah, he
Before
played for
that.
you guys. Yeah.
But nah, I like.
Did you like Costa
Kufis
Kufis when he played with you guys? Did you like Costa
What?
Kufis?
What? Mars, that's a great pull. Costa Cook, man, come on, that was my dude. But he was nice. I liked him with the Grizzlies too.
Oh no, that's like
Costa
signing
Kufis?
Jake Arabia. Gotcha, real talk. I'm on your ass.
See what I mean, real talk? See what I mean, bro?
Costa
See what I
Costa
mean, bro?
Kufis used to
He's
be
a Laker
nasty.
fan. He's a Laker
on your
fan.
ass.
Does it ever
That's
fail?
what
Real
I'm
talk.
saying.
Real talk. Does it ever fail? Real talk.
It's
Real
equivalent to Laravia.
Oh, Lennox Cleaser is a
Real talk.
I'm
Does it
so
ever
tired
fail?
of this dude, bruh.
Hey,
Bro,
Jake
worry
Arabia,
about your
Jake
team, bro.
Arabia right there. That shit is
Hey, Jordan, I swear,
Does it ever fail? Real talk.
Hey, real talk. That's what he was just talking about. That's what he was just talking about, y'all. John D. In real talk, he was just talking about that, asking about kids. Man, stay young, mind your business.
Exactly, mind your damn business.
I'm telling you, this Houston hate watch finna be crazy.
Houston hate was gonna be unsuccessful.
Doesn't fail.
I'll just let you know that's gonna be an
I can't
unsuccessful
wait.
hate
I
watch.
can't wait. I'm signed up.
All right, y'all. It's a couple more moves that I do want to talk about. One of which being the one move that the Spurs made. We talked about that they needed another big. We talked about that they needed another center. The Spurs signed Luke Cornett to a 4-year, $41 million deal. How do we like this for San Antonio?
Texas finna be crazy.
Texas is lit, but that's too much money for Luke Cornett. I don't know what. I don't know how y'all see $40 million.
You don't think Luke Cornett's worth $10 million?
No,
$10 million a year.
But that's just me though. I'm biased. I'm biased to players like for him. Like I'm not really a big fan of players like that. I mean, he's a good player, but
what's players like him?
What's players like him?
Dirty work guys that ain't stars, guys that don't really do a whole lot of other
white,
stuff.
unathletic.
Okay. Well, you said it.
Unathletic.
Do I hate Luka?
Yeah.
No, that's just like you know it is. You know, me and Ox were talking about how Ox and Ron talking about how they be trying it with them. Them Nigerian players. I ain't gonna just single out as African. We just not Nigerian. We do the African Nigerian thing. You know how we be trying it. Like they try with players like that, and then you end up with Dario Sarge. Oh my God, we gotta get this bullshit ass contract out of here. Or we end up with Kufis. Or we end up with Jake Laravia. And it's like, Y'all gonna learn.
Hold on. Put some respect on Costa Kufis, bro, please.
Oh
Yeah, but
my god.
I think Luke Cornett for 10 million is a really good player.
How many
I'm
minutes
always
can he play for you a game?
in the regular season? I actually don't know. I'm gonna be honest. I actually don't. I'm gonna be honest.
Wait, what team do you go to again?
The Spurs.
San Antonio.
Spurs.
It's not about.
I like that for them.
I think he's good. It's just about I don't know what Luke Cornett looks like with extended minutes. Like I'm not.
Exactly.
I don't know.
That's why I say there's too much money.
He's not gonna play.
He's
extended
usually.
minutes,
I mean, last.
But that's
year
what I'm saying.
when
I can't tell you how many minutes. Maybe we're looking at 14 to 18 minutes. I don't know. Like I don't know what the range is. But like
money for 14
La-
to 18.
10 million is not a lot of money.
Porzingis
Like
or-
10 million is nothing these days.
I guess.
last
so,
year when
but
Porzingis or Al were
crazy,
were
by the
out,
way,
he
man.
was
That's
he was
nothing.
solid. I like Cornett.
He was solid.
Cornett's gonna be yeah. Cornett
I'm
was
always
good
impressed by
back
the way he changed his
center
game
for-
because Luke Cornett came into the league as a shooter, and I ain't seen that man shoot a 3 in like 2 years. So I don't.
all I'm saying is the
It's
man
impressive.
closed out from the block and people got excited about that shit. And now all of a
Oh,
sudden,
the
now he get
vertical
out of here.
contesting. The
Yeah,
When he
vertical
just jump
contest
serve, that's
bullshit.
not no
That shit
contest.
added
That's
a
just
$5 million
wasted.
kicker to his shit. That shit added a $5 million kicker. That's why he relevant. That goofy ass contest that don't nobody ever even see. But my thing is, you got what's his name? Collins still over there, right?
Yes.
No, he's in Chicago. He's in Chicago.
Zach Collins.
He's
Oh,
in
I
Chicago.
ain't know his
Yeah,
other
Zach
guy.
Collins.
Okay,
That's
I
right.
guess that's their replacement. I like Zach Collins more than Cornett, but
Hell.
Oh,
no.
I do. Yeah,
I do.
absolutely.
I like Zach
Absolutely.
Collins.
Zach
Why do you like
Collins
Zach
is
Collins
trash.
more? What about Zach Collins do you like
I
more
think
than the
I
big
think he
and
got a better
Cornett who
skill
will
set. Zach
rebound?
Collins can get wild though. Zach Collins can get wild, but he got a better skill set than Luke Cornett for me.
Okay, even if he got a better skill set, how is he helping San Antonio more than Zach Collins in your estimation? If you put Zach Collins on that,
How
team,
is
put
you
Cornett
said
on
how
that
Zach Collins helping the Spurs more than Luke
team.
Cornett?
If he's on the Spurs and Cornett is on the Spurs, who's helping them more?
I think Zach Collins. I think he can play more minutes. I mean, you need structure around Zach Collins for sure, but a pick and roll between Stephon Castle or Dylan Harper and Cornett, man, that shit gonna get real ugly. But he don't play in a big market, so no.
Cornett all right off the pick and roll. Like in the minutes.
Yeah,
that he
in
played
Boston.
Offensively, yeah. But
in
yeah, I mean,
Boston,
yeah, it's kind of different in Boston, but like,
Yeah, in Boston.
but yeah,
But-
he is really. He's got great size, good hands. He finishes through a lot of things.
Mhm.
And then defensively, I really like Luke
He
Cornett.
can
as a
protect the
protector.
rim.
Y'all remember
A
he had
really
that
good
7-block
Take the
game?
rim from the three. He
What it was
protected
game,
the
yeah,
front line.
game
block
5?
game.
He had that
Yeah.
7-block
Yeah, and he
game.
protect the 3-point line exactly. And he protect the 3-point line.
Like Luke is a good. He's a serviceable.
Yeah, great
backup
If
backup.
he
big
was
man.
in New
Yeah,
York,
I
think-
think Cornett for 10 million is good business. I think that's really good. Business.
Yeah,
If he was in New York-
I definitely would have took him on the Lakers.
oh
But damn
my
sure.
god! See,
Now
Luke
Luke
I
Cornett,
was
Luke
trying to
Cornett
give
as
you
your
a break.
starting center.
I was trying to give
Hey,
you a
man.
break, real talk. But if Luke Cornett,
Nah.
let's go hypothetical.
Look,
Let's
look,
drop
look.
the
See,
ball.
Cor-
hypothetical.
Yeah,
If
I
Luke
shouldn't have said
Cornett
that.
was with
Yeah,
the
real
Lakers,
talk. You did this to yourself. You did.
if he was with the Lakers, y'all would be trashing him. Oh my god! Bro,
Yeah, I'm
players get
muted.
worse
I'm
when they
muted.
go
I
to the
can't.
Lakers. Y'all, they go from you can't be average with the Lakers. You gotta be good. Y'all would be like fire Rob Pelinka. Now his first signing is Jake LaRavia and Luke Cornett. Fire his ass. That's what y'all would be saying.
First
Y'all
off,
be saying
you
Luka
don't
don't
have
have
to
no
be.
team.
I mean, Vando has stands in Lakerland. You don't have to be the greatest player in the world. You know what I'm saying? But
Hey.
If you
hey.
I do wanna-
play hard, Lakers fans
yeah,
gonna
you
like
play hard. You know what I'm saying? You get a steal or two. We're
Gabe
gonna love
Vincent
you.
play
You know what
hard.
I'm saying?
Y'all-
What?
Gabe
No,
Vincent play hard. Y'all
no.
him.
That's not. That's y'all acting like LA is Detroit,
Other than
or
Russell Westbrook,
Pittsburgh, or
Other than
Philadelphia, or
Well, yeah, if
Cleveland,
you
or Cincinnati.
can't play
You know,
hard
like a team
You
that a
can't-
city
you
that
can't
actually
be- I-
appreciates
you-
hard work.
You can't play hard and sabotage the team. But if
Yeah.
you're playing hard
no,
and
it's
then
just-
like, they
No,
gonna respect
playing hard is not enough in Los Angeles. It's
No,
it's one of the
Gabe
most
Vincent play hard.
superficial, one of the most superficial places.
John D.
They gonna
John
value-
One of the
they
most
value people
superficial
play
fan
hard.
bases.
Didn't we love
Y'all stop
Vando
it.
for a stretch?
We
love
love,
Vando.
especially in 23. We love Vando.
Do y'all
Think
no
about-
y'all
Lakers fans.
LA no I'm gonna tell you the truth
Lakers
because
fans
the
like
leader
Devin
the leader
George,
of y'all
like, I
team
don't
well, that was different times. Those was different times. The leader
Oh, so they
of
became
y'all, the
superficial?
leader of the Laker crew on YouTube was talking about how absolutely unplayable Vando was.
Who's
How
the
much
leader of the Laker crew?
Is he talking about low?
Are you talking about of winning?
Mars, don't act like you wasn't up here sitting right
No, I
next to
didn't
him.
know he was the
Down in the
leader of the
house.
Laker crew. I'm not
I
saying.
didn't say
I'm
that
not.
either.
Yeah, he said that, and I
know.
was right there saying the same thing. I just didn't know he was the leader of the Laker crew. That's news to me.
Y'all
Slow down in the house.
y'all hated Vando so much. So
Bruh.
much. Playing hard.
I never hated
Bronny in a
Vando.
minute.
Listen,
Y'all gonna
I
turn y'all
wasn't
back
making
on
content.
Bronny in a minute.
No,
I wasn't making content
playing
until
hard has
2023.
never been enough for the Lakers.
I
Y'all-
think
y'all are
I
so
think
superficial.
being unplayable doesn't mean that I hate you.
Mars,
Y'all are the fakest fan
fan
base ever, bro. Y'all are so
That
fake.
shit gonna be
I
so
don't
sad
like
when
that
y'all
shit.
turn y'all back on Bronny.
I'm not the regular fan that you guys are
Exactly. I
comparing
like
me to.
Van.
Y'all are so
think-
fake.
I like
I
I
think
can't
I've been
wait to
fair
real
with the
talk
Lakers.
turn his back on Bronny. Bro, y'all gonna turn
Turn
y'all
his
back
back
on
on
him.
Bronny.
Turning our back on Bronny.
Y'all gonna, I'm telling
Turning
you,
your
y'all
back
gonna
on
throw
Bronny.
Bronny to the
Are you
wolves,
like
boy.
no? Real
like
talk.
Bronny.
He loves the Lakers. He loves them.
Hey,
Why are we
hey,
talking about
Jordan,
Bronny?
come on,
Why are we
come on,
talking
man.
about him?
You want to be over here, Jordan?
No, the hell I
Jordan, you
don't.
want to be over here?
I'm
Just come
just
on,
know,
man.
just know,
You
y'all.
keep going out of
Look,
hey, just come on,
y'all
man.
cry
Come
for
on.
more Bronny
Nah,
minutes.
Jordan, you would be. Hey, Jordan, you would be an unbearable Laker fan, bro. I wouldn't be able to do that.
For sure. But listen, y'all want to talk about Bronny. Y'all give him more minutes. Wait till y'all give him more minutes.
What to talk about, bro?
Y'all gonna turn
We were
back
actually
on
talking about
Bron
Luke.
and Bronny.
How we
It's a
get from
very-
Bronny James?
Jordan be
go-
arguing with the demons in his head. I swear.
What the hell?
I
We
know
talking
we don't
about
wanna
Ron. We were
talk
talking about
about
Luke
Bronny.
Cornett,
Talk
the
about
San
Bronny.
Antonio.
But
How
I want
we
to hype
doing
up Bronny.
James?
Nigga, what?
Look, why
How we
you
doing
bring
Bronny
that
James,
up?
Ron?
Bronny gonna make his
Let's
first
talk
game.
about
Bronny
Bronny
gonna
and
go
what?
0 for
What we
7, 4
doing?
games in a row.
All right, so everybody relax. Everybody
Wait a
relax.
minute, Ron.
Here's what we gonna do, y'all. Here's what we gonna do. We're not gonna talk about Luke Cornett. We're not gonna talk about the Lakers. We damn sure ain't gonna talk about Bronny. But what we are gonna talk about is a pickup that Memphis made. Ty Jerome, 3 years, 28 million. How we like that?
That's tough based on the year he had regular season. Only making
God damn.
what is that about
bruh.
9 a
Did
year?
they just sign somebody
Well, that's
else
'cause of
too?
that-
before
that's 'cause of that,
Tyrone?
that
Did they sign another
playoffs.
guard?
Yeah,
Cam
they-
Spencer?
that's shitter.
they-
Oh
Yeah,
man,
that's
they
shitter.
doing too much. They doing
they
too
put-
much.
they-
If you know what I mean.
I think bringing in a guard is essential because of John Morant.
They doing-
John
Boys,
Morant's
them
injury.
boys doing too much. Them boys got
They trying to clean up their image.
boy, they doing too much, bro. You can't do that, but it's not on one team. Come on, now we know that. We gotta spread it around the league. On one team, they just got Salty Aldama too. Y'all doing too much, dog.
They heard the Stephen A. Smith narrative is stuck. So now they trying to clean up the image around the league. They trying to get guys who play the right way. You know what I'm saying?
No, bro, they doing too much. You can't win like that, man. Come on, man. You know you can't win. That's 3 back to back. Chill.
Jordan, what are you trying to say, Jordan? They got too many white boys? Is that what you're trying to say,
Come
Jordan?
on, chill. Come on.
Is that what we doing, Jordan? Like white boys can't play? Because
I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
Then
I
what's the
said-
problem then? How about those white boys that's available? Nobody else want them, so I'm gonna take them, and they're gonna be dead, and they're gonna be
Well,
beneficial to my
That
crew.
don't apply to Ty Jerome, though, or Santi Aldama. They both got game.
Right.
Let's get like
All right, here we
they
go.
both
He
got
got
game.
game now.
Well,
He
being
got
white
game
doesn't mean
now.
that you just
Yeah,
suck.
yeah, but like
Right.
they don't. The white tag isn't on them. They can
Especially
go.
not Santi.
Hey,
Like,
whether they were white, Chinese, Indian, whatever.
I forgot they got
Anybody
Yuki
that can hoop
too.
like them,
Oh,
they
and they got
get
Yuki.
action.
Oh, them boys.
I'm not as high on Santiago Aldama as I guess. Ron
Me
is.
either.
I like
But
Santi.
Ty Jerome nice offensively.
Bruh,
It's just
A team
everything
with
else.
Salty Aldama, Cam Spencer, Ty Jerome, Zach Edey, Yuki. That's 5.
Yuki?
Triple J and Ja.
That's his name, right? Yuki?
We calling Yuki?
Why not?
If
He
you're
on
not
team.
black, you're white.
He on team.
Yo.
I'm just I didn't say that. I'm just saying.
I mean,
a
that's
lot,
what my granny told me when I was little. So, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, boy, that's a bad advice. That's
So
bad
Jordan, with the Cavs losing, because it seems to me the guy that you didn't think that would play in the playoffs, and Sam Merrill, that's who they decided to go with over Ty Jerome. And then they trade Okoro and they replace him with Lonzo. So it looks like that's the way that Cleveland is going. Now, as far as Ty Jerome as a rotation guy in Memphis, I think he's going to be really good for them. I do. I think he's a great
I
spark
think
off
he
the
is
bench.
too. I think he
You know,
is too.
top-
but it's like,
He's
God
better than
damn.
Tyus Jones, who they had doing that job before. So.
Yes, I do think that he's better than Tyus Jones, 100%.
Ty Jones
Now,
is good as hell in Memphis.
how does
though.
this? How does
Ty Jones
his?
well.
I'm the guy that I'm thinking about, Ron, in Memphis more than any of these guys in terms of a rotation guy. I'm thinking about G.G. Jackson. That's the guy that I'm thinking about who has to come back better. I think that last season, I mean, with the injury, I think that really affected him, and I don't think that he played up to what we had seen previous because he was on a bad team, so they had to put him out there, and he had a lot of promise. Well, now you add Ty Jerome to this, who's going to be pushing for a lot of those rotation minutes. Well, G.G. Jackson, now, considering what he did last year, he's got to prove that he's going to have to get more
Definitely got to
minutes.
prove himself.
He's going to have to prove it.
I agree.
Yeah. They got a lot of question marks.
Are
Yeah,
y'all
I like
confident in
Ty
Ty Jerome like that? Because I mean, outside of Cleveland, have we seen him play that well?
He was out
Outside of that 1 year in Cleveland, while you and
he was out the league
you
before that.
bullshitting.
But it was that year was last year though.
That was it.
It was 3 years ago.
I know it was
Okay,
last
it
year,
wasn't-
but I'm
it
He didn't
was
play
last
good with the
year.
Warriors either.
He played good
He
last
was
year.
nowhere near that.
I think he was all right in Golden State, but I think
He was cool, but he wasn't.
yeah,
what
he was
last
he
year.
was yeah he was last year. Tyus Jones, but the way Tyus Jones played in the regular season last year in the first
Ty
round,
Jerome, not Tyus Jones.
probably was worth more than the money he just got. The reason he didn't get paid that much, I think, is part because of what he did against Indiana, and then part because Ty Jerome probably isn't as good as what Cleveland made him look like. He also he's extremely limited. Like he might be the worst athlete in the NBA. Like that's a concern. He's like 6'2", 6'3", negative wingspan.
Is he worse than
At least
Sloan?
D'Lo's
Is he worse
6'5". Like Ty Jerome has like a negative wingspan, no burst, no explosiveness. Like he's
Is he
just
worse than
very
Sloan?
limited athletically.
Is he worse than
Like
Sloan?
at least he's 6'9". And like
Hey, Ty Jerome 6'5" too though.
negative wingspan makes him look smaller. Okay, that cool. Because he looks small.
6'5".
He looks tiny, right? Negative
He does
wingspan. I'm
not
trying to tell
look
you.
He got
Negative
smaller arms. He got
wingspan.
smaller
Negative wingspan. I'm trying to tell you. So like, all of that plays into it. It's like in the playoff setting when defenses get more physical, when they are able to press full court, all of that stuff. Is Ty Jerome going to be able to get what he needs to get off? Maybe, maybe not. Is he going to be able to get all the way to the rim? Maybe, maybe not. Is he going to be able to get his shot off? Maybe, maybe not. There's just a lot of questions, which is why I think he got the 9 or so million. But he is really talented. And Memphis could be a situation they play really fast. That could play to his advantage. The coach that they replaced Taylor Jenkins with, he went back to his went back to a lot of pick and roll stuff. Ty Jerome plays best out of pick and roll. So like, there's things that I think are advantageous for him. But I would be surprised if he replicates what he just did in Cleveland. But what he did in Cleveland was like 6 man of the year caliber. So
I don't know though, Mars. Reason being is because like we talk about creators and ball handlers and stuff. On this team, it's Ja, then it's gonna be Ty Jerome. In terms of like put the ball in your hand, run a pick and roll, create an advantage, get downhill. It's literally like outside of Ja. Like Jaren Jackson is who he is, but he's not somebody where you give it to him at the top of the. Well, they might do that, but
they
he's
do
not,
that.
Yeah, they do that, but you get what I'm
They
saying.
need to
In terms
stop
of
doing
a
that.
ball creator,
Okay,
like a small, like a guard creator. He's that.
well,
the only
Scottie
person
Pippen,
over there.
Scottie Pippen.
Yeah.
Ox, you don't like seeing Jaren Jackson left hand in and out 15 times?
Oh my God. Bro, they overpaid him too much.
Dog. No, I'm tired of it.
Yeah, I'm sick of the Jaren Jackson
Oh,
shit too.
man.
All right,
I
so
do want Jaren Jackson to come play with us though. I think he'd enjoy himself in Sacramento.
he just signed that extension.
In Sacramento.
Yeah, I
240,
know.
was it 240?
Yes. Mhm.
5
That's
years,
okay.
240. How much is that? 48 a year?
Yep.
Too much money for him.
I
Yeah.
wouldn't have done that, but
Yeah, that's a lot of bread, man. But
yeah.
Shout out to him.
no
Shout out
doubt.
to Shea for his extension, by the way. Shout out to Shea.
What was
Yeah,
Shea
yeah.
extension? 248?
280.
285?
285.
285.
71.25 a
And he
year.
took less dough, Jordan. By the way.
I seen some people talking about, hey, Shea would take less so they can keep the court together. Let's shut up. I dare you to
That motherfucker
reject
damn making
71
100 a
million.
year, chill.
Yeah, I dare someone to turn down 71 million.
Well,
For years.
that 285 could have been more than that, but he took the 285.
It wouldn't
He
have been
coulda
more.
waited- he
It would have
coulda
just been an
waited a year.
additional
He
year.
could have
he
waited
coulda
a
waited
year,
a year.
and that 285 could have been
I mean,
350.
He's still gonna
360.
get that though. Like that. So that year that he didn't sign on,
They could probably
he's
extend
still
him.
gonna get it.
Yeah, they can probably extend
Like,
him
you know?
again right before.
Yeah, I'm
Well,
happy.
let's
I'm
be
happy he
interested
didn't
about
wait
that.
though. That's what I'm saying. I'm happy he didn't wait. That's a lot of money. Don't turn that money down. Anything.
We don't know what's we don't know
you,
what's
you
going
an
on.
athlete, bro. You're an athlete.
Mm.
You relying on staying healthy, man. Get that money.
Yeah, Devin
And that's
Booker.
a
Devin
lot of
Booker
money.
gonna sign that extension in Phoenix, and people be like, "Why is he
75
staying?"
a year.
75
year.
million make me stay anywhere.
That
Why you
should've
think
made
Bradley
me
Beal's still in
stay-
Phoenix?
That should make me stay in Utah,
Nah.
Toronto, goddamn Alaska. I don't give a shit
Shit.
where you put me. Dubai,
Wow.
whatever.
I'll stay with the devil a little bit.
Yeah,
Damn, Pastor. God
I'm bullshit.
Come
I'm
again.
bullshit.
Come
hey,
again, real talk.
Hey, real talk. I was about to say I'll stay in hell for a year, but I didn't want God to hold me up on that.
Nah,
so
I want real
I'm
talk to say it
bullshit.
again. You stay where?
I'm playing. I'm playing.
I
I ain't even repeating that.
Hey,
I'm
Ron,
playing.
I was about to
playing.
say, I was about to say, shit, I stay in Utah, Toronto, shit, I stay in hell, but then I was like, man, what if I go to sleep?
I
and
mean,
I
shit,
wake
for
up
the
and
right
it's hot as a
price. I
motherfucker?
mean, what's a little bit of hell gonna do for the right
Yeah,
price?
all right, y'all. Look,
I
it's
ain't
G
Yo, with
Piccolo.
that much money, you don't got to stay nowhere. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Move
shit,
around,
no, I
have
ain't
fun,
going-
enjoy
I
yourself.
ain't gonna-
Hey, live your life,
I ain't
man.
gonna play with like that. I gotta take a nap in about an hour. I don't want to wake up and I see
Facts,
flames.
I got a
and
nap
shit
coming
all
right
over.
after.
I'm just playing.
Hey, you gonna feel a
wake
hot
up
ass
sweating
tap? You gonna be like, damn, who is that? You gonna be like,
Turn the
hey,
AC
I
on
heard
in
you
this
wanted to
motherfucker.
relocate somewhere.
I'm gonna wake up and I'm gonna see real talk next to me. I'm gonna be mad as a
Yo.
motherfucker. I'm gonna be like, God damn, he put us
as hot
here.
as it
All
is
right,
in
man,
Houston,
y'all
y'all might as well be there.
Nah, it been raining.
Nah.
Y'all better stop
Man.
playing.
No.
That's
It's been raining out here. I do want to ask John D because John D know about like the prospects and stuff, and Mars a little bit too. Who do y'all think is going to be the first player in the NBA to get a contract where he's making $100 million a year? Because it has to be
Luka?
somebody like
Luka?
Probably
Cooper
Wemby.
Flag.
It's gonna be
He
Luka.
wouldn't be.
Oh, so you
Wemby.
think that's going to happen quickly?
Wait, so right now we're looking at guys getting 75 plus, right?
75, yeah.
When's Wemby up for his max rookie extension?
Give it another 5 years.
I think because they just extended the 22 draft. I think so. It's probably after this season. So it may
So
not.
it won't be
like-
that contract. It'll be his next one.
Yeah.
26,
So
26 27 is when.
So he'll get the rookie
when-
max, which like the Scotty Barnes contract, for example. I know like we're a couple of years removed. So it'll be like 5 years, 290, 300-ish.
Yeah.
The contract after that, that's when you're looking at you might be getting close to like 4 years, 400 type shit. But if not him, then maybe
Darren
it's like
Peterson.
the
Fuck it.
Cam Booz is better. But like maybe
I
it's like
Darren Peterson.
maybe it's like those draft classes, like 2026, 2027 drafts. When they get off their second contract, that's when it might be that time. Or it will just be a superstar who's established by that point. Whoever's like the Giannis and Jokic's of the world in like 2032 is eligible for like 2 year, 200 million extensions type situation.
We really well. So I want to make sure that I'm following y'all dudes. Are you telling me that we're going to be in a space where 30 million on the books is cheap?
We're already
yeah.
at that space. We're already at the point
I know,
where
yeah,
30 million is like the old 21.
That's
I expect a lot of franchises. I expect a lot of owners to sell their franchise. I ain't gonna lie. That shit finna start getting too expensive.
For
They
real.
finna get out the business. They finna be like, man,
NBA
hell
money is different, man. NBA money is different.
Oh yeah.
yeah, but the owners are a little different too. Though. They
25
finna be
million
like,
on the
man,
books is
hell no. A lot of owners lose every year.
Wow, I got you on the books for 25 million. I got you on the cheap.
Man, but chill. Look at this part. Like a lot of owners losing money. Like if they don't make the playoffs and shit, that shit would be detrimental. That's why the Pacers couldn't sign Miles Turner back. Like they're like, man, we can't afford that shit. So, but I expect a lot of people to sell their franchise. Like Jeannie Buss, she's selling it. She sold majority of it shit too. I don't know how she's still the governor, but she sold. Mark Cuban, same way. Like that shit's starting to get too expensive for them to keep it.
Hey, John D, who Darren Peterson reminds you of? I ain't been one to say it out loud yet. You know what I'm saying?
You won't get me to say it out loud.
You don't get
Oh,
to say
you
that out loud.
guys talking about son 24? You guys talking about 24?
You can't pay me. You can't pay me.
I can't say nothing right now.
Is he? Whoa.
Yeah, I want to know who y'all talking about.
So Darren
they talking about
Peterson.
Kobe. They talking about Kobe.
So Darren Peterson. What school he go to? What school does he go to?
I think he's going to Kansas. I think he's going.
So he's going to Kansas next year.
Yeah, he's in high school.
Okay, so we going to Kansas next year. Are we looking at Bryant reincarnated? Is what you're saying?
No, can't
No?
reincarnate. You can't do it.
Who?
You can't. Do
Okay.
it. Kobe's
But
too
who
damn
y'all talking about, John D? I want to know.
Darren
Like,
Peterson.
what's,
Darren Peterson.
no,
is
I
his
know
name. He's
Darren
going to
Peterson. I'm
Kansas.
talking about what
Oh.
comp is they talking about? It can't
No,
be on.
no,
Right,
he
it's
talking
gotta
about
be
Kobe.
Beam
I was
Bryant.
talking about, yeah.
I can't say it. I can't say it. I
I'm
can't. I can't be a
disappointed.
part of
Ain't
it.
no
We
way in
know
hell
he
we
gonna be
comparing-
better. I don't know why we doing this.
We
We
comparing
Better
comparing
is
a high school
crazy.
kid.
just like
Kobe's
Shay's
not the same,
better,
right?
just like
Because
Shay's better, just like Steph's
Shay's
better.
Kobe's the bridge.
Like-
Kobe's the bridge.
Just like
I don't know
everyone,
what
just
Kobe
like
is.
everyone who's
Kobe's the
peaked
Yeah,
in
everybody
recent
better
years
than
is better.
Kobe,
Yeah,
yeah.
just like everyone who's
Yeah.
peaked in recent years is better.
Yeah,
Like he gonna be the next one. Like,
Y'all ought to be ashamed of yourself, brother. But I like Darren Peterson though. I watched him get 50 against what's that boy name? AJ DeBonsa.
I'm gonna be studying
I
this
watched him
draft.
get 50.
No, he gave him.
A-
He gave
Yeah,
him
he
six.
took AJ.
AJ
gave
to
him
me,
6.
and I haven't done
Oh,
like
I know.
much,
I thought
I haven't
it was
done much scouting of next year's draft. AJ to me is the third best prospect in that draft.
Who's second?
I think Darren Peterson second.
Who's
I think
first?
Cambuza. I think
Cam
Cambuza.
Boozer.
Oh,
Yeah, Cam
oh,
Boozer.
you like Cam?
Cam Boozer. No,
Boozer.
Cam Boozer's nice.
Cam Boozer is ridiculous.
Cam Boozer's nice.
I'm excited to see what he does because he might be special.
He hasn't been getting much love over those two though. Like I haven't seen no
That's
rankings
what
where
he
they
said.
have Cam
When
Boozer
the
above.
Peterson
him.
started,
Size,
you gonna-
the athleticism,
gonna
the
be good as a
strength,
motherfucker.
mismatch attack
Mars, rewind the
potential.
clock. This kid Cam Boozer coming into the league, and his father, is he better than his father?
Ah,
If
Carlos
he's
Boozer
not
good as a
out,
motherfucker.
if he's
Hard to
not,
say
I'll
when you
be
don't play high school ball.
like,
Smart.
I want to see him in college. Carlos Boozer was tough, by the way.
Good as a
Um,
motherfucker. And
very
I
underrated.
mean,
Very
I
underrated.
mean,
But that what I'm seeing from Cam Boozer, like, it's like
What's the
to
upside
me,
with
he's
this
like
kid?
to me,
What-
he's like if Paolo was like way better. Like that's what it looks like to me.
Shit.
What?
Paulo was good as hell though.
Paulo
Mars.
way
I don't know.
better?
He not better than Paulo at this stage
Paulo
in his
is
But
career.
like he might not be. Like I'm saying I haven't done extensive analysis of Cam Boozer. Like this is from like brief looks. He looks like he maximizes his physical tools. Really good feel as a playmaker, decision maker. Gets downhill at an elite level. Now you got to factor in this is in high school.
Yeah.
How does it look against college competition? Like there's things to
He got
adjust.
the body
for.
though for college though. He got the body.
Exactly. He can shoot the ball. He doesn't waste clock. He doesn't like slow down the game. He's not a ball stopper. Like he looks
He's down
amazing.
to Mars.
He played-
I'm
played-
excited to watch.
He played different than Paolo though, as far as like got all the
He doesn't do
Mars is
the-
comparing his game more
yeah.
than he's comparing. I don't think Mars.
It's the
is comparing
physical
his
profile
game
stuff. It's the
more
physical
than he's
profile stuff.
maximizing what he has. Like,
Yeah, it's the
this is how-
it's the
this is
physical
how nice
profile that I'm
as-
comparing.
I would say this though, y'all. I think that when they matched up, I think Cam guard Paolo better than Paolo could guard Cam if you put them like at the same.
Maybe, but yeah, I want to be clear. I'm not saying Cam Boozer plays like Paolo just if
No,
Paolo
that's
is
not what
better.
he's saying.
I'm saying Cam Boozer with his
That's
physical
fine.
frame, which I compare to Paolo's, he plays the way someone with his physical frame should play.
Yeah.
And that's my
Yeah.
biggest gripe with Paolo, by the way, is the way he doesn't impose himself physically the way I think he's capable of and should. Cam Boozer doesn't have that issue to me, which is why I say Paolo, but better. Because it's like he's using his gifts the way Paolo could, but doesn't. That's the comparison I'm making. I'm not saying he plays like Paolo. I think if Cam Boozer played like Paolo, he'd be a worse prospect than he is right now.
Where's he going?
I don't think that helps him.
You're going to Duke.
What are going to do?
He made his
I'm getting them
twin
tickets,
brother.
boy. Half off student fee. Need it.
All right, y'all. We gotta get into the crunch time chats. You know, we in the crunch time of the show, so it's time to go ahead and see what the super chats gotta say for us. DSG Piccolo said, Giannis unhappy with Dame's release. Milwaukee, we have your picks if you want them. Let's get a deal done. Giannis might make us top 3 defense once we give them JG, filler, and picks. It's a good
And then
deal.
you just sign Dame. So you just bring Dame and Giannis to Portland. There you go. I don't know if it's a big deal that Giannis isn't happy about Dame being waived. Like, I don't know if that means he wants to leave the team.
Is he supposed to be happy though?
That could have been an
Yeah, like,
icebreaker.
I think that's the conclusion everyone's going to jump to. Oh, Giannis wants to leave. It's like, well, no, you don't have to be happy with everything the organization does.
Jordan wasn't
Just
happy with
to
Charles
want to
Oakley
stay.
getting traded.
So, but I would be, if I'm at the other teams around the league, I'm definitely calling. Definitely calling.
Damian Thurman became a YouTube member. Shout out to Damian Thurman. Cujo sent through a members chat and said, John D, a early crash out of the year candidate.
Yeah, didn't I expect you to come with that energy today?
Yeah, sorry
You
about
crashed
that.
out today?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was mad as
Sorry.
hell about the Lakers getting Jake LaRavia.
Chill, turn.
Oh no, I'm not gonna let them play with my blood pressure.
Nah, see, but this is the thing.
It is what
Real
it
talk.
is.
I knew I've been trying to keep calm. You know, look, my woman's not here. She's not able to help me out right now. It's just hard right now. You know.
Oh, that
and I
can
had-
go a lot of ways, John D. We gotta, you know.
Focus, Jordan.
I'm
Focus,
always
brother.
Just saying, bro.
All
Like,
right. All right,
it's
so
it's
that
a
shit
lot
can
of.
go a lot of ways, John
Yo,
D. That's-
John D is a gentleman, y'all. Come on, man.
I can't deal with it. I can't deal with the Lakers right now, and I had to let that out. I had to let that out.
John D,
John D, you know what happened for me? You know what happened for
whiskey,
me?
tequila, vodka. I got whatever you need. You want some wine coolers? I got whatever you need, brother. I'll
We
fill
know
your
you
glass
do.
up.
Yeah, we know you do.
I'll
But as
take-
you
I'll
saying,
take-
real quick,
Y'all should have saw me. Y'all should have saw me after the Lakers lost against the Timberwolves. I got drunk on the Hoop Talk podcast. 6
He
shots
did,
straight.
yeah. He did, yeah.
6 shots straight is crazy, John D.
as you were
John
saying,
D, you
John-
know what
as
happened
you
for
were
me
saying, real
yesterday,
talk.
man? The angry part was when I saw that the Rockets had signed DFS. Except
Yo,
came
that was,
when
bro.
I
It was
saw we signed Jake LaRavia. I was like, you know
because
what?
I knew what was about to happen today. I'm like, they're either
GGs,
going to bring
man.
on Jordan or
GGs.
Penn, and they're going to poke at me. They're going to poke at me.
Yeah.
I knew it was going to happen. I'm like, bro, I might call Ron and tell him I'm sick. Like,
I ain't gonna make it
really
today.
don't.
I can't.
And
I
he was
really
going to
might, but I'm
duck
like,
the
you know
show.
what? You know what? I'm just going to come up. You know, I'm going to come up, and I'm just going to, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. I just.
Yeah.
And then what really put me over was they're holding out till 2027. That killed me. That took
Bro,
me out.
Braun
took me out.
handicapped y'all ass, but as he should though. You shouldn't have never opt out of some bread
Yeah,
on your
like,
last.
I'm not mad
contract.
at him, but it's like, damn.
Hey, y'all should be mad at him
Everybody's
though. But
putting a
y'all,
bad spot.
I understand why y'all don't want to get mad at him, but y'all should be mad at him.
Wow.
You're not
Wow.
gonna stir up trouble in Laker land.
Why
Yeah,
though?
we
Jordan?
are.
Yeah,
You
we
gotta
ain't
We
got
already
enough
walking on the
time to
thin
talk about
line.
why it's
We
LeBron's
ain't-
fault.
yeah,
because
Yeah,
he
go ahead,
decided
go
to
ahead.
take
Because I know
that.
y'all gonna turn
We
y'all
ain't got
back
time.
on LeBron.
Bro,
and
this
everybody
nigga's
else.
he's a greedy ass billionaire that doesn't care about the franchise. That's why.
Ron,
Awesome.
I'm not Ron. Superchats. Go ahead, Ron. You good?
Thank you.
Yeah. Since y'all don't want to say it, I'll tell the truth.
Dame the Great sent through a members chat and said, "Random, but I see you chill putting in that OT yesterday. Also, Houston, we up.
Shout out Dame to go.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate
Chill,
it.
you was putting in OT.
Yeah, just a little
All
bit extra work. That's all.
Paulo C Media became a YouTube member. Shout out to Paulo C. No longer Gape sent through a members chat and said the Knicks need to call for Cam Whitmore.
Yeah, now that Tibbs ain't there, Cam Whitmore might get some run. I think the Knicks just got Yabusele.
Yes,
Yeah.
they did.
Yeah, they
Yes,
do.
did.
And you know what's interesting, Mar? They got Yabusele, right? And they got all this other stuff going on. Who's coaching the team? Hello?
I don't know how you get in the
Wrong
roster
statement.
wwithout a coach. I don't know.
Can you
Yeah,
explain
that's
that to
why
me,
I
Jordan?
don't know. Yeah, I
Who
don't know.
coaching the damn team?
Bro, I told you.
They
I
wanted
told you
to
they need
get Don
call-
Staley.
They need, yeah, that's crazy. But I told you they need to call. I told you they need to call Tibbs back and say, bro, we really apologize. Like we did some bullshit.
Ox,
Hell
it's okay.
nah.
Run it
No,
back.
Ox, it's okay to go back to your chick. Yo, you screwed up. It's
Bro,
okay
they
to
did-
go
No,
back.
no,
they
it's
was
not.
thinking off
No,
some
it's
info.
not. No, it is not.
They
You
don't
left
have
for
a coach.
you left for a reason. It's July 1st.
How the hell you
Y'all
get a
got-
roster with
y'all
no
got-
coach?
July, August, September.
that
Y'all got
means you
3.5
are
months.
So you gonna hire a coach who didn't want some players on the roster?
And you
That happens. It happens all the time. They sign people sign players with teams that already got a coach, and the coach don't want the player. It happens every day.
Yeah,
Coach,
but this
nigga,
is
who cares?
crazy. Like,
Oh,
you
I
have no
don't like
involvement
him.
in the
So what? Nigga, do your
offseason,
job.
in
You
the
be all right.
drafts. Hell nah. Who the hell?
As long as they hire a coach, by the end of this month, they're fine.
Please don't. Man, they're gonna hire a high school coach in a minute over there. They're gonna just get whoever.
They just had a high school coach.
Tibbs.
Yes.
All right, y'all. We
Yeah,
got to
coach
keep it
like he
pushing.
coaching high school for real.
Mo
Shit,
says salute.
Jordan and Ox, y'all should apply low key. You never know.
I couldn't handle
will
New York.
put
I
in
ain't gonna be able to handle
application.
New York.
As you
I
were
hear
saying,
one-
Ron,
I
I'm
hear
sorry, you
one-
were saying
what you
something,
talking
Ron?
about, and I'm quitting.
You were
Mo
saying something, Ron.
said salute, guys. Dub Harden FC. Rockets got a squad.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, we do.
We got a new member. He goes by the name of XTF Kevy Yash.
Welcome
Shout
to
out
the show,
to Kevy.
brother. Yeah, welcome to the show.
Also, salute to our Hall of Famers: Vale, Kingster, Cheese, Braden, Arch, Multi Kenny, Worldwide Mace Television, Jason Grillionaire, Teddy Hart, Rob Deere, Minor, and Joe Breezy. Shout out to all of y'all. Appreciate y'all for being Hall of Famers. Y'all know what y'all do. Y'all know how y'all come in. Salute to y'all. And if you're not a Hall of Famer yet, what are you waiting for? All right. Where you at, Will said Brown and Tatum should take a pay cut. They screwing up the team.
What the fuck? Take a pay cut? I ain't taking
Again,
no
I'll
pay
never
cut.
understand the pay cut conversation.
I never understand the pay cut or turning down money in my life. I don't like all that turning down money to go get a championship. Fuck no. If you paying me the big bucks, I think I can win a championship where I'm at. I don't need to
It's
go
easy for
turn
us to
down
say
bread to
take a pay
go.
cut.
No, I'm not
We ain't
turning
never
down
had-
nothing.
I ain't never had 75 million
if
in
you
my
are the
face.
type, if you are the type to take all the bread, just don't start crying when you can't win. That's all I'm saying. That's
I
all
wouldn't
I'm
cry.
saying.
That's
I'll
the thing.
I'm not talking about y'all specifically. I'm talking about people that are actually in that situation. If you are in a situation where it's either take 100 or 85 and you decide to take the 100, well, when the season goes on and you don't got no help, don't shut your ass up. Shut up. Now you got the money. You
I agree.
can't have it both ways. That's all I'm
I
saying.
agree.
I'm not saying take less money. I would never advise you to take less
Yeah,
money.
I agree.
All I would advise you to do is stand on your nuts. That's what I'd advise you to
I
do.
agree.
Hey,
'Cause
put
I
a
feel
put
like
a
if
put
a
a
team
name on
paying me
that
bread-
bullet you shoot.
No, but I feel like
Put
if
a
a
name
team
on that
paying me the
bullet.
bread, they saying that I
LeBron.
can be the guy. So I'm gonna be the guy. I don't understand that I'm gonna go somewhere else type shit.
How the hell you gonna accept the $52 million player option then talking about I'm gonna watch closely what LA is doing? Motherfucker, you already fucked us up. You already fucked us up. Move
What
on,
you
bro.
watching? Nigga, we can't do nothing.
Talking about, yeah, I'm gonna take this $52 million player option, but I want to watch closely to see what y'all do around me and Luka.
I gotta see
you
what
already
my
put
money
us in
gonna land
shackles.
me.
You already done put us in shackles. We're done. We're done. We're gonna be 44-38. We're gonna be an 8th seed. But hey, Brian got his
And all
bag
that
though.
shit now.
Brian got his bag
Game
though.
one
That's
from
from the
Luka and
optimist.
John D.
Which,
gonna
by the
say
way,
Lakers look like a championship.
which, by the way, when he says that he's going to retire, John D, you're going to make that bag that you gave him times 10.
Fine.
And
Great.
still don't got no
That's-
roster.
yeah, that's not a championship.
So
What do you mean, sir?
you paying him 10 cents for what you about to make.
Is John D paying him?
No, the Lakers organization.
So what does John D want? A championship or LeBron to get or the Lakers evaluation to go up?
Well, John
What does he
D
care
wasn't- John D wasn't the one who pushed that contract to the front of the table. So that's not that.
John
so
D wants the Lakers to win. He don't care about if the Lakers are gonna be worth more once LeBron retires because the money. He don't care. Ain't got nothing to do with him. As far as I know, John D ain't no billionaire. He ain't buying the Lakers.
Wait, chill. When
Go
you
ahead,
say
Ron,
you
I'm
get it back, when you say get it back, you mean like in a farewell tour type situation?
Yes,
Or-
that's where the dough coming
But
back.
what if Bron? See,
Damn,
that's
sure don't care
another
about that.
thing.
He could do his farewell tour in Charlotte.
Yeah.
The
Lakers ain't missing out on that. Hell no. The Lakers ain't missing out on that. Hell no.
I want the pieces. I want the 3-and-D. I want the rim protection. I want the rebounding. That's what I want.
So
don't be sitting here. Don't go pillow talking to Shams talking about me and my guys. We're gonna watch what the Lakers are doing. We're gonna watch what the Lakers are doing, but I'm paid.
That was
crazy. Don't do
I'm
that
not
shit.
gonna lie. That was crazy.
Take the money
All
and
right,
shut your
y'all.
ass up.
Bryce Lawson sent through a members chat and said Ayton gonna be a Bull. DeAndre Ayton to Chicago.
If LeBron does see this video, the words of John D. Laker fandom is the words of John D. I like LeBron. I
like LeBron too. I make Laker fans
Don't burn
first.
any potential bridges. Don't burn any potential bridges.
Don't let him tell it.
Jason Grillionaire, a Hall of Famer, sent through a members chat. He said, "What if the Rockets get Dame, Sabonis, or Al Horford? Who would be a better fit?" Sabonis.
I don't care about fit. Dame is so much better than those guys. I don't care.
Damn, they said
where?
Dame is elated to be waived. Like he happy about it. He said he
I
already
don't
getting
think-
called.
I don't think he wanted to be in
said
Milwaukee.
he
You
already
guys
getting
forget,
called.
Dame didn't want to go to Milwaukee
Yeah,
in the
I don't
first
think he
place.
wanted to be there. I don't.
Yeah,
I
Dame
don't think he wanted to
Dame
be
didn't choose to go to Milwaukee.
there.
He said he can't wait. He said, you know, he said he got contenders already calling him. I can see Dame going back with that 0 on his jersey to you know where. Pulling up to
I actually don't know where. I actually don't
like
know
that.
where.
I don't know where. There's 30 options.
Old
you said
Oakland.
that. He's
Old
only played-
Oakland. Come
Oh,
on,
okay,
San
okay.
Francisco.
Well, teaming up with Steph?
Yes.
Oh shit.
You got options.
Oh my ass.
They would replace Luka and Austin as the worst defensive backcourt in the league. But I mean, sure.
Boy, you
36.
talking about
I
the
don't
Splash
think-
Brothers?
Yeah,
Splash
moving on.
Yeah.
That's some shit. That's some shit.
Splash
You
Brothers
said that a bit too
1.5.
confidently, real talk. I don't know, man.
I can't take the
30,
Lakers talk
30,
right
30,
now.
36-year-old Dame when he comes back, and 38-year-old Steph Curry.
And the best
Nah,
shooters,
maybe.
and two of the best shooters we ever seen.
And can't guard. And oh, no, I'm not doing that. Nope.
Steph can guard his position.
That would be interesting, though. I would like to just see how
With
that
Jimmy,
looks.
with
I'm
Jimmy,
not gonna lie.
with
Jimmy,
Jimmy.
36-year-old Jimmy,
Draymond.
37-year-old
They
Jimmy.
are going to be
They're gonna have all seven of us off the
home over
bench.
there. Oh my god.
36-year-old Draymond,
That's
37-year-old
cool.
Jimmy,
The only young team,
36-year-old
the only
Dame,
young team
38-year-old
that's winning is
Steph.
the
Niggas is
Thunder.
gonna have
We're not
niggas
gonna
gonna
act
have
like-
walkers
We're not
and
gonna act
shit.
like this the young man's league. The only young team
They're
on is
gonna have a goddamn.
It may
icy hot
or may not be a
match on
young
the
man's
jersey.
league. Yeah, sure. But your
That's
whole
gonna be the new biggest
core
sponsor of the
4
damn
being
thing.
36.
Nah, Ben
It's
Gay,
crazy.
not Icy Hot.
That's
Ben
cool. We
Gay.
only know, hey, like y'all said, the money keep going up. We only need them for 2 years. We just want to take a book out of the Cowboys and the Lakers playbook. We selling hope for the next 2 years. I don't give a shit about winning. I want to sell you.
See,
hope.
this kind of
Real
shit
talk,
right here,
real
Ron.
talk, bro.
I thought you
This
didn't
kind
like
of shit
the
right
Warriors.
here.
Real talk.
This the kind of
Real
shit
talk.
right here I'm talking about.
We
Real
selling
talk,
hope,
this all
Phil.
off
That's
season.
all we do.
This
We
all
selling
off
hope.
season. This all
Well,
off
all
season. Real talk.
All right, y'all.
It really
Jalen
is gonna be
King
off season.
sent through a members chat and said, I'm not gonna lie. We need to do a Yapper of the Year revote.
Jordan Esther. Yeah, Jordan Esther. He up there.
Hey,
Him,
is
Penn,
that
and Swiper,
Jalen
they the
King
top
with
three.
the fade? Nah, that ain't him. He must change. his
That's when Andre Johnson beat the hell out of.
Hey, not too much. Not too much. Real talk. Not too much. We don't do that. We don't do that over here. Not on them Titans. We don't do that.
Well, you
I'm
a
excited
Titan
about
fan.
both teams. I got the
Yeah,
Rockets
yeah, he
and
don't
the
really-
Titans
he
to
don't-
look forward to.
You're not a
Shit, y'all ain't
Texan
seen
fan. You a
What's his
Titan.
name? What was his name? Dorian.
Damn right, I'm a Titans fan.
What was his
Oh,
name? Dorian
brother.
Finnegan.
Cortland Finnegan.
Cortland Finnegan. That was his name.
It's all good. Cortland Finnegan
and
was
yo,
an
what
all.
Had a helmet off.
That was all
Hurt.
over Sports Center back in the day. You could
Cortland
get that
Finnegan
off
was like that
SportsCenter.
back in the day. Y'all gonna stop playing.
Johnson had to put them hands on his ass.
Oh,
Hey, bad.
All right, y'all. Eight Gates Lee said, thoughts on our backup big, Brooke Lopez.
I like it. I do. I like him in with the Clippers. Yes, I think he's going to help them, no doubt. Now we
I
can't.
agree.
Now we don't put him in spaces like they had him in Milwaukee. I think he's in a definite. I definitely think he's in a better space playing with the Clippers. More screen navigators. He doesn't have to worry about getting switched on the ones and stuff like that. I think he can do his job more effectively playing with the Clippers, being a better rim protector as opposed to what he was in Milwaukee.
Their biggest issue was the backup 5 spot,
Mhm.
and they addressed it. So, good man.
Smooth Tube said, if I'm AD, I'm mad as hell. D'Lo back on my team. Hopefully OKC doesn't do what every other champion has did this decade and not get better, because this West is probably
What else?
crazy.
What else does OKC need to do? I mean, they got kids. Run it back.
Shooting.
Yeah. Okay. So Case and Wallace, be a better shooter. What's the problem? Like, get better,
Yeah.
Yeah, get better by improving your roster. Yeah, I agree.
or get better by improving your game. How about that? You dudes
Yeah,
do this
but-
all the time to me, man. You want to replace these guys instead of making these guys get better.
No,
Make these guys get better.
it's not about replacing those guys. It's about improving the roster. That's what it's about.
Okay. So let
I'm
me ask you a
not
question,
saying
Mark,
Trey
real
K. I'm
quick, Devon.
saying there's a rookie that hasn't played for you. I'd be perfectly fine getting off of him for a piece who helps you win. I'm perfectly
Really,
fine.
Mars? Really?
Giving up the kid,
Would
Mars?
you like to hand the kid over now, Mars?
Not for the price you was asking for.
That
No.
attitude changed
Not for the
quick as
price.
hell.
Not for the
boy.
price you was asking for. No. Now all of a sudden he don't care about internal development. Now all of a sudden he want to trade the guy. But like, no, it's not about.
The
it's
reason
not-
why I want to trade him is because I want him on my crew to develop him. I don't give a
You
fuck
don't
about
even know what your
crew.
crew is. You've been saying it for every team in the league.
I said Brooklyn.
Who's your crew?
I said Brooklyn.
You said it for Miami. You said it for
I
Brooklyn.
said
Like
for
you, every
Brooklyn.
team that you
I
brought it
said
up,
for
you said it.
And then I said it for Brooklyn. And then I said Miami. I don't know. We got to.
Well, Miami just drafted a point guard and Brooklyn just drafted 17. So,
Yeah.
like, neither of those teams look like they're looking for Nikola Topic. But point is, like,
Brooklyn got
internal
7
development.
point guards in the
Internal development is cool and it's good. That doesn't mean that you stop pursuing improvements outside of your team
Sure.
because you want to improve internally. Yeah, we want Kaysen to get better. Yeah, we want J-Dub to get better. We want Chet to get better. Shay, go ahead and get better. Like, that'd be great. That doesn't mean that we stop exploring our options elsewhere. Like, there's a reason they just traded Dylan Jones. They wanted to free up a roster spot. Like, they are aware that you need to improve. Like, you can't just win and then sit back and relax and be like, oh, we won. Yeah, we're going to win again. No, you have to keep getting better. And I think OKC's going to do that. So we'll see.
To your point though, Chill. Yeah, I think the other guys, Lou Dort, Case and Wallace, even out of Screws, all of them, they need to be in the gym trying to improve their 3-point shooting ability.
For sure. Well, Caruso shot like 40% from in the playoffs.
Yeah,
so,
we could
you know.
maybe 45 next time.
Yeah, we hold Caruso to the highest standards. I get it because he won it once. Yeah.
No doubt.
War V Room said trading AD like a thief in the night and thinking LeBron is going to opt out and give you a chance to take his no trade clause got to be redacted.
Oh, Bron has a no trade clause?
Of course.
Yeah.
Him and Bradley Beal the only ones?
It just came. Well, he just did that. But before when he signed that, the first deal that he didn't have a no trade clause. When that deal
He
was
seen
signed,
Bradley Beal. He was like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I need
The
some.
black trucks would have pulled up and had
and just so you know, John D, when Luka signs, 100% there's gonna be a no trade clause because you ain't calling
You
me.
think
at
the league?
11th
You think the league's gonna? You think
you ain't
people
calling
are
me
giving
at
out no trade clauses anymore?
Mars, you're not calling me
After
at
this Bradley
11:30
Beal
at night.
fiasco, I don't know if any owner or
And
GM is
after that
giving out
Luka
no trade
fiasco,
clauses.
when you called me at 11:30 at night and found out that I got traded,
He gonna demand one. Don't mean he getting one.
I think he is.
He could. Luka could potentially get one.
Yeah.
Players of that
And if the,
caliber.
and if the
get
Lakers
one.
don't do it, somebody else will.
As soon as that boy get a no
No.
trade clause, he gonna be drinking beer, smoking
Yeah,
hookah,
I don't know if any organization's giving out no trade
eating
clauses anymore.
sweets.
I didn't say any.
No, but we'll see.
He gonna order a big old tray of baklava, just be sitting around here eating sweets all night.
I might order me a big tray of
Fucking
baklava.
brutal, I swear, boy.
Hey, that baklava got some good side benefits.
Damn.
John D, how many shots deep in are you right now from MP13?
Actually none today. I know you guys saw me.
All
All right,
Later,
yeah.
fellas. I'll see y'all tomorrow.
I don't know if that was about 2 months ago, but yeah, it got really ugly after we went down 3-1 to the Timberwolves. Yeah, I didn't decide to have that energy today. It was early in the morning. Got things to do after this, so we're just gonna keep it cool, calm, and collected.
You'll be all right. Y'all get DeAndre Ayton tomorrow, and then things will feel a little better.
DeAndre Ayton don't go to the Lakers. I don't want to see what Lakers fans are
Al
gonna do.
Horford, then y'all get Al Horford.
He's not coming to LA.
Never thought I'd be a Laker fan.
Oh, man. MP13 said, come on, OG. They are a playing team even with Ayton. Unless they are scoring 115 points, they are getting blitzed by the third quarter of every game.
What team is he talking about?
Gotta be talking about the Lakers.
Look, bro, this
I still feel like
year,
there's some trades we
future's
can
not
make.
right.
Is
okay?
MP13 still in the chat? Maybe he can say what team he's talking about. 'Cause that
Maybe
doesn't
we
sound
was
like
talking
the
about
Lakers.
Milwaukee. Could have been Milwaukee. This is before Miles Turner. This is at the beginning of the show.
I don't know.
Oh,
The
okay.
future's
Yeah, I
not
don't- yeah,
bright
I don't
here in Tinseltown, man.
It was probably Milwaukee because those are the only two teams we talked
Okay.
about with Ayton was the Lakers and Milwaukee.
I think DeAndre Ayton gonna look good next year. Wherever he's.
I
He
think
playing
he
for a
is.
contract, didn't he?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I also think he has a valuable skill set. He also has just like disgusting flaws. But you put him in a situation where his skill set can be maximized, he's gonna look. He was talking about the Lakers. Yeah, I think he can be all right.
Shout out Ernie Rodriguez, re-end up your membership. Appreciate you becoming a member. If you're not a member yet, you already know what to do. Also, turn on your notification bells if they're not on, so you can know every time we go live when we do breaking news, chill with chill, all of that other good stuff. Oh, and by the way, speaking of which, it's back, y'all. It is back. And this is why you need to turn on your notification bells, because we got some real football players coming to talk real NFL talk, college football as well, coming soon. Might be as soon as this month. So y'all stay tuned for more information on the way with PC football.
J-Rod back in the
Swiper on the show.
building.
You might as well put me on the show.
Hey man, I need to be a part of that. I need to be a part of that football. I got to get my Titans take off somewhere. I got to get my shit off. I need somewhere to dump my Titans take.
Everybody want to hear about Cam Ward and them.
Yeah, I
Everybody
need
wanna
Let
to
the
drop that
Steelers
shit
trade
off.
TJ Watt. Oh,
You guys are saying names I've never heard of.
if TJ
Oh,
Watt get
really?
traded,
To the Titans. I heard to the Titans. So
oh,
I heard to the Seahawks.
you ain't hear that shit, bro. Nobody want no Seattle dogs.
MTHJ, hey, he gonna get a ton of them. Hey, when he arrives, it's gonna be somebody on the grill with Seattle dogs in his backyard. Here, take this.
It's gonna be Jalen Duran cooking the motherfuckers for him. Hey, bro, I got a Seattle dog for you.
MTHJ 301 said Şengün to Indiana, Ayton to the Warriors, Paul to the Suns, Bates, Bassey, Bobo, and Precious Achua to the Lakers. LOL.
So what the hell do we get for that then?
Yeah.
Nimhard? I don't know shit.
He didn't say nobody there.
Nemhard?
Yeah, I take Nimhard for Shangoon. Shit, give me that and give me and give me Jerace Walker too. Give me Jerace. Y'all don't need him. We'll take him. Yeah, we'll take him. He come back to Houston.
Antoine Elhost.
Nobody else, man.
Antoine Elhost Ron said the Lakers are so cooked. It's hilarious. But who do y'all think has the best chances in the East to make that leap in the next 2 years? Wizards?
The Wizards pulling the page out of Detroit book. They're trying to get as many vets as possible to help out they rookies. So look for Washington
3-point guard next year. So
yeah, they will. But Charlotte doing some bullshit. What the fuck they gonna trade for Pat Connaughton for? And sign
for EuroLeague MVP. Vasily Micic.
Yeah,
wait,
but
Charlotte got Pat Connaughton?
Yeah, but why the hell did Charlotte get Pat Connaughton?
When we gonna talk about what Charlotte's been doing?
Yeah,
we gonna talk about Memphis.
They got Plumlee and Pat Connaughton. What the fuck we supposed to do with that?
Plumlee, Conker Kalkbrenner, Liam McNeely, Pat Connaughton. Are we serious?
That's too much rent.
LaMelo Ball.
Sometimes
half of LaMelo.
Sometimes chicken wings don't need too much ranch. Sometimes you gotta.
That's a fact. No, that's a fact.
You put too much ranch on chicken wings, you destroy the meal.
It ain't only that. I'm telling y'all, sometimes y'all got to chill out with all the extra seasonings. You know what I'm saying?
Charlotte think they slick. I'm noticing. Okay.
Keep going, Charlotte.
When I seen Pat Connaughton,
I see what y'all doing, Charlotte. Keep going.
Hell nah.
Jonathan Frazier said, y'all are really going to sit here and tell John D that we need to be okay because we got Luka? NBA teams have 15 players, not one. What are we doing?
I know you guys were pretty happy when you got
Lakers
Luka.
fans think.
Right, and that was just one player.
Yeah, when you guys got Luka, it was third parties. It was celebration.
Yeah.
This team is amazing.
Real quick.
real quick.
I do want to address that real fast because I am on record saying even though we got Luka, the roster wasn't complete. I said that.
Yeah, when you was hating. Yeah, you was hating.
Yeah, because I was hating because I wasn't a real Laker fan for saying the team wasn't complete.
Exactly.
Facts. And then what happens is everybody tries to act like they wouldn't be happy if they got a top 5 player in the league just out of nowhere. Everybody's like, oh, I actually wouldn't have been happy. I wouldn't have been excited. I wouldn't have been happy. I wouldn't have been smiling.
The Lakers got a top 5 player in the league. When did that happen?
Where?
On February 1st.
Oh, when they got Brown.
John D. Hey, don't even.
The last time y'all got the top 5 players when y'all got Brown, right?
Hey,
Was AD top 5?
Absolutely.
At the time?
Absolutely.
He was.
When I said the Lakers was gonna lose,
when we got Luka
Brown,
Doncic is when we got the top 5 player.
And they got their ass toe up in the first round. That's what I said.
That's news to me. Yeah, I didn't know about that. I didn't know. Okay.
Yeah.
Shout out to Luka.
Once again, we have a channel where you're not trolling, so we can pull that footage up.
Go subscribe. I'm also supposed to YouTube.
The Baller Shot Caller 1999 said, I don't hate Jabari Smith. I just think his game is good, but he does remind me of Z from Ants. Anybody else?
What the fuck is that?
Fairs.
Who the fuck is Z?
You don't know Z?
Y'all never seen the movie?
Ants?
I don't. Yeah, you haven't seen Ants?
I think I have seen the movie.
I don't know. If it's a cartoon
about the ants, right?
Hey,
Bugs Life. Bugs
Good
Life.
one, Real Talk. Nice, yeah.
Hey, Ox, that was the 90s. They wouldn't get it. They had to be
Cars is the movie about cars. Yeah.
Y'all some youngsters.
Shout out
right now.
Z, right now, and Bugs
right now,
Life
all I
clear.
watch is Miss
Bugs Life
Rachel,
definitely
Word
clears.
Party, and sports. That's the only thing I watch. Miss Rachel, Word Party, and sports.
Shout out Miss Rachel.
No Octonauts? Little Einsteins?
We don't do that. We
Mickey
just
Mouse
watch
Clubhouse?
No,
Little
only educational.
Einsteins. Little Einsteins is very educational. It's called Little Einsteins. Nigga.
I don't know. Once I see too much cartoon and shit, I ain't into it.
Yeah.
So
little Einsteins and Octonauts, those is good. Those are good ones for the youngsters.
Octonauts get some.
We've been spamming Miss Rachel 13 times a day. Just about. We go through all the seasons in one day, 4-5 times.
I'll just stop watching Miss Rachel.
Yeah,
I do have an announcement.
What's up?
I just crossed 1,000 subscribers on my YouTube page, man.
That's what's
Shout
up.
out Real Talk.
Congratulations, man. Congratulations.
You got your watch hours and everything.
Yeah.
Hell
Okay.
yeah.
I don't got my watch
Get
hours.
that
I got
money,
like
man. Get that money.
4,000.
Now
I
Real
ain't got
Talk,
watch
Real
hours.
Talk gonna start pumping out content. The money grab gonna be real. Okay. We see.
You better
They still have
believe
money.
it.
Start changing up
I
them
was money
titles.
hungry. Real talk. You gotta
Oh,
teach me.
you
Real
better
talk tomorrow. You
believe
gotta
it.
teach me how to get that. How to
Yo,
get
right quick though, real talk. What's your channel?
My channel is
He doesn't know the name of his
at
channel.
Oh,
Real
damn.
Talk EJLT, man.
One more time.
Real Talk EJLT. You know what I'm saying?
It's 3,000 people in here right now. 1,000 of you on Twitter. 2,000 people on YouTube. Take your asses over there and follow Real Talk right now.
Appreciate
All on
that.
I don't know how to
Yeah,
get
all
my
on
watch
sub.
hours
Yeah,
up.
just if you guys really want, just unsub. Take away his monetization real quick.
See,
Yo,
he
that's
is
crazy.
hating.
That's
He is
crazy.
hating.
I
No,
got
but
five-
I seen Real Talk. I seen Real Talk was growing. I had to wait till Real Talk was big time before I invited him for the Hoot Talk pod.
Wow.
So I reached out to him yesterday. He knows I reached out to him yesterday. I was watching the subscribers like, yeah, now's the right time. He's not gonna tank my numbers. So
Tank
Real
your
Talk,
numbers
we
is
might,
crazy.
yeah, we might see Real Talk around soon. So shout out to Real Talk, man. 1,000 subs, congratulations.
Appreciate that, man.
Key sent through a super chat and said, "Yo, John, let me know what's up with Noah Pineda. Noah Pineda. What kind of player is he? He one name I never hear you guys talk about.
Amazing defender.
Yeah, I think Noah
Sorry.
Pinda's a
Where's he
fantastic
from?
defender. He plays overseas. I'm forgetting where exactly, but I know he played overseas. He's very good in transition. I think he's raw as a ball handler and shooter, but as a point of attack defender, off ball defender, somebody that clog passing lanes. I think he's really good at that. I think he's really good, really fast on his feet. I think this is somebody that fits in what Orlando is trying to do on the defensive side. Offensively, he's still going to be a work in progress, but defensively, I think he has a very high floor. So Noah Pinda's a good grab, in my opinion.
He
That
played for
second round pick is very
Le
valuable.
Mans in France. Le Mans.
Hey, shout out to Nigel Hayes, brother. That's a hell of. He's gonna be. A
Oh
hell
yeah,
of a
signing
player.
with the Suns.
Which team got him? Phoenix?
Phoenix.
Yeah,
He's gonna be a
Suns, yeah.
hell of a player, brother. Bro, he been good for a long time, bro. Long time. He works hard as shit. He's one of them players that succeeded at every level. You just got to give him time. Like when he first got to the EuroLeague, it was ups and downs, and he ended up being EuroLeague MVP. Oh, not EuroLeague MVP, but the championship MVP. And then, even in college, being at Indiana, you kind of see him climb up through the ranks. He's just one of them players that just don't quit. They keep working hard. Phoenix got a good one, bro. He's gonna be a good player alongside Devin Booker.
Nah, definitely salute to him. Definitely salute.
Oh, and I say Indiana, Wisconsin. I mean the same color, same shit, whatever.
Back to basics. Said, what's next for Dame? Where would y'all like to see Dame go?
Well, rehab is next.
The Rockets is cool.
I like Miami. Nobody said Miami.
I'll
yet.
take him
I
and
like
KD for the
Miami.
next 2-3 years.
That's where you wanted to be anyways, too. So
You think a team's
Miami?
gonna give Dame money, like real money, or they gonna
Yeah.
have to see him play off the Achilles?
No, they're gonna give him real money. They're gonna give real money, especially a team that's on the cusp that needs some noise. They're gonna give him real money.
Okay.
I told you, you gotta sell hope for the next couple years. You can't just championship a buzz. It's selling hope. We gotta, lock in. In Orlando might pay him shit.
that wouldn't be a bad move.
Why not?
Realist 123 said, I agree with JD. We are failing Luka and Bron. If KD stays healthy, Houston are winning the chip. They have 3 bigs, POAs, and shooting. Also, MTG episode was fire.
Mind the game. I haven't watched that yet.
I watched it. It was amazing, by the way.
I think I'm gonna watch it because I haven't been a big fan of this season of Mind the Game, but KD there now, so maybe we'll see.
Mars said they've been yapping too much.
I think shooting is a big question for Houston. Big question. And then obviously health. Those are my biggest concerns. And then Şengün's fit. I think this is the best team KD's been on since the 21 Nets.
I think this team's better
the
than
most
22
complete
23.
team. Yeah, and the most complete team since he was on the Warriors.
Mm-hmm.
I think. So this is his best chance, in my opinion. We'll see, but this is his best chance. I know Ron preparing his new. He still couldn't win. So we'll see.
Javari Kelly became a YouTube member. Shout out Javari. The Baller Shot Caller 1999 said, do y'all think all this CBA stuff is going to expose the good front offices and the bad ones?
No, because I think
a lot of what you're seeing from teams that are having to sell is because they signed people to contracts before the CBA happened. And it's like, are you a bad GM or whatever because you signed someone to an extension before you knew that those extensions would cripple your franchise? I don't know. But now going forward, I think teams are going to have to be more cautious. But I've been said that I think the group of players that are going to suffer the most are the fringe all NBA caliber guys. The guys who would normally command max contracts that probably just won't anymore. That's the guys who are going to suffer. And we'll see what teams do around those guys.
Whoopity Scoopity said, as a Thunder fan, give me Herb Jones. If miracles are real, give us Trey Murphy.
Man, see, some people just greedy.
For
You got
real.
the best
Greedy
defense.
as
You got the
hell.
best defense of my lifetime. Talking about, yeah, give me Herb Jones. Shut up.
No Cap Print said, WTF is Golden State doing?
Have they done anything?
Ah,
Oh, they let
They
Kevon
lost
Looney go
Kevon
to New
Looney. Yeah, they
Orleans.
lost Kevon Looney.
I don't know.
You-
what they're doing.
You Running 5.7 said, Giannis upset with Dame's release. Here we go. Spurs, Knicks saving their moves for this moment. Houston could even still grab him.
Just being upset doesn't mean you want to leave the team. Like,
He
but if
wanna
I'm
leave.
Houston, hell, man, Şengün, Cam Whitmore.
Reed?
Nah, we keeping Reed. We keeping Reed.
Yeah.
For Giannis?
Jock Landale.
Yeah,
Jock Landale.
I'll give you Jock.
And Jay Sean Tate. Tate too.
So y'all mean to tell
Jay
me,
Sean Tate, Jack McVay.
y'all mean to
forgot
tell
about
me
Jack
they
McVay.
call you up, they say Reed, Cam, Şengün, 2 picks. You for
Nah, we
Giannis.
keeping Reed, but I give you the 2 picks.
I'll give you another pick. I'll give you a third pick.
That is the package they're offering you. You guys are saying
and
no.
then it's called negotiations.
counter.
I'll give
we counter.
I'll give you Şengün, Cam, and 3 picks.
You're not getting Reed.
Yeah,
We're
I'm
not coming
keeping
off the
Reed Shepard.
kid. We need a little ranch. We're not coming off the
keeping
kid.
him.
Low
keeping
range,
Reed
that's
Shepard.
heat.
Reed Shepard, my Fred VanVleet replacement. Like, we locked in.
Hey, I gotta go. I'm gonna catch y'all later on. See y'all.
Merry
All right,
Christmas.
Jordan.
Merry Christmas.
See ya.
Bob said, with the Rockets trading Cam, with Jock Landale's contract, that backcourt,
What backcourt?
what backcourt players should we target? Also, Dubron as always.
I
Appreciate
wanted
you,
the
Bob.
Rockets to go after Lonzo, and seeing how cheap the price was, feel like they should have gone after Lonzo. But now what backcourt, guys? I mean, are we sure Portland's keeping Drew?
They're not. Well, I can't say that they're not, but I know Drew doesn't want to be there from reports.
I'd
Make
be
the
open to it.
calls.
I know he's making a lot, so maybe you have to get Portland to buy someone else out. I don't know, but like, I would look at Drew.
Drew would be a hell of a pickup. MP13 said that third Kevin Wayne Finals MVP gonna hit like crack.
Okay, so let's.
I hope so.
hypothetical. If Kevin Durant, because I know how these conversations work, so if Kevin Durant does win in Houston and does win the Finals MVP, do we then, for the second time, revisit the Golden State years and say once again he was the best player in the Warriors, and is he now above Steph full time again?
I don't necessarily know if we revisit whether he was better, because I don't think that necessarily matters as much. He was on that team, he contributed. It's more so this one standalone ring, doing it with this group. You got to revisit that conversation, Mars, with him and Steph, and how far he potentially moves up. Got to.
That's fine.
I'm not gonna lie. I think the fact that people do this conversation with Steph and KD is because their subconscious knows that they think Kevin Durant is better anyway. They just need reasons to try to justify saying Steph is. I think when we were living during that time, I'm like, people were saying Kevin Durant was the best player.
Yeah, that's what annoys me, because I'm being gaslit by people acting like it wasn't the consensus that KD was the better player. Because I remember, because I was in the minority arguing that Steph was better. That was me. I remember that I was arguing against the consensus. But now all of a sudden, everyone just seemed to be on my side. Where were you guys when I was arguing by myself? I didn't see you. It was quiet. But I do think it's gonna. because this is my timeline of how things seem to happen. While it was happening, the consensus was KD was better than Steph on the Warriors. Then the Warriors won in 22, and somehow the consensus of what happened in 2017 and 18 was Steph was the better player back then. And if KD wins again next year, I feel like the consensus will flip back again. Like, oh yeah, KD was better on the Warriors, and blah blah blah. And then they're gonna start putting KD above Steph full time again. Now, anyone who knows me knows I don't care about all of this stuff. I'm just curious about how the conversation is gonna change. And when the conversation does change, well, obviously assuming they win, I will be the one calling out the hypocrisy of said conversation. That does not mean I'm a Kevin Durant hater. I'm giving you guys the warning. That does not mean I'm going to be hating on Kevin Durant, but I'm going to be pointing out the switch up that has seemed to have occurred when people were like, oh, yeah, I always thought KD was better than Steph. So where were you guys for the last 3 years? Like, I'm going to be calling out the same thing. So
Shout out to KD for joining Steph's bandwagon. And Amin Thompson's bandwagon. Simon718 said, report just came in that Giannis is furious with the Bucks over waiving Lillard. We'll just have to see what happens. We got Miles Turner, so at least he got somebody that could play this year.
So when we going to talk about Giannis recruiting a guy from the team that beat him?
Oh, brother.
Page out of Draymond's book?
Yeah, Miles Turner won hooping? Yeah, nursing.
You gotta do what you gotta do, Mars.
Nursing.
It's Hack Ira said Luka leaving that 2029 first pick looks great for Dallas.
Well, I hope that later on today, when you are jogging down the stairs, that you trip and fall.
Yo,
that's what I hope for you.
Whoa. Okay, we're gonna move on smoothly to Jonathan Fraser's super chat. He said, "What about Caden Boozer? He a dog too. Not gonna lie.
Caden's nice. He's not as good as his brother. He's a good player.
He'll still probably be like a mid first round pick in the 20s, probably next year.
Yeah,
I can see that happening for him.
I'm about to start like diving deep into the draft.
Yeah, I mean, if he's better than Jace Richardson, he's better than him. So if Jace can do it, my dad's played in the NBA. I'm going to Duke. I'm already a top 20, 30, 40 recruit.
How tall is Caden? Like 6'4"?
6'4". He's 6'4", yeah. Pretty athletic. He really is a dog though. But defends, gets downhill.
Caden and Cameron.
Yeah. I didn't really see too much from Isaiah last year. I do think he's good, but hopefully, with this expanded role this year, he could really, produce
100%.
what he's supposed to.
Proto just extended with the Raptors, 4 years, $104 million.
Shout out Poto.
Jacopo making 26 a year.
That's good money.
He's making Miles Turner money.
Yeah. I'm talking about every notification about a center I get, it just
you want a Jacopo?
Don't even worry, man. Tomorrow is gonna be your big day.
Whatever's better than Jackson.
It's gonna be on the thumbnail.
You guys don't believe in small ball? You don't think you could just run Rui at the 5'14"?
No,
that's a fact.
No,
Vanderbilt.
Hey, real talk. We get in trouble, bro. This is gonna be all.
Y'all don't even worry about it. It's gonna be just Aiden by himself on the thumbnail. Should we put the Hollywood sign back there?
It's gonna be a long.
I'll text y'all when we're done with this show. We'll figure out
the thumbnail. If Aiden actually doesn't sign with the Lakers, I may not watch this.
I'm not coming up here. Like I promise you, you won't see me for a week.
That'll be crazy. That'll be dead crazy, bro.
Where you at? Will said, Wave and Dame, WTF?
Yeah, that
would make sense. It makes sense.
Jonathan Frazier said, so is Dame not getting any of the $113 million anymore?
No. He's getting it paid over 5 years, I think, is what I said. Like, I don't see how this is a problem. Like, Dame's still getting paid. Dame gets to leave a team he never wanted to actually be on in the first place.
The Bucks.
I don't see the problem
this year and keep Giannis.
Yeah, I really I don't see the problem.
It's really a win-win for both sides.
Unless, if Dame didn't get paid, then I'll be like, okay, well, that's insane. But he's getting paid. I don't see the problem.
Where you go?
Mind your business, nigga. Damn.
No doubt, no doubt.
Shit, it's summer break. I got kids all running through this house. Man.
My bad, my bad. Wesley Allen said, "Don't doubt the Celtics."
Dame to Boston, the Achilles twins.
Yo, all right. You know what, y'all? We about to get up out of here. It's been a long ass day. LJM said, "How y'all feel about Thomas Sorber?"
I love Thomas Sorber. He's not playing in summer league though. That's kind of disappointing.
He's not.
I know he's been dealing with a foot injury, but I did want to see him. Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
I did want to see him though. But we're gonna see top pitch, so that's gonna be fun. But yeah, I like Thomas Sorber. I don't know if he's gonna play next year, but I like Thomas Sorber.
Rod said, "Real talk. Get ready to learn Big Vooch."
Yeah, if you guys get Vucevic, that's a center.
Hey, hold on, no, real talk. I don't know why. What's y'all problem with Vooch? I don't understand. I like Vooch.
At the end of the day,
be the
he's
worst
better than
defense
Hayes.
in the
I'm not
Wait,
gonna say I like Vooch. I'm
a
not gonna say I like
defensive
Vooch.
Rui, 41-year-old LeBron,
Yes.
Luka, Austin Reeves, and Nikola Vucevic.
Bruh, worst defense in the league by far.
I spoke a little fast right there, real talk. I'm not gonna say I like Vooch, but I don't think Vooch is as bad as it make like people make.
He's a
He's
really
not a
good
bad
offensive big. He's a
offensive player.
really-
Yeah,
he's a
he's
really
a
good
good
offensive
offensive
Just
player.
fine.
It's
but-
just that our defense would be just ass-tastic, bro. Like, it'll be bad, bro.
Now you got a Adu Theorem
He ain't ready.
and Vander.
That's
Bronny,
sad.
He
Bronny,
better be starting next year. He better be starting. Dude better be starting. Watch.
Leaf Diggy said, "Sean Mark's small deals is working. No overkill."
What else have the Nets done?
They got MPJ, drafted 5 first-round picks.
We only spoke about it from Denver. We like MPJ in Brooklyn.
No,
Him and
I
Cam
mean,
gonna be getting them motherfuckers.
it don't
up.
really matter.
That's
Got
what I'm
somebody
saying.
else
They
that'll
got-
shoot.
Yeah, they got a bunch of passes. Cam and MPJ gonna launch.
Yeah, I mean,
I actually, you know what? Because I was up for that segment too, and I was kind of with like Jordan. I don't think Cam Johnson's better than MPJ. And I don't know if that
Is
matters. Like,
MPJ
the
17
fit
million better than Cam Johnson?
I don't think so.
thing. Well, okay. When you talk about the money, and if that allows Denver more wiggle room, allows them to do more, then yeah, okay. I definitely see it that way. But specifically though, just player for player, I don't think Cam Johnson's better than MPJ, and I'm not saying he's worse. I just don't really see it as like a super upgrade as far as player goes.
I agree. I don't think it's a super upgrade in terms of players. I think Cam Johnson's better personally, but not to the point where it's like, oh yeah, they're just way better. I think the big difference is the financial flexibility it's allowed them, which is why I say there's a difference between value and who's a better player.
No doubt.
Cam Johnson is just way more valuable. He's making like 21 million. MPJ is making 36. So even if they are the same level of player, even if MPJ is slightly better, the gap in terms of what that does for your cap space and all of that stuff makes Cam Johnson just way more valuable, even though he's not as good.
Now, if they had Cam Johnson in the playoffs instead of a hurt MPJ, I think we're looking at a different.
They would have had a better chance of being OKC for sure.
Yeah, much.
I'm actually hoping that they do go ahead and get Al Horford so I can hold Swiper's feet to the fire about that dumbass statement he made.
What did he say?
I'm hoping.
Huh? He said they get Al Horford, they the best player in the league, so championship or bust, buddy.
Best team in the league.
Yeah.
You see Swiper say he wants Luka Garza he wanted Luka Garza. You see Swiper say he wanted Luka Garza.
Swiper thirsty. He won everything.
He has
Shout
been
to Luka Garza. Luka
everybody.
Garza went to Boston, right? He went to Boston.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Shout out to Celtics.
Watch Luka Garza, man. 42 per 36.
Below 44 said the Pacers have their full minimum level exception for Aiden. Lakers gave half of theirs to Laravia. If Aiden goes to LA, he just wants to live in LA.
Wait, you guys can't afford DeAndre Ayton?
I don't know.
They got it. From what I know, they can offer.
Yeah, from what I know, we can
14.
From what I know, and I just hope we're not that incompetent to go get a player and then not be able to afford a center.
The Lakers.
It's no way. It's no way. Y'all are a professional organization. Y'all not going out like that. You know what I'm saying? And also, I mean,
Yeah, there's no way.
shouldn't DeAndre Ayton be a little easier to negotiate with right now? I mean, he got the buyout there. He's, you know, on a what you call it, last year of his contract. I think he would be a little easier to negotiate with as far as the money he'd accept right now. I think y'all could definitely get DeAndre Ayton. I hope you don't, but I think y'all could though.
Jordan Reed said Giannis not happy with Dame being waived when reported.
Who gives a shit what Giannis is happy with?
Damn. Cowboy Bob said
wait,
90s
what?
basketball is back. Spurs versus Rockets, Western Conference Finals. Go New York, go.
You was watching that game yesterday, right? 95,
just watching the 95 West Conference Finals between Spurs and Rockets.
What was your thoughts?
Hakeem is him, right? See, the ones that are him, they're confirming they're him when we go back watch these games. Hakeem, Jordan, Worthy. You know who's not? Magic. That's unfortunate.
All right, y'all. We gotta.
Peace,
Jordan Reed said Pat
All right,
Connaughton
y'all see
and
you
2
tomorrow.
second rounders to
Let
Charlotte.
me down real talk.
Vasily Mičić, right?
Yeah.
All I'm doing is watching the games.
Captain
I'm
Hope
going back
said
watching
praising
the game.
losing. New Cali hasn't won in 5 years. What's New Cali?
Kalai.
Kalai. Who's Kalai? Oh. That Kalai. Got it. Rod said Zach Collins clears Luke.
He's
Cornett.
a Bulls fan, and he told me on Twitter when the Bulls got Zach Collins, like maybe like a month or so after, that I need to pay more attention to Zach Collins because like he's a Zach Collins stan apparently. I don't see the vision, but he really likes Zach Collins. So shout out to Rod. He's been very consistent.
Zach
over the
was
last few months
good
about Zach Collins.
Especially coming out of Gonzaga, but he just hasn't been.
He was a
good
top 10
NBA
pick,
player.
right? To Portland.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not.
I thought Zach was going to be the truth.
Yeah, I haven't been the biggest Zach Collins guy.
Fint Jones said John D. Rank Darren, AJ, and Cam.
We'll make this quick. Cam, AJ, Darren.
I don't think you can go wrong either way with any of those.
Yeah, it's just really hard to evaluate high school. Like I'll take it with a grain of salt, and then it's like throughout college I'll be able to really build my ranks. And Swiper actually gave me a really good idea making that draft guide.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna be working on that deeply this next season.
Best, just like in terms of frame and the way they play, archetype, and all of that, is really AJ though. Like,
yeah, I think AJ's like
I
what,
can
like
score on all
6'6"
3 levels. I'm uber athletic. I got a handle. Can play defense, athletic. It's AJ, but he might end up being third.
Is AJ like who people like think Ace is?
Kind of. You could kind of say that, yeah. Yeah. AJ might end up being Ace next year. Like in the same like position where it's like
I forgot to ask Jordan about Ace Bailey actually showing up to Utah.
Oh yeah, he did show up
because he was doing all. That's why I said when he was talking about it on Friday, like none of this mattered if he actually just showed up when he was supposed to, and then he did show up. So we never. Damn, I forgot. Yeah, Jordan was just yapping. I knew he was young, man.
Cowboy Bob with the last super chat of the day. He said, "Mars, we talked on Open Gym. I defended Steph. Go New York, go."
Good work.
I really was hoping that they hired Don Staley. I just wanted to see if that was cool. Yeah, that would have been cool to see.
All right, y'all. We're going to be back tomorrow, same time, same place. Y'all already know what it is. Like the video on the way out. Turn your notification bells, and we'll catch you tomorrow.
Merry Christmas.
Peace.